As a movie, talk radio is a massive critical success in the United States. It was inspired by the current bad boy of American radio, Howard Stern, whose show features intense interviews, strange guests, abusive phone calls, and everything else that deregulated radio will bring to this country once we... To find exactly what Howard Stern looks, let's go live by line to New York, and if our 6-inch radio on top of the Empire State Building is an opera... Hear me, Howard Stern!
I can hear you. I can hear you. Oh, yeah, Scott, you got to get my headphones working. This isn't going to do. My headphones aren't working. And then I got to yell at Scott.
Why?
Because he's shirking his responsibilities, making my life difficult. He's the only one making my life difficult right now.
What could Scott be shirking?
See? You don't know everything that goes on around here. Still a few mysteries. No. What happens is, you know when I get on the air and it says, we're back with the Howard Stern Show and there's some little music bumpers?
Yes.
I have Ralph pull a lot of the music for that. And every time Ralph goes back to Scott and says, Scott, do you want to work on the bumpers? He goes, no. So then Ralph brings it to Gary. Gary calls Scott. Scott says he's busy. And it's a high priority with me. For some reason, because Ralph's involved and Gary's involved, Scott doesn't take it and roll with it. He just won't. For a month now, he hasn't touched the bumpers.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, so it goes round and round, bouncing between Scott and Gary and...
Yeah, so I have a problem.
No work being done.
Yeah, I have a problem.
Oh, call him in here then.
Yeah. And I don't know how to get Scott to take me seriously. I mean...
Who does he think he should listen to?
No, there's a whole bunch on
Ralph,
Reel.
come in here.
There's a whole bunch of them that are done.
Yeah.
On Reel, but Ralph said, wait till I bring in more music, because those are a lot of the same...
Is that true, Ralph? There's a whole bunch of them done on Reel, and you said wait till I bring in more music?
No. What's done on Reel?
All of the stuff that you gave me is done. But you said you didn't want to put on Cart because they were all like the same artists, and you wanted to vary the stuff.
Scott, no, that's not true.
Okay.
What are you saying happened? Listen, I got to get this straightened out, and I want Fafafui in charge of it. Again, Fafafui is not in charge of these things.
Scott, I don't know. All I know is every time that I ask you to do it or try, and I'm nice about it too. I mean, I don't know how to get it done. I've asked Gary.
Those are all done. Everything you've given me is
how about all those CDs?
I thought you said he yells at you each time.
Everything you've given me is done.
No, I didn't say each time. Once, Scott, I went in there to ask Scott something. I don't know.
It was a
bad scene.
Well, let me hear Ralph first, and then you tell me. You walk in, and it was a bad scene. How was it?
I don't remember exactly why, but I asked him something, and he had this music cranked up, and I couldn't even... I'm talking to him, when somebody starts talking to you, you expect him to lower the thing, and I'm trying to yell over it. I can't hear it. I'm like, Jesus, Scott, you won't even lower the music. And I just, walked out. And then Scott starts screaming, and, it freaked me out because I've never seen Scott like that. red in the face and screaming at me.
Screaming about what?
Okay, now you want to hear my story?
Yeah.
I'm working on Best of in there. He walks in, and I'm listening to it because I got to listen to it.
Come in here, Gary. I got to have you working on this. Don't walk out of here. This is your responsibility. Why are these two interfacing?
Well... Scott's going to explain it in a second, but Ralph came to me like a month ago, and I spoke to Scott. Scott said everything was fine. Ralph hadn't come back to me, told me there was a problem. I didn't know there was a problem.
Ralph sits there with a blow dryer. I'm trying to read the newspaper, and I say to him, why are the bumpers not changing? And he starts saying, well, Scott yelled at me, and I don't know. What is the story? All I know is I don't hear new bumpers.
What about all those CDs? I borrowed some CDs from Scott.
Here's my problem with you, Ralph. Why do you fill my head with stories back there, and then when you get on the air, you got no story?
What do you mean, Phil?
Where are the bumpers?
Scott doesn't do them.
You picked out the CDs. You did me a favor and picked out the CDs.
Yes, and
then what happens?
And every time I go to
Did I tell you to give them to Gary?
What?
You're supposed to give them to Gary. And Gary should work with Scott.
No, I've been giving him to Scott.
You've been giving him to Scott?
Yeah.
Well, evidently you and Scott has a problem dealing with people. True? Am I right? From what I understand, I've never experienced it with you, but anyone who's perceived by Scott as not important or an underling.
That would be John Grillo and Ralph.
Right. If anyone it depends on who brings them to work. Scott, do you physically want me to bring you?
No.
I want to get these bumpers in here.
The work is done.
How about
wait.
I explained it to you. How about all those CDs that I said were borrowed from?
They're done.
Where are they?
They're in my cabinet.
But why aren't they back to me or to Scott DePace? I mean, the guy's nice enough to bring in his CDs, and you keep them for 2 months.
Right.
I mean, that's ridiculous.
And
I asked Gary 2 times, and Gary asked Scott 2 times. It doesn't happen. So what am I supposed to do at that point? Be a pain in the ass?
No. Let me explain something to Scott. Scott, Ralph is doing me a favor. It's not part of his job.
Didn't I tell you that Sandy was doing those bumpers now?
Sandy?
So what am I supposed to do? Look for Sandy? I see her once every month.
Scott. Ralph's doing me a favor. He's lending his CDs to me so that I can create bumpers.
Right.
You get the CDs, you dub off the music, 10 seconds or 20 seconds of music, and then you give them back to Ralph because they're his CDs. I don't care who does it. If Sandy does it, why does Ralph need to know who's doing it? What's the difference? How does that help him? And Gary, where are you?
He likes to sit there and make sure that everything is perfect.
As well he should.
So he knows.
He's one guy I got that actually knows what he's doing.
So fine. So he knows that when I'm busy and I'm doing...
I wish all the people who work for me would sit there and worry about it. He's doing it for free. Ralph might be a turd, but he's doing it for free. I got to admire that.
So what's the problem, Scott? You don't have the time to do this?
He says he did it.
They're all done. I said those are done. And
but he was about to say something like Ralph wants to sit there and when he's busy doing something.
These are done, and I told you what he told me. He said, don't use these because I have to bring in more stuff because there are like 3 artists and there's like 3 cuts.
I know what he's talking. I gave him like some CDs of some old songs, and you don't want to put like
Ralph. So if you're telling him not to put them on the air,
no. Scott's just saying that to weasel out of this because.
Right.
You know, that's just an. I told him with a couple of the CDs. I told him, you know, just use 1 or 2 songs and save them for later, and then we'll mix some more in, so they're not all like.
The way that's remedied is Scott can put them on a rotating card so that they're separated.
Here's a big question.
Right.
When was the last time you, Ralph, asked Scott?
Here's my question. I'm going to cut through all the questions because I'm getting bored. You understand? When I get bored, there's a problem.
It shouldn't be such a big problem.
Right, OJ. Here's the deal. I want this done. It's very important because I'm sitting and listening to the same songs every day, and I got to figure my audiences. I like new. It sounds fresh. I like everything fresh.
Fine.
So,
could I finish the other story?
From now on, Gary, now you have to supervise.
Papa Flunky.
Unless Scott can handle this.
But Howard, I have been. Ralph came to me and he told me there was a problem. I went to Scott.
Yeah.
Scott goes, all right, I'm going to work on him. That was a month ago.
And nothing
and nobody followed. Ralph didn't come back and say it's been a problem anymore.
Now, I have this discussion on the air, and then I'll get a whole bunch of new ones, and then it'll be another month.
If Ralph came to me again? No, if Ralph came to me again?
Recurrent problem.
What? It's always a problem.
It's a recurrent problem.
And then I have to have this discussion on the air.
How often would you like the bumpers changed?
I would like the bumpers changed on a regular basis. Keep them coming in.
Every month you'd like a whole new rotation?
Yeah, or just keep, whenever he's got a new song, throw it in. Throw it into the rotation. It doesn't have to, it could happen every 2 weeks.
Let me ask you something, though, because what would happen if, suppose there's no new song in that week. We've had a whole year's worth of bumpers.
Yes.
Couldn't they rotate some of the, just freshen them up every month?
I don't know what happens. I don't know what happened to some of the old ones.
Fred has everything. I mean, everything we do.
Do you play them all, Fred?
We give them.
You do?
Yeah.
Right.
He doesn't. You know what it is? We have them so much and you get tired of them. You get tired of them.
Listen.
And then we add new ones.
This is already 7 minutes too long. Right. I need you guys working together back there. And I can't have this discussion every month. Ralph is being nice.
I understand.
By bringing his CDs in and sitting there. But then again, as soon as Ralph gets a little power, he becomes a pain in the ass. So you can't allow that to happen either. I can't have him bugging you every 3 minutes like now this is the most important thing in his life. Right. But I got to somehow, Scott, get through to you that this is a high priority.
Well, maybe I misunderstood on that. He said, do them.
Yeah, don't listen to him.
Okay.
And Fafafui, I want you checking every 4 days to find out what's going on with bumpers. Write on your calendar. Do you have a calendar?
Of course.
Every 4th day, write down, I want to know what's going on with the bumpers.
Whatever happened to that efficiency expert?
The efficiency expert, that's a good question.
He quit.
Listen to this.
He did call me the other day.
The efficiency expert came in here, evaluated everyone.
He was here for 2 days, right?
We're supposed to write up a report. We can't. We couldn't get him on the phone.
He's inefficient.
He's inefficient.
He called me about a week ago.
He came to see us and he became inefficient.
We should have the report like about 6 weeks ago. He called me about 3 days ago, and he said, hey, I've been busy with paying customers.
Yeah, right. I understand that. But you know what? I also think it happens. I also think what happened was that, like, he came up here and I thought he was going to get on the air more and stuff. You know what I mean? It actually
he was on the air enough, I thought.
I don't know. I don't know what was happening there. I think he thought he was going to be meeting with me on a regular basis.
Oh, I see. He thought he'd have a client.
Yeah.
Relationship with you. Well, see, this sounds to me like one of those organizational problems.
Of course, I have all organizational
problems. The problem again is no leader.
Right.
No one really responsible.
Well, you have Gary.
It's not an organizational problem.
Yes,
it's a Scott problem.
You want to hear my problem?
This is what I would say right now.
Wait.
No, time out. As much as I hate to defend Ralph, in this instance, he's right. Scott doesn't respect him. When Ralph goes to him, Scott should say, I'll do that, or I'll get back to you in 2 or 3 days and let's do them. Because when I need something done, Scott will seek me out. He'll say, I know you want to do that 2 days, so let's do it.
We've already, you know what, Gary's already had this discussion 20 times with Scott. What you would do is fire Scott. That would be the next logical step.
Go ahead,
But Gary can't fire him.
No, but if Ralph
do it.
Can we fire you? All right, you're fired.
Thank you. Good night.
All right, goodbye. You can go home now. It's that simple? We're allowed to fire you? All right, goodbye.
Ooh, he's walking out.
Good. Is that how easy it is to get rid of Scott?
No, unfortunately, he knows there's a union involved and everything.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he's like...
He's going to write a grievance.
Once the union gets involved, I'll be safe.
What you really have to start doing, if you need to know, is you have to start writing letters and putting them in his file. Then after
a year and a half... Get in touch with that guy Buzz that I used to work with at NBC and get him to replace Scott.
Where is he?
And where is that guy?
Yeah, where is Buzz?
Where is Buzz?
He's busy.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh.
Busy Buzz.
Busy Buzz.
He's buzzing around. Well, I'm just stay out of it.
So now Scott's officially gone?
No, he's not.
Officially out of this room.
He's gone from the chair.
But
I just fired him.
I believe we're looking at the beginning of a work slowdown.
Yeah, great. If he goes any slower, if he goes any slower, it'll actually turn the clocks backwards.
Yeah, he'll be a racing tape.
Yeah.
It's 1950, 1949, 1948.
Listen, man, I got to get these bumpers on. And Scott's just got to be forced to do it, and Gary's just going to have to ride him.
Yeah, I didn't know there was a problem. Last time Ralph spoke to me, I spoke to Scott, and I thought it was taken care of.
Yeah, it's just like, don't you hear the same music? Am I the only one who hears it? Am I the only one listening to the show?
No, of course.
I mean, where is everybody on this? You know, let's get together.
All right.
Come on, people now. Smile on your brother, everybody get together. And you know what? The problem is I do it on the air and it becomes like a joke, and Scott walks out and all that. Actually, I really need it done.
Actually, when you do it on the air, Scott realizes, because he just never believes it.
Is Gange taping Scott right now? I sure hope so, that lazy fat bastard.
Happy or sad when you got fired?
So what's this firing thing?
No one told me to tape Scott.
Get out of here.
You know, it's real funny. I was watching the E! Show last night. Christopher Cross was on. So Gange follows him out and he goes, so, did you have a good time? Which is just a different version of, how'd it go?
Yeah, right. I know. He doesn't know what to say.
He's varying his question.
It's the same question.
Was it fun?
Yeah, right.
Positive experience?
How do you think it went?
How'd it go? We sent them out in the hall with a roving camera to talk to the guests. The guests have been interviewed every which way, but, you know.
You've already done everything to them.
They're blurry.
And then Christopher Cross walks out, and then you have this big, fat Gange standing there with this bad camera going.
Curly with a camera.
What, was it a positive experience?
Do you think it went well?
It seemed to go quite well. Would you agree in the affirmative?
Well, Gange's comments are the funniest thing, because he says to Christopher Cross,
it was a very good interview. I think you came across as a real person.
Yeah. I thought I fired you, Scott.
I have a new job.
Yeah.
Somebody does like a half an hour with you, and then
Who's
Gange,
getting Scott? Gange's in here.
Well, Scott's got the video camera and taping Gange.
Scott's happy again, because now he
took my camera.
I could be doing the bumpers, but instead I'm getting hijinks.
How'd it go?
So I'm with Christopher Cross. He comes out of the room, and you go,
so, was it a positive experience?
I'm trying to vary those questions a little bit.
It's
the same question in different
there
words.
are times I have some really good questions. Come on. I mean, listen, not everyone can be.
And you know what? None of Gange's questions ever get on the air anyway. All that tape he's out there taping in the hall.
Could we get a list?
No,
never used.
Of course, a lot of them got used.
Yeah.
A lot.
One day, Gange's going to go to somebody after they do a half an hour with you. So how'd it go? And he goes, you dummy, weren't you listening? And smack him.
Yeah, I mean, what do you mean, how'd it go?
weren't you listening? I mean, well, hey, then...
No, you know what? One day you're going to shock me by being creative, because you don't have a creative bone in your body.
No, I do.
And what you're going to do is you're going to listen to the show, and you're going to hear me do a question, and you're going to do a follow-up question to that question, something I didn't think of. You do?
Yeah.
No, it's never happened.
A lot of times, hey, listen, a lot of times...
new guest impressions of what it might be like to come in here before and then say, well, how did this match what you thought it was going to be?
That's the question I do.
What were you expecting? Was it everything you wanted and more?
All right, listen, you know what? I don't have time for this now. You get out of here, Ralph, get out, Scott, get out, and Gary, go take care of these people. Get my work done for me. Make my load easy so I don't have to worry about this.
What I was going to say to you was it is really an organizational thing, and it should be going through Gary, because Gary should be aware of what is and isn't being done.
Well, you see how Gary passes the buck.
It's a Scott problem.
I took care of the boss. It's a Scott problem.
It's a Scott problem. It's a Ralph problem.
It is not an organizational problem. It's a Scott problem.
All I know is Ralph comes to me and says Scott yells at him. Up, Scott's back.
Now let me explain the situation, because you didn't let me get a word in edgewise.
All right, let's hear it.
The reason I yelled at Ralph is because he walked in. Remember, he said I was playing music.
What do you think? I hit a speed out in the hall?
Yeah.
What?
I just fired myself up.
What?
I got to take my hat off. Oh man. Now I'm
Wait, go ahead. Say
Ralph,
what?
Get out of here, will you?
No,
you already told your story. Now just get out.
What is your side of the story?
Okay. So I'm working on stuff, and he walks in and he starts talking to me.
Right.
And I'm not paying any attention because I'm listening to what I'm doing.
Right.
And he says, "Could you turn that down?" And I said, "Ralph, I'm in the middle of doing something.
Right.
No, I'm not talking to you because I'm working. Come back." And he walked out all pissed off.
No,
I said,
here's
"What are you
the way.
pissed off about?"
In a way, it's not all your fault. If Gary was a manager, Ralph would go to Gary and say, I need a day where I can work with Scott. Can you find out for me what day would be good? And then they would pencil in 2 hours with you during the morning program here, where Ralph would sit with you and do the music. And Ralph wouldn't even be involved with you. But Gary throws people together and tells them to get stuff done.
And that's why I stopped going to Scott.
Ralph, what happens when you go to Gary? You don't want to go to Scott and have tension. Understood.
Right.
What happens when you go to Gary and you tell him of your problem?
Well, I told Gary...
Did you tell Gary or you didn't?
No, I told him twice. I told him once that I needed these done, and Scott said he could. He said he couldn't do the CDs. He didn't have time.
When was the last time you said something to Gary?
Like a month ago. Like three weeks ago.
So why wouldn't you go to him?
So why did you say something to Howard? Why didn't you just go to Gary and
Because
say...
Howard asked me yesterday in the limo, he said, how come I'm not hearing any new stuff?
So you should have said, I'll get them for you. You'll have them tomorrow.
No, because Scott, because it's a problem.
It's a problem for him to deal with you.
It's like you give up. Why?
But the reason you're having a problem, Ralph, seriously, and this is part of your problem.
Yeah.
It's like when you walk into the studio and you don't ask Gary ahead of time, and then we throw you out.
Right.
It's because you're supposed to ask if you can come in. Right. Just go to Gary. Tell him you're having a problem.
So let's just forget everything that happened.
Sure, but, it goes back to Gary because we're bumpers. He should be as that new bumpers...
Here's one of my different people.
See, I have a... This is a mess, yeah. All right, Scott, but go ahead quickly because I really am supposed to be doing a show. I can't be doing this.
How can you concentrate on what he's saying and look at that head?
I don't know. Go ahead, Scott. What are you saying?
It's sweating.
What are you saying, seriously?
A lot of different people come to me with things to do.
But you also yell at everyone.
No, I don't yell at everybody.
And you know what? To be honest with you, Gary's one guy. He can't always be the guy to come down. Sometimes you could take a little initiative, Scott.
Of course I do.
And work with these people.
I mean, if John gives me something, and Gary gives me something, and Gange gives me something, and Ralph gives me something.
What is it, John?
Then Gary comes to me.
As much as I'd hate to defend Ralph, too, but Scott, when you go in there with Scotty, and you just say,
shut up.
Hey, Scott, I have some tape for an interview. What? I'm busy. What? And he gives you this look. He's
John,
yelling.
you know that I'm goofing on you like that.
I know I don't know that. No.
So he doesn't know.
No, I don't.
Obviously, it's not a goof. Scott, when's the last time you goofed on anything?
No, Howard, and then he gets like this. He goes, John, listen, I have this to do. I got this to do. I have Robin's tapes. I'll get to it when I can. And I'll call you. And that's it. And then he
gets in 4 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah, but he gets very angry, so it's very hard to deal with him. And I know what Ralph's talking about.
Here's an example. Gary will bring me a stack of work like this and say, we need this right away. Yeah. And by the way, there's 2 weeks, 3 days, 4 hours, and 23 seconds till best of.
Okay, so what do you want from him?
Don't even get me started. Best of. Every time Scott and I go through the same thing. Scott is like a kid with a term paper.
Right.
Best of will be finished, right? We're running at the end of this month. Do you think while that week is on, Scott will be working on new best of? Of course not.
No.
2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. All of a sudden, only 3 weeks till best of. I better get cooking.
Right, and then he's in a panic.
And then he goes, I can't do anything. I'm doing best of. And it's like, yeah, but you should have done best of.
You should have been doing it all along. You should be rolling off an hour.
And the other deal.
Don't give me any credit for doing 21 hours of extra material when he was out sick for 7 days.
You got credit for that.
Plus, the best stuff is ready already for 2 weeks from now.
No, listen to me.
You know, I was working my ass off on that stuff. I gave you over 35 hours of material.
Shut up. You got your credit. Now, the other 11 years that you've done it behind, I'm talking about, and I shouldn't have to wait.
This is like the OJ jury.
Scott's got it done, right? But again, it's under the wire. It shouldn't be.
I hear what you're saying.
It shouldn't be all crammed up at once. Tom and I spent 5 hours looking at stuff.
Gary can't tell you how to sort of regulate your time. Like all of a sudden, like
he doesn't know everything you need to do.
Even though a best of is all done now. There's going to be another one eventually,
and
right?
Also, and wait a second.
So what you do is you begin right now. You start to run off an hour a tape, 2 hours a day. When you get into 4 in the morning, you throw a reel on.
And then that's the only thing.
So you won't be caught at the end.
But the rest of our work suffers when Scott goes on these mad crunches to get best of done. That's when That's when the yelling starts. That's when he's busy. And also, Scott.
And that's when he starts yelling at everyone.
Right. But you shouldn't get so angry at people. If we bring you a lot of work. You should,
but look at him. Wouldn't you be angry?
Howard, Scott, you talk about
how about if life dealt you that deck of cards?
You talk about managing, right? Scott's done this with me maybe 3 times, and he should do it every day.
Yeah.
Of course, Robin gives him work.
It's the same thing every day.
Right.
Robin gives him work. I give him work. Various work.
And sometimes when he gets overwhelmed.
That's why he's employed. It's called work.
Sometimes when he gets overwhelmed, he calls me huffing and puffing, and he goes, listen, Robin gave me this. Howard gave me this. Jackie gave me some stuff. Fred gave me some stuff. Prioritize. And I go, okay. Howard's stuff first, my stuff second, Jack, and I put it in order.
Right.
And if that's the case, I don't know all the people that are coming to you. You can call me every day, and I can tell you what order it should be done in. And
you want him to do that?
And then I'll take the blame.
Scott, you want him to do that?
Well, I've been doing that, so he would take the blame.
No, he hasn't. Right. No, you've done it maybe twice in like 6 months. You never do it, Scott.
No wonder your picture's not in Robin's book. Look at you. What?
And you know the worst part about it is, I went by Scotty the last time they yelled at me. I was just asking for money for breakfast.
What happened this morning, John?
What happened this morning?
Yeah, no, this morning you were screwing around with me. But I knew you were. Yeah, but this morning I once went over to him, Howard, and said, "Hey, Scott, I need money for breakfast." John, not now. I'm doing something. Not now.
Not even money for breakfast. And then he wants his breakfast.
So then I didn't order him, and I said, "You know what? Screw him. He's been doing this to me for 5 years. This time I ain't gonna order him." And then he comes back to, "Did you order me? Did you order me?" You know what I mean?
Again. It's when people walk in and I'm trying to listen to something, trying to work on something, and they start talking to me, I can't.
Whatever happened
I can't do it.
Whatever happened to? Hey, hang out a second. I got to hear this. Whatever happened to that?
He doesn't do that.
He goes from 0 to 60 in 2 seconds.
Howard, he huffs and puffs like a 4-year-old. Like,
He's a little. You know what it is? He's also pissed off because he's the hardest working engineer at the station, and nobody else can do anything.
True. But he feels like he doesn't get any credit. Scott does an incredible job on Best Of. Nobody's not saying that the final product is. You know what it is?
It's come down to this. Now I'm involved with Scott's breakfast, so it's becoming a joke.
I'm not saying. All right. My last quote is the last thing I want to say is Best Of is great.
What do you want, Scott?
I'd like an omelet. Is that too much to add?
Here's what I'm asking. Gary, if there is a problem with Scott, you got to come. If you can't straighten it out, you got to tell me there's a problem, and then we'll have Tom fire him. If there isn't a problem with Scott, that's all. And if there isn't, what did the union tenure you or something? Are you feeling awfully cocky?
He's low man on the totem pole.
I could be fired like that.
Oh, really?
There's 3 people here, and Scott's the lowest one.
Right. Scott's a hard-working guy. He has his shortcomings. God knows that. He can't figure out what to do.
Like everyone in this room is perfect.
Well, please.
No one's saying that. Robin is perfect.
Excuse me, Robin.
So aside from Robin, everyone has their fault.
I lost my head for a second.
All I'm saying is that, Gary, come up with a system that Ralph and all these people come to you. You hook them up with appointments with Scott, okay? That's how we're going to do it from now on. Thank you.
Appointments, that's right.
All right. Is that good?
That's fine.
Scott, obviously there's a problem back there.
I have no problem.
John has a problem. Ralph has. Everyone has a problem.
You're the only one without a problem, Scott.
I don't have any problems.
I have no problems. My problem is, where's my next cigarette? You realize you've cut down on 20 minutes of prime smoke time?
All right, thank you, Scott. Thank you. I hope, seriously, I hope you understand that I'm very sincere when I tell you I need this music.
I understand that.
All right. I wish there was another engineer that we could send into a room with Ralph.
That's why I gave it to Sandy to do.
Good.
She knows how to do it now. I showed her how to do everything.
Right. So whoever can do this work, I need this work.
Then why don't you hook up Sandy and Ralph for regular appointments?
Let Gary do that.
I've done. He sat with.
You did that.
He has sat with Sandy and done them.
So is he just being like a big crybaby?
He knows that Sandy has been doing them. He has sat with her and done it before.
So why are they not in my room?
I don't know.
What happened?
He gave me a bunch of them.
Even though you give them to Sandy, why don't you? How come I don't end up with them?
I explained to you what happened.
Here we go again.
Come on, it was over. Stop with this. Stop making excuses.
Haven't you sat with her?
Let's just do it. Yeah, I've sat with her. But what? That was like 6 months ago. I did that.
I explained to you the confusion on this batch of them.
Listen, Scott. I can't wait till 10 o'clock when Sandy rolls in.
The guy, listen. I don't know how it gets done. Maybe schedule an appointment with Ralph.
Do you think like once every month, me and you can just? No.
You don't have this discussion with Gary off the air. Please, I got big things to talk about. I'm wanted in Texas. For God's sake. I'm wanted in Texas, and you two idiots can't figure out how to work together. Go ahead. Out and see.
We'll figure it out.
Out and see. For God's sakes. Scott, get my headphones working, will you?
That's what I'm waiting for. Yeah. I'm waiting for you to say I'm too busy.
Right,
I got bumpers to do.
Okay, please.
Wait, the top of his head is sweating.
Yeah, look at that. The top of his head is... Take your hat off. Look at that. The sweat. The beads of sweat on the top of his head.
No, when he got angry, he had to whip off that hat because his hair, his head has to
put makeup on me, will you?
All right, get out. You're not even funny.
I know.
Okay.
The comedy stylings of Scott Salem.
The hairy arms, the big fat body.
Erosion took his hair away. He's got like a river on his head.
No hair. Yeah, right. No hair on his head.
And bald, smokes too much, and has to take orders from Ralph.
Yeah. What a life.
Such is my lot in life.
I got to take a break. Now we are so far behind, we should just go home now and just play commercial the rest of the show.
It's Scott's fault.
All right, let's take a break. We'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. More after this. 97.1 The Eagle.
642 at The Eagle. This is Brad Backstreet. It's 646 at 97.1 The Eagle.
Howard Stern. Cool. Morning. Your rock and roll day.
You sound better than ever.
This is where Dallas Fort Worth rocks. 97.1 The Eagle. It's the Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
God bless him.
Here's Howard.
Here's Howard.
I like that one.
Hey, we should have a little thing that says Howard Stern wanted in Texas. You should get, what's his name, the deep voice guy to say that. Howard Stern wanted in Texas. Yeah, I was watching TV yesterday and I was wanted in Texas.
I was shocked. I hadn't heard anything about that.
I hadn't either. But no, wait a second. I have to get the AP story. Hold on. Fran Shea from the E! Network sent it to me. A South Texas judge. I think he was a justice of the peace. I don't think he's a real judge.
Yeah, there seemed to be some question as to his authority.
Yeah, this was pretty funny. I gotta confess something. I am probably one of the most famous people in the world. You attach your name to me in some controversy.
You make the news.
You make the news. As a matter of fact, I called Fran yesterday. She was telling me she was on the phone with one of these guys who's, first I started yelling at her. I said, why are you paying attention to them? But she said she was on the phone with one of these, Spanish groups. Mm-hmm. And the guy was like, listen, I have to go. She said he was excited and thrilled. He was like, I have to go. There's a national show going to interview me now. The guy was like all excited.
See?
Well,
you see what's going on here?
See? You see what's going on here? So yesterday this story came across the wire. A South Texas judge has issued a warrant charging radio personality. And then I said, wow, a judge. And I found out it was a justice of the peace, which I think is like a notary republic.
But I couldn't understand what you had done.
No one knows still. But I got to read this story to you. It's unbelievable, the kind of controversy that surrounds me. It really is unbelievable. Because I'm a disc jockey. Mm-hmm. But if you do attach your name to me, you do get really noticed. Look at that guy in the FCC who became a whole star going after me. And that guy who was filing against me with the FCC, he became a whole star, too. He got articles in People magazine for a while. Until they burnt out on him.
Protested the plaque in New Jersey.
Even
all got name recognition boosts as a result of saying bad things about you or being upset about a little wall hanging.
So some guy who lives in, like, Podunk, it's called Ploicano. Oh, no, that's the name of the Justice of the Peace. And it's pretty clear from the guy's statement that he doesn't understand what the First Amendment is. He's not sure. Mm-hmm. Because Gange came running into my office. Evidently, Bob Grant called him on his show, called the Justice of the Peace on his show to interview him, because, all the other radio stations are trying to knock me. He called him up, and I heard he came running into my office. I only caught about 10 seconds of it. Uh-huh. I was sitting on the phone, and he goes, listen to this guy. Here's the judge. So he puts it on for me, and the judge is like, I know there is an amendment. He was calling it an amendment. He knew there was some kind of amendment, that...
And he's a judge.
Peace. It's the same as if
you get married and have your...
I told you my friends got arrested up in Buffalo, and I was with them, and they pulled them in, and they pulled them into a Justice of the Peace.
Yeah.
Like if you drive from Boston to Buffalo, and you hit New York State, upstate New York State, they don't have, like, a lot of judges, like real bona fide judges up there. So if you get pulled over for a traffic ticket, they say, we're hauling you into the judge, but they take you to a Justice of the Peace. They take you to his garage, and it's like Andy Mayberry.
And he's got a little bench to him.
He's got a garage, and he's sitting there in his work shirt and his jeans, and, like, if he hears the cops are coming over with some yahoos, he called us New Yorkers. Yeah. They're from New York, too, but he called, upstate New York.
New York State.
Yeah.
You're a New Yorker.
We got busted. He drags my two friends off, the one who's driving and the one who was sitting next to him. Me and Dr. Lou are sitting on the side of a road. They take the keys, they take the guy's license, they take all his money, they take our money, and they give it to the Justice of the Peace.
You got robbed.
Yeah, we got robbed. We got fleeced by state troopers. He goes, you boys are doing 80 miles an hour. No, 120. That's what he clocked us at 120. It wasn't my fault.
Flying?
I wasn't driving, but all I know is...
True?
Yeah, it was true. Oh. We clocked you at 120. We're going to have to take you to the judge. And then the judge was like Andy Mayberry. It was one of those upstate roads. Nobody was on it. It was like 5 lanes. And, it was
what else were you going to do but speed?
There was no way. And plus, I think my friend was hopped up on something, quite frankly.
He thought he was driving the limit.
Who knows? But all I know is I was glad the cops stopped us.
You thought you were going to die?
Yeah. So then we stand on the side of the road. They take my friend. They say, you boys better get all your money together. They took all our money. And they bring you to a Justice of the Peace. We didn't have money to get back.
And this guy probably has only a grasp of the speeding laws.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So a South Texas judge has issued a warrant charging radio personality Howard Stern with disorderly conduct. Yeah, well, the ACLU has erased it. It's completely unconstitutional.
I was like, disorderly? He hasn't been there.
Justice of the Peace, Eloy Canyo, says he did it for the fans of the late Tejano singer Selena, who was shot to death this month. I think the woman who shot her is getting better treatment. Sooner you're going to just say, I shot her.
Let her go. You're the criminal.
Stern outraged Hispanics last week by calling Selena's music shallow. He later said he did not mean to hurt her family or fans, which I didn't. I just thought the music was shallow.
You didn't know that would hurt.
Yeah. Canyo says the warrant could be served if Stern sets foot in Texas. I should just fly down to Texas and see what they do.
What do you get for disorderly conduct?
Well, the disorderly conduct charge carries a maximum fine of $500. Free speech advocates, you don't need an advocate.
It's here.
It's the law. Free speech advocates say the warrant is unconstitutional. The head of the Texas chapter of the American Civil Liberties Union says being a music critic, no matter how harsh, is not grounds for criminal charges. You ought to take this Justice of the Peace and ship him out of this country.
Use a gavel on his head.
Get a lynch mob on me because I don't like the girl's music. Then the new move is they want me to come down there to Texas and apologize to Selena's family.
Yeah, make a personal visit.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Who are you, the president?
Yeah. I got to be like Bill Clinton. That'll happen.
I was thinking about this the other day. I said, he's a disc jockey. He's not the president of the United States.
Yeah, go put your efforts into something important, aside from a guy being a music critic. And this Justice of the Peace has totally embarrassed. I mean, now it's becoming embarrassing for some of our new friends in this country. They're starting to look silly. Now they're starting to look almost clownish. because they had the guy on. He was mumbling something about an amendment. I wish we could get the guy on the air. He was like, I don't want an amendment. I know there's some amendment. Something about an amendment. I couldn't make out what he was saying. He was mumbling about an amendment.
We need an amendment. And siesta.
I don't know what he was saying, but it was kind of funny. And I'm sitting there, I go, what? Someone said, yeah, you can't go to Texas.
Yeah, if you step off the plane, you could be arrested. So does it affect the entire state or just this guy's old town? That's what I don't know.
They say Texas. It's this AP thing. You know.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking maybe anybody in Texas who's in law enforcement would be required to arrest you because there's a warrant in some little town. They'd have to then take you to that little town to stand before that justice of the peace.
Well, so anyway, everyone told me not to comment and everything because the more I comment, the more these guys. The only way this becomes a story is if I comment. Yeah. So
because you get into the war.
Yeah.
They're fighting with you.
Well, and I'm the one keeping this story going. It's my fame that keeps it going, not their. Who cares what a justice of the peace in El Caño has to say?
I've never read about that guy before.
No. He hasn't really done anything else for the Spanish people except file a bogus.
He might have performed some marriages.
Yeah. Some important marriages. Some long-lasting marriages he performed. So, anyway, like yesterday was like kind of weird. You were busy doing something. I don't know what you were doing after the show.
More publicity for the book.
More publicity for Robin's book.
Yeah.
Did you announce yet that you will be number 5 or?
I'll be number 6.
Number 6
on the New York Times bestseller list.
That's right.
In my debut.
Look how upset Jackie is.
And number 5 in the Wall Street Journal.
Say, Wall Street Journal has a list?
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, there you go. You've got it made, kid.
Well,
You're shooting right to the top.
I'm very gratified by this. No.
Want to make a speech? By the way, you're number 3 on the Steppin' Out list.
There's only 3 books on that list.
Chauncey just called in.
But it's really nice, so I'm going to sign some more books tonight on Long Island at Barnes & Noble in the Country Glen Shopping Center at 6 o'clock.
Excellent. I'm sure your Long Island fans will be flocking to... Will you be wearing that same outfit?
Come to see me. No, I'm going to wear something...
Revealing?
No, what revealing?
Why don't you wear what Drew Barrymore wore on Letterman last night?
I don't have bananas.
Wear thongs. Yeah. Cool. Anyway.
I'll wear something special.
Excellent. So yesterday we went over to see a movie. We had a private movie screening.
Yeah, I was upset. I missed it.
So, don't be too upset. So, me, Fred, Jackie.
Fred got to go because he wasn't sure.
Yeah, he went because we went early.
Uh-huh.
Me, Fred, Jackie, Billy West, Ralph. Ralph's there for comic relief. Ralph brought his lunch, and we hid his lunch. I made him go out and tell the guy to change the temperature in the room.
Oh.
And that we hid his lunch all over the movie theater. And he was just, the whole movie, he was just like crawling around looking for his lunch.
All right, guys.
We told him it was an Easter egg hunt.
Funny.
This isn't funny. Come on, where's my lunch? Where's my lunch?
First he blamed me.
Yes, everyone knew it was Jackie. Come on, guys, where's my... Well, what was your idea, Fred?
It was my idea, but I didn't take it.
That was pretty good when your lunch was hidden and you're, like, walking all around looking for it.
You know, shadows going back and forth on the screen.
Yeah.
I had a feeling as soon as I walked out of the room that was going to go.
Yeah.
I found it pretty quick, though.
He did. He was pretty good at it. He was quick as a bunny.
Where was it, Ralph?
Snipped it out.
It was like it wasn't hidden that well. It was like on a chair in the front row.
Oh, no crawling necessary.
He was crawling.
Yeah, like a pig looking for trouble.
It's hard to see in the dark.
I was trying to stay out of the screen, and the screen's right in front.
All right, go ahead. You can leave now. No one wants you in here. So we brought Ralph along, and then my friend Steve Hirschfeld was there.
Uh-huh. What movie did you go to see?
So, well, here's what happened. You know, I was on the air talking about how I can't stand Al Franken, the guy from Saturday Night Live. Actually, I shouldn't say that. I mean, some of the stuff he does is funny. I even think when he does Stuart Smalley on, the small screen, it's kind of funny for a minute or two.
Yeah.
So I was on the air saying, how could they be making Stuart Smalley the movie? At best, it's a sketch. It's a sketch. It's just not a movie. How's he going to carry a movie with that character? I said, and besides, it's just another one of those Lorne Michaels Saturday Night Live movies.
Yeah, every sketch gets blown into a movie.
So I kind of know I don't really know him, but we've had him on the show once.
Yeah, we had him here.
Yeah, and I've said some nice things about Harold Ramis because I really liked his last movie, which was
Groundhog Day?
Yeah, Groundhog Day.
Incredible movie.
Yeah, really good. But Harold, as you know, as a director, can make great movies or really bad movies.
He's had an up and down career.
Yeah, he has no ability to know. Like he can make a Groundhog Day.
Yeah, you wonder how that happens, though.
And he can make Club Paradise, and both of them he'll think is funny. In my estimation.
He really thought Club Paradise was funny.
Yeah, oh yeah. Well, he made it. I mean, he must have thought it was funny.
No, maybe he just had to put it out.
Maybe he had no choice. Yeah. At some point, I mean, when you're filming, you go, I'm in trouble. So, and I like Harold. He seems like a real decent guy at the time I met him and everything, and seems okay.
I've always had a big crush on him, in fact. I hate to say bad things about him.
Really? Harold's no beauty.
No, but I just love him.
I make him, I put him to shame.
You are an Adonis compared to him, but he just does something to me.
Yeah. So anyway, he heard me say on the air that it's just another Saturday Night Live movie, and he called, he had somebody from his office call, but Gary heard him in the background yelling, it's not another Saturday Night Live movie. Tell Howard to go see it. I'll set up a screening. It's great. It's great. It's great.
Is that right?
And so if Harold says it's great, you got to kind of go see it, even though the movie got 2 stars in the newspaper.
1 in some places.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No, Howard, the second time he called, I heard he was yelling in the background, tell Robin to come, she'll enjoy it.
Yeah.
The first time he called himself.
Oh, did he?
Oh, yeah, and he said, listen, it's not another Saturday Night Live movie. Lorne doesn't have anything to do with this.
Right.
And I think that Howard...
But the first thing that came on the screen was Lorne Michaels' production.
Oh, is that right? I thought he said it was... I thought he said Lorne didn't have anything to do with it.
Lorne had a lot to do with it.
Well, I know he said it wasn't another Saturday Night Live movie.
Okay.
It's in print.
Yeah. It's the first thing you see. And it's a character from Saturday Night Live. But anyway, I guess what Harold was trying to say, hey, it's not going to be Pat the movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
It was going to be better than that. Mm-hmm. So we went over to see...
Pat the movie never saw the light of day, so...
Harold will probably never like me again after I say all this. But I got to be honest. I mean, so anyway...
If he likes the show, he'll know that.
Yeah, he's got to know.
You're an honest guy.
Yeah.
He wanted you to go because
maybe I shouldn't even be saying this.
True opinion, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe I should just keep quiet.
Maybe we should have him on the phone and ask him what we should do.
Yeah.
Well, the point is, we always said if somebody sets up a free screening for us, we'll give them a good review.
But that wasn't the point here. The point here was he said the movie was funny.
Yeah. Well, anyway, okay. Well, I'll tell you what happened. So, we all went over in my car.
Yeah.
Ronnie drove, bitched the whole way, of course. You can just tell he's just angry the whole time.
That's his job.
I think he wants to go to the movie with us and stuff and hang out, but he's got to sit there with the car.
Oh.
He gets upset.
No place to put that big thing.
Yeah. So anyway, we went over to the Paramount building, and as we were driving to the Paramount building, Jackie read from your book to us.
Oh, really?
Yeah. His favorite parts.
It's quite stirring.
And he does it in your voice.
My book by Jackie?
Yeah. And it's a screen. We were having a great time.
Jackie does an impression of me?
Oh, yeah. It's unbelievable.
Kept driving around.
Yeah, because I said, hey, this is really funny.
You know, Harold, this was funny.
It was. I was rolling. I mean, when Jackie reads his favorite part, and what she's going to do on the air for us today, I hope.
Really?
Yeah. Right. Jackie, will you do a reading for us?
I am prepared.
I certainly would love to hear your impression.
No, you don't.
You might want to leave for this.
Oh, boy. My friend Jackie.
You're not going to want him with the book signing.
Yeah. Yeah, because at one point Jackie's reading from your book, and everyone's laughing, having a good time. Jackie's putting a slant. Then he got to the part where your father was molesting you, and he started reading your voice.
This is his favorite part.
Wait, no, and I said, I don't think this is funny. I don't want to hear this. So I go, because I said, this part, I said, gets me. My Robin laying there, and, having her father go to third base.
I was goofing on.
He was trying to, he wanted to read my favorite part, which is your father's big ham hand.
That's what I was
Yeah, so anyway, we're in the middle of doing it, and my friend Steve, who's real soft-spoken, he's practically a priest. He's like sitting there, and...
You did this in front of Steve?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And then Steve's like a priest.
Yeah, he's a monk.
Yeah, he's a monk. He doesn't have sex, and he literally lives a monk's life. So
he was in shock before I started reading.
Yeah. So he's sitting there. And in fact, before we went to the movies, he said to me, "Is this the kind of movie that has any kind of sex or any kind of?" And I said, "No." I said, "I think it's just like a G." So he goes, "Oh, okay." Because he wouldn't go.
He had even checked the rating. He was even making sure that this was something he should see.
The rating system was set up for him because he lives like a monk, and I can dig that. because I live like a monk.
Except you watch pornography while you're
Right.
secluded.
Yeah, he just chooses not to torture himself. So we're on our way over in the car, and Jackie's doing his reading of your book. And then I said, hey, Jackie, I don't think this is so funny, when Robin got to, because it just wasn't grabbed me right. So then Jackie's turning the page and he goes,
Try this one.
Wait, he goes, nigger talk. So wait a second. So I go, Jesus Christ, that was really racist what he said. And I should say something. I mean, I like Jackie and everything, but it was really offensive. So I said, Jackie.
I looked up and I saw you.
Yeah.
You had a look on your face.
Yeah, I was just really upset, because I mean, I don't go for that. So he says, I said, Jackie. Yeah, I go, Jackie. What are you saying? Why are you saying that? I mean, you got Steve sitting here, first of all, who don't even know you. We know you're a racist. I said, number one.
He might have a good opinion.
And plus, I know Jackie. Jackie actually wouldn't say nigger talk. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he had a problem with something in your book, but to say nigger talk.
Maybe he's just going a little too far. He doesn't know where the line is here.
So I'm giving him a lecture and everything. Jackie goes, no. It says here on the page. It's the chapter heading. Nigger talk.
Leaping back.
He was reading. I go, okay, good, man, because it was getting uncomfortable, and I was starting to yell at Jackie, having to give like a whole speech on how we shouldn't talk like that.
Now you got to be a dad.
Yeah, and I was like, and I was glad. Weren't you glad I cleared that up?
I didn't realize it was a problem until I looked up at everybody's face.
Yeah, I was like, everyone stopped laughing, and
I was just looking at things at random and saying them as I went along, and
did it strike you as odd, Fred? And then like all of a sudden
it got real quiet.
It got real quiet. Nobody said anything but me.
You forgot that was the title in the book.
Yeah, I thought these guys.
I don't remember the title of the book.
Well, that's one I don't think people would forget.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, everybody just got done reading this book.
No, I read. In all fairness, man, I don't remember every page of the book. I don't have it committed to memory.
That's a pretty heavy title.
No, but the guy said, Jackie was just mumbling. And he goes, nigger talk. No. So I'm going, oh man. I go, whoa. That's unbelievable. And everyone got real quiet. And I just said, okay, no one's saying anything. I'm going to say something.
You got so quiet.
And I just said, now I've got to say something. Jackie and I don't have enough problems.
Fred won't say anything.
Fred's sitting there
in front with Ronnie.
With his arm around Ronnie. And Ronnie, I don't know.
Yeah, Ronnie said, yeah.
Ronnie started going, what chapter is that?
Ronnie was right into it.
No, but I didn't know that was, and no one knew. Because he did it so off the cuff. He was just like, I said, hey, I don't want to hear that part. And he goes, nigger talk. And I was just like, But he was reading to himself, looking for different things to read.
Yeah, he's just mumbling the title.
Yeah, so then
Wes was reading over my shoulder.
Well, I was just upset that I was the one that have to now lecture you in front of everybody. Like, why couldn't Fred go?
You get that heated up feeling like, oh God, here's something I really don't want to do, but I have to do it.
Well, we were having a great time.
Starts pumping. You got to change the mood and the whole thing.
Here we're having a great time, and Jackie has to ruin it by getting like really racist.
Oh, I had the whole car reeling.
But until you went to the nigger stuff.
And then when I cleared it up, we left.
Yeah, then we had a great time. I said, okay. I didn't know that was you were reading.
He actually held it up, too. So
he was like, nigger talk.
It's right here in print. Read it.
So you can have fun with Robin's book, too. All you got to do is...
you crucify me, it's right here.
Yeah, but he didn't realize what it sounded like. And I know Steve was ready to just, leave.
He wanted to get out of the car while I was moving.
Yeah.
Because
there was a lot of good fun going around, reading about, different things, I don't want to ruin it. No.
There's one part of the book that you sort of danced around.
Yeah.
And I can't believe somebody mentioned it to me the other day. I said, Howard has never mentioned that.
Which part?
The part of the book where this guy comes and throws pebbles at my window.
Yeah. Was that the guy in...
That Jackie should read that part.
Pebbles at your window.
That's my favorite story.
That didn't...
The guy, you remember all the exhibitionism and making love in front of the guys in the car. That was the same guy.
Yeah.
But the first time we met,
I have to go back and look at that.
We didn't even exchange names.
Why am I drawing a blank on this?
Oh, wait a minute. Is that the guy that followed you home and you snuck him in?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Well, we got some good parts to read. Other parts made a better impression.
Hello, stranger. Let's go. We'll serialize.
Come to my room.
Anyway, so we were having a good time, and then we pulled up to, I guess it's the Paramount building where they
got a nice place.
You go up to this floor, right? You go in, and they've got, I know the name of the chair, too. They have individual chairs, just laid out, with lots of nice little end tables and stuff, and you sit there and they have a huge
living room,
and they got a huge movie theater, and it was just us.
And a hotline telephone right in the middle.
I forget the name of those chairs.
I know what you're talking about, though, too. They got that.
They're wooden. Yeah, they're wooden chairs. They're really expensive chairs. And the reason I know it is my in-laws once had one.
You melt into it.
Yeah. And they gave it to us when we got married. It was like passed down to us, but it was a mess by the time we got it.
That always reminds me of that chair of yours.
Oh, so you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I've been in that room because that's where I saw Forrest Gump, as a matter of fact. Yeah.
So you're in such a good mood because you're sitting there and you're getting treated like a king, and no movie could be better than that.
It's the right place to show a movie.
Yeah. So we were in there, and anyway. I don't know, maybe I was just tired. It grabbed me the wrong way, so I wanted to leave after about 45 minutes.
Oh, you're having that good a time?
Well, I don't know. Maybe I was just tired. In all fairness to Harold and Stuart Smalley and everybody. I just wanted to leave.
But you did stay?
No. So I said to the guys, look, I want to go. And we're discussing, it's going to be rude because the publicist and the projectionist are with Paramount.
Oh.
And so I said, look, Ralph, go out and check the hall. If nobody's there, I'll just sneak out. But everyone says, hey, if you're leaving, we're leaving. I said, no, you guys got to stay because it'll look like I just had to leave. Because word will get back to Harold that we left early. So everyone goes, no, you're going, we're going. So now you got to make a getaway. There's 19 guys behind you.
12 guys trying to sneak out of a building.
Yeah. So
one of them 6'5".
So all of a sudden, I get up, I open the door, I start to walk out. We're all huddled together, walking out.
Like the three.
I swear to God, we get halfway down the hall. Boom, the projectionist comes out, and he's a scary-looking guy. He looked really rugged, like he could kick our asses.
Yeah.
He comes out, and he was wearing a suit and stuff, so you could tell he was more than just a projectionist. So I don't know, it just looked like it. And he comes out, and he stares at us, and I stare at him, and I go, and we all turn around and run back into the... we all ran back in. Like scared a-holes. We didn't know what to say, and we just ran back in.
Well, we all had our coats on.
We had our coats on.
And your briefcases.
Yeah.
When do you ever grow up?
I don't know. I said, I'm 41 years old. I'm like a 12-year-old. And I can't get out of this theater. So all of a sudden, I'm like pushing Jackie and Fred, and we're pushing each other through the door, and everyone's like running to get your left asses off.
You're giggling after you get through.
So then we're sitting there, and then the projectionist starts staring at us through the glass, and he's staring and watching and making sure we're staying in.
It was like the principal.
Yeah.
Doing a head count.
So now we're like...
Did you go back and take your seat?
Yeah, we got back in, we took our seats, and we started watching it, and then Ralph went out, and I said, you got to figure out how long this movie is, because we thought it should have ended already. And then Ralph goes out, and he finds out from the projectionist. He starts rapping to the projectionist, and there's a whole nother reel, and each reel's like 20 minutes.
Oof.
So Ralph said that. I don't want to get him in trouble. Stupid idiot. Ralph, get out of here. Get out. I don't want you on my show. Check with Gary.
Sorry.
All right. It's all right. I took care of it. Anyway, I bleeped him.
Thank goodness.
Yeah. So anyway, we went back, and the projectionist said he wouldn't tell on us, so we left.
Try it again.
Oh, that's so funny. So you got past, the publicist wasn't there?
No, we got past everyone. So then I go downstairs, and there's an Entertainment Tonight crew waiting, like ambushing me to my car. I didn't even see him coming. Did you guys see him?
No. Entertainment Tonight?
Yeah.
At the last minute, they came out of nowhere.
So Ralph says, quick, get in the car. He throws me in. I didn't know what. Maybe they were following me around because I'm wanted in Texas.
Yeah, you don't know. They never yelled out a question or anything?
No, but I thought that was really kind of low and bogus. Hey, Paramount invites me to go see one of their movies, and then they got a guy from Entertainment Tonight waiting for me as I come out, and I think they were trying to ambush me over the... Because they did a piece on me last night. Because some justice of the peace said I'm wanted in Texas.
Only the bad news. Thank you,
Willie. Yeah, everyone else they do great news on. Entertainment Tonight's an incredible show. You could be Michael Jackson and molest boys, allegedly, and they'll ignore it. They'll be like, Michael Jackson's new album's coming out. It's like,
Michael Jackson on the comeback trail.
Yeah, right. Me, it's like some justice of the peace. That's a guy. That's the same as a notary republic. Who, from what I heard of his 10 seconds on the air, could barely speak English, is completely befuddled and trying to say, I don't like that he didn't like the music, and I'm going to have him arrested.
I'm going to make him pay.
Yeah, I mean, he gets his name in the news because me.
Yeah. And that's the only news E.T. can do on it.
Yeah, that's the only thing they can figure out to do for me. I don't do anything else. I don't have anything else going on.
Well, thank you for being balanced, Steve.
When I saved the guy's life from jumping off the bridge, did they do a story about it?
Nope.
Anyway. So then we all just jumped, I jumped in the car. What'd you guys do, get a cab or something? They were going the opposite direction.
Back.
Oh, did you?
Discussed it.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
I've never walked out of a movie in my life, ever.
Jackie,
getting something for free.
Yeah.
Jackie would have stayed, in all honesty.
No.
Oh.
He's trying to get me, too.
No, he wouldn't. No, I said, Jackie, you have to stay, and Jackie wouldn't stay.
I actually thought he was going to, because he was sitting there, and I said, Jackie,
a friend said, I'll stay
if you want to watch it, I'll stick with you. And he goes, no, I can't even do that.
Man.
Oh, gee, I feel bad.
Yeah.
You shouldn't. You weren't there.
I feel bad for Harold.
Yeah, because he's been nice to us, and he gave us, a special screening and a copy of Groundhog Day before it came out.
He's a good guy, and he's a talented director. Look, not everybody has their best day. It's a real weird thing.
Like I said, Harold, I still like you.
I've tried to talk to guys like Harold and some other people in Hollywood about how they're all getting too safe. They're all just, looking for that same thing.
And was he going for, a GPG kind of thing?
Yeah, I mean, we were praying for sex. We were praying for anyone to take off their clothes.
At one point, the girl in the movie, at one point...
Laura San Giacomo, we were dying for her to take her clothes off.
At one point, she had on a blouse with no sleeves, and we all oh!
Yeah.
We're dying.
Just because you saw bare arms?
That was the closest it came down.
But anyway, so we got out of there. And it was kind of weird. Anyway, I got to take a break. We're way behind.
Bad.
Yeah, I got to take a break. Once I tried to tell him, I said, you got to get in touch with who's cutting edge these days. You can't just keep going after these Saturday Night Live guys. You got to do things you got to shake things up, man.
I just watched Stripes the other night. I feel real bad.
Yeah, well, I haven't directed that.
Yeah, but Harold's in it.
Well, Harold's done some real good movies, so there. And he's going to hate us from now on.
I know. Don't hate us.
Yeah, don't hate us, dude. I got to take a break. We'll be back right after this.
We'll be back with the Howard Stern Show. Don't go away. 97.1, The Eagle.
7:16 at The Eagle. This is Brad Baxter, Eagle. It's 7:23 at 97.1 The Eagle.
Call Howard on the Eagle's toll-free line, 1-800-54-STERN. Let's return to the Howard Stern Show.
All right. Okay, I'm back. Hello. I'm wanted in Texas. I like that. I'm wanted in Texas. One of the shows, like Hard Copy, had or Current Affair had a wanted poster with my face on it.
Well, I saw it on the Channel 7 News.
The guy on Channel 2 was real angry at me. Who was that, Tony Gaida?
That's who it sounded like.
Yeah, he hates me.
He does.
You know what? He sucks anyway. I bet you Jerry Nachman's going to get rid of him.
He hated you for a little bit, and then Stutter and John got a hold of him. Then he was really out of his mind.
Yeah. Because listen to him. He's like, it's almost like he's making it sound like I put the guy up to it or something.
Here's one for your yeah, sure file. There is a warrant out for Howard Stern's arrest in South Texas. Seems that a South Texas justice of the peace, who apparently likes publicity as much as Stern does, says that if the shock jock sets foot in Texas, he could be arrested for disorderly conduct. Yeah.
Don't you find this amazing that even I would be getting publicity? That no matter what my name is attached to, gets publicity. I keep saying I wish my movie was out right now. Jesus, I would have the biggest...
Yeah.
With all this hype going on. I was like kicking myself in the head. Where's my movie?
See, now you'll have to do something with the movie.
I know. Now I'm going to have to piss off like some other ethnic group when the movie comes out. Now I got the whole marketing strategy. Who could I piss off?
Well, we'll see who's hot at that time.
Yeah.
All you have to do is dress as a priest and you'll do fine.
Yeah, you know what I'm doing? I'll walk down the street as a priest with a young boy.
There's a trailer.
Yeah.
Get the Catholic Church to do your advertising for you.
Yeah, but they went bad after a couple of days. I like the Spanish. They're feisty. They're upset when you make fun of their music.
You bit into the wrong taco.
Yeah. Who said that?
Somebody.
Yeah, somebody said that.
Sure. The warrant stems from Stern's on-air comments mocking fans of Selena, the Mexican-American pop star who was murdered 2 weeks ago. This justice of the peace said he issued the warrant on behalf of the fans of Selena. This disorderly conduct charge carries a maximum fine of $500. Free speech advocates say such a warrant is unconstitutional. Stern could not be reached for comment. Aren't we lucky?
Yeah, sure. When we return...
Aren't we lucky? That's some news.
How long did they spend on that?
Too long. Oh, don't get your panties in an uproar. I see you getting. I see that face coming on like you're ready to give a speech.
I'm ready to give a speech.
Yeah, Janet. How could you be upset about that? Tony Guida, he reads off a teleprompter for a living. It's his first ad lib in weeks.
You know, you're right. She's
Yeah.
a puppet and he's a bubblehead.
Yeah. Did you do the interview with Dana Tyler?
No, they canceled it. Must have heard our comment.
Oh, really? They canceled your interview? You're kidding me.
No, I don't know whether it was rescheduled. It was supposed to happen yesterday live, and it was off the schedule.
Oh, because I made fun of Tony Guida, man.
I have no idea. I didn't get to talk to anybody about what happened to that particular...
I'll call Jerry Nachman. I'll find out what happened.
But I was just as happy to be on Channel 7 and talk to Doug Johnson.
Yeah. You know, Jerry, he'll fire anyone who doesn't dig us because Jerry
That's
thinks we're the
right.
hottest thing on the...
They
Jerry,
don't know what's going on over there.
Jerry's the news director over there. He'll fire Tony. I'm going to poison Tony and Jerry's mind. Jerry listens to me. I'll just talk about how he's no good.
Well,
I'm going to get him fired.
If Tony's already been at 4 and
Yeah.
it's at 2, all that would be left is 7 or 9 and 5.
In Channel 9, aren't they anti-Semites? They don't like Tony. Isn't Tony Jewish?
No, he's Italian.
I know. Stupid idiot. I'm making a joke. Go right over his head.
It went over mine, too. I'm sorry.
All right. Sarah Lee Kessler is about, I don't know, she's kind of chubby and, I don't know, not the world's most exciting newscaster. She gets fired from Channel 9. She files an anti-Semitism
Must be
suit. Must be I'm Jewish.
religion.
That's like the stutterer goes, they fired me because I'm Jewish. And he's an announcer. I mean, what is that? Yeah.
Remember we had...
I like Sarah Lee. She's a nice lady. I've talked to her a few times, but, you know, geez, get off it. You're looking foolish. She's looking as foolish as this Justice of the Peace down in whatever it is, El Cayuna.
You don't even know what town you can't go to.
No, they're saying I can't go into all of Texas. That the warrant kicks in.
I can't imagine a Justice of the Peace has that much power.
Normally, no, but in my case, their powers increase tenfold. Like no understanding of the law. No understanding of the First Amendment. Oh, I will issue a warrant. It's comical.
And taking his office, you know, he's supposed to be sitting there, I suppose, doing some serious business. And, oh, I see the fans are upset. I'm going to do something.
I think I'm going to...
But how did he get into the music business that he should be responsible?
Even the ACLU said, well, if the guy doesn't like the music and you're really issuing a warrant for his arrest...
Well, didn't you see that one quote? I don't know where it came from, but the guy said, the ACLU said that it's unconstitutional. And he said, I don't have time to look at the laws. If somebody wants to come and point them out, they'll have to show me.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, he said, I don't have time to look at the laws.
Well, it's a Justice of the Peace.
What's the law got to do with it?
I think Notary of Republic could arrest me before a Justice of the Peace. How do you get a Notary of Republic? Notary of...
I thought it was Notary
of Public.
I thought it was
Notary Public, yeah. How do you get that?
You take it, you pay a fee.
Oh.
And then they
there's
give
no
you
test?
There's a
Tom Gisamundo told me there was a test.
very, very small test.
Oh.
It's very simple. They give you a book and you have to answer. It's like a driver's ed test.
Oh, I see. Notary Public. So anyway, I was with the guys. We went to the movies yesterday, and then I knew you guys were going to the Rainforest concert. I bowed out this year only because I really wanted to go, but
It's a great it's the best musical event of the year in New York.
yeah, I don't know.
It's middle of the week.
It's middle of the week. I can't do it. I don't know, man. If I don't get to bed by 8 o'clock, I'm a wreck.
And I spend the entire evening explaining how you can't break
is that
your
right?
schedule.
You know what they wanted?
I saw the picture in the paper of Sting's wife, Trudy, with a low-cut top. That looks pretty hot. But then you told me, in the middle of the concert, let me see if I got this right. In the middle of the concert, Trudy gets out on stage. This is Sting's wife.
They bring out a special podium with a special light and a special microphone.
And
a guy comes out with the podium.
yeah, all set up. And Trudy just started making a real long-winded, like Margaret Thatcher speech.
Listen to it.
Oh, you have it?
Yes. I mean, it's not Trudy. It's not the Trudy we know.
Because Trudy's the one who, like, lifts up her dress and there's no panties. And
you know, and she's all over the place. She's falling out of her dress usually.
Yeah, she's real hot.
But the good news is that little light was also on her low-cut dress.
Oh, could you see through it?
Not really, but it was very low-cut, and she's really...
And let's face it, it's really hard to take a woman seriously making a serious speech when her jugs.
That was not the dress for that speech.
Right. You listen to this and then think of her in this, like, liquid gown.
Right.
That's draped over her body.
Two tiny
Trend
strings.
spotters tell us no one wants to save the rainforest.
Just in the middle of the concert?
Yeah.
Dead center.
Right at the height.
She's real serious about this rainforest stuff. Isn't there? Wasn't the rainforest like 10 billion square acres, and now it's down to like 3?
It's like 3 miles.
Isn't it a little late?
Well,
I heard it's like 3 acres are left.
Well,
no, it's much more than
it's
that.
It's like 12. And maybe at the most there's like 12 left.
And they got a new cause now. There's some tribe that's almost extinct. They got
145 Indians left in this tribe.
So what?
And they called Trudy themselves and asked for help.
Oh, did they?
That's what she said.
Wait, so why are they extinct? Why don't they just move? I mean,
they did. They were run out of their land. That's why they're dying.
You mean they can't adapt to any other land?
they're Indians.
Indians are the least adaptable people.
Their land, they die.
God. And they're calling Trudy for help.
Hello, Trudy.
Hello, Trudy.
Be in trouble.
Listen to this. They're tired of the color green. Well, I'd like to say something back to those pundits. You're wrong.
Oh,
Dead
boy.
wrong.
What's she
Just
doing?
look at who is here tonight.
There's Fred in the front row.
Why we're here tonight.
And it went on for way too long?
Oh, yeah, we only have a few snippets of it. She
All right, I got more.
going on for a while.
I wish I was back in the Stuart Smalley movie.
We haven't run out of compassion.
Was anybody digging it?
No.
It's stronger than ever.
These are people, everyone in the audience. What did you pay for your ticket? $650?
Something like that, yeah.
Jackie was I paid $650 for this little piece of paper. The whole time. Look at it. He's holding it up.
Music!
How much was this? And he's showing everyone. How much was this?
Look at this.
$650. You should have seen him in the car.
Please.
Did you see him with the tickets, Fred, in the car?
I missed that.
Yeah, you were in the front.
Oh, no, he was carrying on about the price?
Yeah.
It's not for the concert. It's a contribution.
Yeah. I explained that it's a contribution.
Tried to explain to me. I could have bought an Indian for that. There was no consolation.
Should have given it direct to that Indian.
You know, they ought to go to Sally Struthers. She can stretch a buck.
Ugh, we can't survive them. Trudy.
Bulldozer.
Frankly,
Sally
I
takes care
regard
of whole villages on 16 cents a day.
this evening as a show of strength. What brings us together is conviction. A deep down conviction about what we should be doing to save our planet, its rainforest, and people.
Everything was so long and drawn out.
She ought to take off that dress.
Well, she did tell me exactly what her cup size was for you, but I
D?
forget.
I'm sure it's a D.
She said, "Oh, Howard missed my 36 Ds bursting forth."
That's a speech. My 36 Ds are bursting forth for the Indians.
You know what, though?
What?
Here she's ready. I'm sure Sting is in trouble with her because here she's ready to make this. She must have rehearsed that speech because she didn't muff one word.
Right.
And Sting says, "All right, Trudy, come on out and show him your dress."
No, well, you know what it is? I think his relationship with her is a lot like you and your wife, Jangy. Like,
I was thinking that too because
like
let me tell you.
Trudy gets to put on a big rainforest concert, and everyone's there to see Sting and Bruce Springsteen and Elton John, and I don't know, and they got to give Trudy something to do.
Well, it's funny because all Springsteen and all those guys sit on stools, waiting to do their show. So as soon as Trudy finished, Sting hops out of his seat and he's applauding wildly.
Right, yeah. He's embarrassed.
And then the rest of the guy goes, "Oh yeah, I got it."
We better clap too. Yeah.
Who even knows what she said?
But usually, see, Trudy's very understated. I don't know what happened this year. She doesn't usually give this speech. Usually they have a member of the Rainforest Foundation.
And they were sick.
And they were sick, so Trudy had to step in at the last minute.
Well, I am the vice president.
And she had Sting is the president and I'm the vice president. Oh.
And these incredible artists.
Yeah, but what a delivery.
And pundits.
That speech should have been over in 30 seconds.
The trend spotters tell us.
The trend spotters?
The trend spotters tell us.
No one wants to save the rainforest anymore.
No one wants to save the rainforest anymore. So you went there. And you told me you ran into John McEnroe and Patty Smythe?
I ran into Patty Smythe, yes, and she was standing there with her new beau, John McEnroe.
Was he brooding?
He was very quiet.
Well, he couldn't talk to you, right? He
just said hi.
He's too important.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Hi.
How you doing? Yeah, what a personality on him. His mother and father are real nice people because I went to a party with them. A couple of parties.
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know, but he's like,
Yeah, hot. Hot.
How did Patty look?
She looks great.
Yeah.
She sends her love,
Yeah.
but she won't be here.
Yeah, now
Send it.
as soon as he dumps her, she'll be here.
Yeah.
I could have nailed her so clean and fast. Out in L.A.
Not an argument here.
She asked me out on a date. Now she's with McEnroe.
She was between hits, too.
Oh, man, is right. She was very vulnerable to me.
Unanimous.
Yep.
She was feeling low. She had no hits. I was there. Big ugly me.
Right, she had no hits, and you were celebrating being number one in Los
Oh,
Angeles.
man. I imagine the middle of having sex, I'd be like, hey, she's pretty famous. Man, this is pretty good. She's hot. And she could sing to me afterwards. I'd make her sing to me and stuff.
She looked very good last night. Had a great dress on.
Too bad. I could have had that, but my wife won't let me date. If I was single. Oh, boy. Well, let me go through it again. What does it cost to be single?
Like half.
Half, and then, like, for the rest of your life, you got to keep paying everything?
Alimony, child support.
So your agent gets 10%, your wife gets...
And, you know, they've got that new fame thing now.
Yeah, right.
You'll have to pay on that.
And you know I'll be paying. Nah, I'm staying with my wife. I couldn't bear that. I worked too damn hard.
All those lawyers be fighting over her.
Oh, yeah, right.
Half of everything you haven't even thought of yet.
Right.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even work anymore. It wouldn't be worth it. Wouldn't even pay. It'll be like Chuck Norris. Oh, yeah, I still pay my wife. But weren't you divorced like 25 years ago? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, even when you do a movie now? Oh, yeah.
What about Christopher Cross? Royalties? Yeah, she gets
like
that.
a robot.
Yeah.
She deserves it.
Yeah, she deserves it. No, she doesn't. She didn't learn karate.
Chuck keeps repeating, she's the mother of my children.
Yeah, I know. And his children, meanwhile, are like 40 years old.
Between those lines.
That's great.
Christopher Cross, you ask him for anything, he says, call my ex-wife.
Yeah. Christopher Cross. Yeah, my wife still gets 50% of sailing. The song I wrote. And it's like, really? Yeah. When did you get divorced? 900 years ago. Oh, great. Yeah, I'll stick with my wife. Oh.
So anyway, the Rainforest concert, they sang some of their hits at the beginning.
Yeah, it's a good concert.
And then, and it was really exciting. I mean, Bruce Springsteen, Paul Simon.
Billy Joel.
Billy Joel was there.
Yeah.
Bon Jovi.
Yeah, what did he do? What did Bon Jovi do?
They only let him sing Elvis songs.
What the hell?
It was really weird because they had all those guys at the beginning, and then Bon Jovi was in the book, to be there. Whole first half of the show, no Bon Jovi. Second half of the show, I was like, what, are they mad at him?
I don't know.
Second half of the show, they let him come out about...
And what does Billy Joel do? Does he do any of his hits?
Billy Joel did like an old Ray Charles song.
Baby Grand.
He wrote.
Yeah.
It sounded like a Ray Charles song.
But he wrote with.
And then they all, the second half of the show was a tribute to Elvis and 50s songs, so they all did like Elvis stuff. But it was actually pretty funny.
And who did you tell me you saw walking out?
I saw Isabella Rossellini, Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman's the coolest dude,
and
man.
Brooke
He
Shields.
says he's quitting acting?
Right.
I wish I had seen him.
You got to see him in this movie. You got to rent this movie, The Professional. He has sort of a supporting part, but it's really cool. It's about this hitman.
The great thing about Gary Oldman is he'll take any part, but he does it to death.
Yeah, he's real good.
He was Sid Vicious.
Yeah, he's
Sid
great.
Yeah.
Great. He's good.
But he says now, he went into rehab after Beethoven.
Yeah, that's cool.
Beethoven.
That's cool.
And they had to take him to a hospital.
Yeah, he's cool.
Well, I think
And he said after he got out of rehab that he couldn't take the stress of acting anymore.
Yeah, he can take
has
it.
to quit.
Yeah, he'll be back.
I think
that's like me. I'm quitting.
You know what?
too.
His agent says, I don't think so.
Yeah. What's he gonna do?
Yeah.
I think he lives with or dates Isabella Rossellini.
Yeah, they met on that movie and they're engaged now.
Yeah, she's gonna be real happy if he's not an actor. He'll take a postal job, and she'll be married to him.
And then Brooke Shields was standing out there, who looks unbelievable.
Yeah, she's a piece of ass.
I almost didn't believe it was her.
Yeah, she's a piece of ass.
She got back in shape.
Yeah, I'd like to nail that.
And then I saw Claudia Schiffer.
I'd like to nail that.
Well, you
You'd
almost
like to nail everything.
Hey, you don't even know. You almost got a chance to be very close to her. Trudy wanted you to come to the auction and ride out on a Harley Davidson with Claudia.
Oh, big deal. Yeah, like she's gonna look at me.
But she was there with the magician.
Yeah. Amazing Randy?
Doug Henning.
Doug Henning. Yeah, she was cheating on him. She was there with Amazing Randy.
Penn.
Those are the only ones I saw.
I saw Demi Moore smoking a 13-inch cigar.
Yeah, she's cool.
It's got to be...
Man, a lot of celebrities there. When I went there, all there was Jan Wenner in the audience.
Oh, Jan was
saw Jan. I saw Jan get out of his limo. I forget.
Was he with a guy?
No, he was all alone.
Everybody was saying Jan Winter's here without Sans Guy.
Sans Guy.
I saw him get out of his limo, and I stood next to him on the corner waiting for the light to change, and I was looking all over, no board.
Here's a guy who invented, who started Rolling Stone, and he owns Us magazine and everything, and everyone just wants to see what guy he's with. now that he's announced he's a homo.
Yeah.
After 27 years of marriage, his wife's really thrilled. She's like, so what do you mean for 27 years you were thinking about guys when you were with me?
Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot, you dick.
Oh, yeah, that makes me feel real good.
How long have I been a laughing stock? Oh, yeah?
So that was the big news. He was Sans Guy.
Was Elton there alone?
Elton was cracking all those gay jokes again.
Maybe him and Jan will hook up after the show.
Well, Elton supposedly has a live-in lover.
Oh,
He met some Canadian dude.
Yeah, so does Jan.
That has changed his life. And that guy quit his law practice and now travels exclusively with Elton.
Fred, did you tell me Billy Joel has a 6-foot girlfriend?
Oh, you should have seen it.
Yeah.
He comes
That's
up to
great.
her table.
Was she sort of a redhead?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's kind of like an Angie Everhart looking.
What's he going to do, date midgets? Can you imagine, if that isn't an ad for piano lessons, Billy Joel standing next to his new model.
How it looked like she was babysitting.
Man, I tell you, if I was like 6 years old and I saw a picture of that, I would have been practicing my piano.
Pounding those ivories.
I'd be pounding the ivories, man. I just didn't realize taking piano lessons could somehow evolve into dating models. I just didn't realize it back then.
And I saw Edie Brickell. She didn't sing, but she was there.
Was she twisted in a pretzel?
Supporting Paul Simon.
She just had a baby recently.
Have you seen that video?
They look cute.
That one big hit song she had, Edie Brickell and the Bohemians?
Take
me down to the water and drown me in the lake. Whatever the hell that was.
What I am is
what I am.
What you is, you ain't. And something about a dog. I forget.
She twisted herself into a pretzel on the floor.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
And I saw Patty Scalfa and Bruce Springsteen.
She looks like she's good in bed, Patty Scalfa, because she's probably about a 6, but when you get her in bed, she's probably a 10.
Extra mile.
Yeah.
Well, Bruce seemed very happy. So.
Yeah. How's she look? Any good?
I didn't see her, Rob.
Does she look good?
She's very thin.
Try to think like a guy. Would a guy want
You would like her. Yeah. In fact, she does. She looks like a girl who would do you.
Yeah, she looks like a girl who would strip for you and then do every stupid thing you could think up.
She'd do everything for you.
Hey, honey, tonight I'm going to just spread some peanut butter on you and throw bread at you. And I'm going to poke you with a stick and give you animals.
Sting said he missed you.
Yeah.
Sorry you couldn't be there. And James Taylor was very gracious, kissed my hand.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Bruce said hello.
Bruce Springsteen said hello to you? Did he know who you were?
I told him who I was.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You woke up and go, hello.
Well, I was talking to James Taylor, and he just happened to be there.
And what did he say, man? Hey, man.
No, he said, hey, how you doing?
Big goofy douche.
Hey. And then I saw, I was actually over there, Billy Joel and the new girlfriend were sitting next to Sting when I was talking to Sting, and Armand Asante was, it was like 3 little guys.
Oh, yeah? That's what Billy Joel does. I saw him in the Hamptons once.
Uh-huh.
I went to the Hamptons once. And, of course, you see Billy Joel because he hangs out there.
That's right.
When he was married to Christy Brinkley, but Christy wasn't with him. He's had a table with 3 guys as tiny as he is.
Yeah.
And then the one other time I saw Billy Joel was when I did Letterman. I came out, and it was Billy Joel, Paul Schaefer, and some other little tiny guy, Martin Short, all standing there talking.
Mm-hmm.
If anybody of height walks over, they make you feel stupid.
Well, I have to say that Paul Simon is actually shorter than Billy Joel.
Really?
He was there. He was like the littlest guy in the whole totem pole.
Does he have that wig on?
Did he have it on?
Yes,
I think he was spraying.
And at one point, James Taylor...
You think he switched over to that spray?
I think so, because it looked like he had like these little fingers of hair on the top.
He might be into that Ron Popeil product.
Either that or he's getting like a toupee that's making him look balder.
But at one point, they were all jamming, and James Taylor and Bruce Springsteen was singing backup on a song, and Paul Simon was on the side, and there was just no way he could join in because they were like a foot taller than him.
The mic was too high.
He couldn't reach the mic.
They had to lower it for him.
But what was funny is Elton John was like really getting into his piano playing, and his hair was, flying.
Oh, yeah. He went and got fake hair, but he's like, now he's so thrilled with his fake hair, he's got bangs that actually are in his eyes. Well, if you have fake hair, wouldn't you get bangs that aren't in your eyes?
Yeah, have them well trimmed.
Yeah.
You should have seen when he came out wearing the second half of the show. He is the Liberace of our era.
Oh, yeah? Was he wearing a duck outfit?
No. It was just this. It was
gold lame pants, gold shoes, and this gold sequin jacket.
So he can get away with it because he's so talented. Because you look at him and you go, oh, I'm getting out of here. And then he starts playing and you go, oh,
yeah.
that's pretty good.
He sits at the piano. He's so out of the closet now.
And I swear to you,
he's so gay.
I think he was wearing a pink suit to the party.
Was he?
Yeah, because I
that's
think
very
he
gay.
changed into pink.
He goes more gay than gay people.
They were doing songs from the 50s, and he goes, I was going to do My Boyfriend's Back, but I decided on something else.
Right. He's always got to make reference.
Yeah.
It reminds you.
And then, of course, Bruce sang Philadelphia with him because
that's right.
the AIDS song.
That's right. Cool. they could get into the AIDS thing.
No, Elton said I was going to do My Boyfriend's Back, but instead he sang The Girl Can't Help It.
It's pretty funny.
Thank you,
Thanks, Jackie. You really
well,
know to
anyway,
destroy
here is a little bit of a couple of the guys doing their Elvis impression. I wanted to say Bon Jovi sang really well.
Great.
John was
Yeah,
great.
he's good.
He did a Roy Orbison song. It was incredible.
Yeah. And not only that, he was wearing something that really looked fantastic. I'm usually not very enthusiastic about John, but I wanted to jump on him.
What is this, Sting all shook up?
Yeah.
I got to take a break.
Well, the rest of my soul was so all in me. I'm itching like a man on a fuzzy tree. My friends say
I could sing that.
It reminded me of you a lot.
I say, yeah. I sing it as good as him. I hate to say it. And this is Billy Joel doing Don't Be Cruel.
Yeah.
Oh, everybody's into an Elvis thing. I can't stand friggin' Elvis. I hated Elvis when he was around. I hated Elvis when he was...
It's sort of cool, though, when other people do his songs.
Is
They
it?
goof on. It was almost like done tongue-in-cheek.
I don't care what it is. Maybe it's better I wasn't there.
I know you would have.
Yeah.
You know I can be found.
It's Billy Joel? Why doesn't he go back to the Hamptons and date models?
That little guy.
Maybe you can come around. At least please telephone.
Why do you have to sing it like Elvis?
Because they were all, like, doing Elvis impressions.
Billy was wearing like a leather jacket and the funny shoes.
I'm going to puke. If you're going to just sing Elvis songs, you should be in a big, fat Elvis suit with skid marks rolling off the back.
Well, the one thing I would say that Elvis did that Billy Joel didn't do is he wore clothes that fit. Billy had this little itty-bitty
leather jacket? Yeah, I know. I see he's running around like he's a biker. But it's like an elf biker.
Right.
Yeah. I got to take a break. We'll be back right after these words. Vinnie Mazzio came by. For 2 seconds, I'm going to let him give a plug for something he's doing. And then we're going to be on to a whole bunch of other stuff. Also, is tomorrow the day for the Easter egg painting or Monday?
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Any girls who want to come down and get their chest painted like Easter eggs, has anyone called?
I have 2 people lined up so far.
Oh, okay.
And 2 people that are definite. And
do you have anything to do? You got dye? What are you going to do?
Yeah, Ralph's working on that. They're going to wear rabbit ears. We're going to get special food coloring. He's got it all worked out.
And I'll try and check the girls for breast cancer.
I'll get your finger cuts.
Thank you. I'll need some, I'll need a nurse.
You don't want a full glove for that...
For the pap smear? I don't know if... and we've never had a girl go for the pap smear yet.
I don't think that... I'm sure we could make it happen.
Oh, I'm sure we could. We'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Stay right there. 97.1 The Eagle.
7:48 at the Eagle. This is Brad Baxter. Eagle. It's 7:55 at 97.1 The Eagle.
Howard Stern morning. You're rock all day. 97.1 The Eagle. We're back with The Howard Stern Show.
Jackie, my joke man, Martling. To order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette, only $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Jokeland special, buy 2, get 1 free. You want to get that CD? Yeah. It's 1-800-323-KING. And next Thursday, April 20th, Jackie at Rascals Comedy Club in West Orange, New Jersey. For filthy jokes and info, call 516-9221. Remember, 516-9221 is not a pay service. All right, I'm going to do this for 5 minutes because sometimes he could be really entertaining and sometimes he can be really annoying. The guy who lights his penis on fire, Vinnie Mazzio Jr.
Oh, he's here?
He's here. He has something to promote. You know, sometimes he's kind of funny to goof on.
It's occasionally fun.
Yeah. Maybe I'll put my shades on in case it ends up on the E! Show. Excuse me for 1 minute.
While you're doing that, let me just remind people I'll be doing a book signing on Long Island tonight.
At
the Country Glen Shopping Center in Carl Place. 6 o'clock.
Hey, Vinny.
Hey, Howard.
You look real handsome with that facial hair.
Thanks, pal.
Oh, and Vinny's friend is here, Nick Clemens, Clarence Clemens' son.
Oh, is that who that is?
Yeah. Clarence has got to be happy. Bruce finally came crawling back to him, huh? You know anything about it, Nick?
It was a good thing. It's a good thing.
Yeah. Was your dad all happy when?
It was very, you know, you wait and see what things, you know, see what comes about. And
Gary, today, can you get that microphone fixed? Don't
I tell
fix it now.
Scott to check it every morning.
No, forget Scott. Go to Tom Chiasano, who has absolutely zero to do in life, and tell him I got to have microphones that work.
There you go.
Thank you. Go right to the top. Skip over Scott. Scott's got enough to do.
How you doing, Rob?
Every day a guy sits down, the microphone actually spins on its own away from the guest.
Oh, it's like a roulette wheel.
And I can't get it fixed. Yeah, you do look like your dad, you know that?
Very much.
Yeah.
It's all in the genes, all in the genes.
Well, we know that. You don't have to explain biology to me.
That's why we look like our parents.
That's right. All in the genes, all in the genes.
I'm not a bad kid. I'm not a bad kid. Right?
What is that, Vinny? What, are you making a racial joke?
No.
What is because he's black, Vinny?
All in the genes. Get it? No, I guess not.
Nobody gets anything you say.
Is that one of your jokes?
Ouch, Jackie's always throwing stuff at me.
Vinny got completely bald, so he does what every bald guy does. He grew facial hair, and now he looks worse.
Do I really?
Yeah, it looks horrible. It accents your teeth, how bad they are with the big space in them and stuff.
I know.
We remember Vinny when he had hair, right?
Yeah.
10 years
Yeah,
ago.
we've known you a long time.
Yeah.
We knew you when you had hair.
10 years. Yeah, I had full head hair.
Want my advice, seriously? And I have no other agenda than to make you look good. The facial hair looks like a woman's private parts on you. Makes your mouth look dirty and ugly.
As long as it doesn't smell like one.
Well, there you go. See? Now you're thinking clearly.
Well, actually, that's
but if it was me, man, I know what you're saying. I know when I had short hair, I immediately grew a mustache, but I learned. I looked stupid as all could be.
Howard, you look great, man.
Now I look great, right? Yep. So do yourself a favor, man. Shave off the facial hair. First of all, you don't even have it cut right.
Right.
Ask Nick. Doesn't he look stupid?
It's a little rough around the edges. But all right.
Robin, you're a woman.
I
It's
can't
hideous.
decide exactly what.
It looks like a dog's mouth.
I don't know if he's really committed to it.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Is it growing in or is it?
I've been growing it for about 4 weeks now.
Trust me, man. Trust me. I'm no beauty. I do the best I can with what I got. God didn't give me a lot. It's not in the genes.
Well, he gave you talent.
Right. That's right.
But
Look at you.
He looks dirty.
God didn't give you looks or talent.
No,
what did God give Vinny?
Gave him a lot of good reefer.
God gave Vinny herb.
Right. No, God gave Vinny a rich father who supports him, no matter how old he gets.
Vinny found somebody to marry.
Yeah, Vinny got married. Yeah, good. It's too bad.
She must be proud.
Yeah. She's got to be thrilled with you.
Yeah.
So what, are you in the dog grooming business with her?
No, I work for Lutz Petroleum.
Yeah.
I do gas stations.
What do? You deliver?
No.
What do you do?
I'm an electrician. I'm the guy that wires the pumps so that there's no sparks and the place don't blow up.
You?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Oh, I'm good at it.
You know what's funny? Every time Vinny's here, he has a different job.
No.
One time you were washing poodles.
No, well, that's our business. I had to help get it off.
And what
the
about
ground.
when you were like an agent or something and you worked?
I'm still doing that stuff.
With who?
Well, right now I'm doing it with James Barnes and
Who's that?
I'm doing stuff with Frank D'Amico, heavy hitters.
Who's Frank D'Amico?
Frank D'Amico is the heavy set comedian, very funny.
And but I thought you were working for some agent.
This is what I'm doing now. What happened is
this is a guy trying to make it in show business his entire life, and he'll go to his grave.
Never explained to you exactly how he's connected to anybody.
Yeah, Cato Kalin will be famous before him.
I do all right. I got a new Fire Act, Howard.
No, I know all about that, but what happened with your job when you were working for an agent's office or something, and then it turned out the agent didn't even know who you were?
No.
Who was that guy?
I was working up. That wasn't who I was working for. That was his office, and I was working with Yandolino.
Who is Yandolino? Who's Frank Yandolino?
Frank Yandolino.
Who is he?
Huh?
Who is
He's
he?
the cheapest man on earth.
No, be honest. Who is he?
All right, he did the happily.
Why? Because he wouldn't pay you? I say he's the smartest man on earth. And weren't you Joe Franklin's producer for a while?
Yeah, well, I worked with Joe Franklin for a long time.
You drove a car.
I certainly did not just do that. I used to write commercials for him on his radio show. Sure. Well, actually one about neutering a dog because he had to do something for the state. And I had to call up vets and things.
What'd you get paid for that?
And then I used to do a thing on.
He has every job that you don't get paid for.
Where to go in town? No,
So who was that agent you were working for? What agent were you working for?
Frank Yandolino.
Frank Yandolino.
Yeah, and we called him and he never heard of you.
Tiny Tim's agent. Hold on, you called Bert Padell.
Oh yeah, who's Bert Padell?
Bert Padell is the business manager where Frank Yandolino's office is.
And you told me you were working for Bert Padell, and when I called him, he didn't even heard of you.
No, I wasn't working for Bert Padell. I never worked. I want to get that straight.
Is the guy's name Podell?
Bert Podell, yeah.
Oh, it's not Podell.
Right. Podell. You did that. We did this last time.
We did?
Yes.
Every time it's funny. That you can't even say the guy's name. You got a piece of schnot hanging out of my nose. Excuse me for 1 minute. All right, go ahead. Ew, get out of here.
You burn your legs.
Yeah. This guy lights his penis on fire to get some attention.
Nah.
So anyway, we found Vinnie, just for those markets that are new, we found this guy, Vinnie. I did a pay-per-view special. The first one I ever did, a long time ago. I don't know. What year was that?
That was,
it was in the 80s, like 86.
It was like 85. 87.
87, last time Vinnie worked.
No.
In show business.
U.S. Open Sores.
Right. So anyway, 1987, I did this underpants and negligee party,
right.
and Vinnie came to me and said, I'll light my genitals on fire.
We thought he had an act.
Yeah, we thought he was like a magician who lights his genitals on fire.
Well, now I'm a magician, and I do it good.
Yeah, so anyway, he comes on the show, he puts lighter fluid all over his genitals, lights them, and starts cooking an egg with a frying pan,
right.
And I'm looking at him going, wait a second, I don't think this guy is a magician. I just think he's so desperate to be in show business, he's lighting his genitals on fire.
He's burning himself up.
And you even burnt your genitals, right?
No.
His thighs.
Oh, that's what it was.
The hair on my thighs.
Was gone.
A little more than the hair. You were burnt. You were on fire. It backfired.
He was running around looking for cocoa butter and stuff.
But you told me U.S. Open Sores that, Vinny, that's good. When you get out of control, that's what they like to see. And actually, I
didn't tell you to go burn your legs to be in show business.
Let's be honest. You didn't know how to put yourself out.
Right, you hadn't worked that out
Right,
yet.
I had to rip my pants off, which was not a treat.
Yeah, what happened was he was supposed to do it in his underwear because I didn't want the guy naked doing it.
Right.
And then Vinny, because it got out of control, the fire, he had to rip his underpants off, and he's running around the studio naked. And it was really, and he's small.
I remember he tossed them, and thank God they hit into that counter, whatever it was.
Counter, yeah.
We could have had a big problem.
We could have had a big fire on
They
our
had gone into the audience.
Yeah. Isn't that how the Chicago fire got started? Some guy tried to light his genitals on fire? So anyway, that's how I met Vinny. And then now Vinny's complaining because he says he's watching Letterman the other night, and somebody ripped him off. Who ripped you off?
I don't know the guy's name.
Right. Now, what did he do?
He did. Remember in U.S. Open Sores when I lit my hat on fire?
Yes.
I took it off and my head went on fire.
Yeah.
Well, he did that.
Yeah.
And a few other things. I'm not saying the guy did. All I know is I got messages. I'm not mad at anybody. I got messages on my machine saying, "Vinny, I heard you were on Letterman. Thanks a lot for telling me." And people actually thought it was me that was on there. So I kind of
feel you're the creator of lighting yourself on fire.
So instead of getting mad, Howard, what I did was I read books. I got the gels and everything, and I put together a real professional fire act, controlled, practiced. You've
done it already?
I light my eyes on fire.
You do?
Yes, I do.
That's the new act.
Yes, I do.
You light your eyes on fire.
To debut it with you.
Debut
I
it?
my eyes.
Why is it always with fire with you?
Because that's
all he can do.
Wants.
Because Vinny says he's a comedian, and he claims he has a comedy album coming out.
Well, I'm doing Springsteen on fire now, which is great. I do a whole song on fire.
What song do you do on fire?
I do I'm on fire.
Oh, and you sing I'm on fire?
Yeah, and I'm on fire.
And how long does that go on for?
That's what I want to do on Letterman.
You want to light yourself on fire and be on fire.
Right. I do. I dress up like Bruce, and I do his voice and.
Yeah, but Letterman already had a guy who did it. It's too late.
He wants more. He said it.
He wants more people to light themselves on fire.
Yes.
I see.
But he didn't say it to you, Vinny. He
didn't say it to me.
Who did he say it to?
What? Well, he said these guys are hard to come by. That not too many people do this.
So Vinny interprets it as that he wants him.
Oh.
No, I never said he wants him. I'm trying to get on the show.
Meanwhile, Vinny tells Gary that he spoke with Letterman, and it turns out, I don't know, he wrote a letter to Morty.
No.
He said he spoke to the Letterman people. He said the Letterman people are interested in me.
Yeah.
And then I sent the tape right away. And that they are very interested, and they want to know what's going on.
Yeah, well, once Letterman hears I've had you on, he'll have you on, because half the things I do, he does anyway.
Two things about Vinny. First of all, famous last words as we were walking in the door, he goes, "Hey, by the way, I've got lighter fluid with me."
Right.
And
well, you want to light yourself up?
Well, I need some rubber cement.
Like we have that laying around.
Oh, here you go.
I happen to have some, Robin. Don't act like I'm incompetent.
If you got rubber cement, I'll run outside. I'll come in with my eyes on fire.
I heard you also light your testicles on fire now.
Well, I blow fire off of my testicles. It's
really?
Yes, I do.
Well, maybe we want to see that. Can you do that on Letterman?
I could do that on Letterman, but he's not going to let.
Yeah, that's kind of X-rated.
Like
yeah.
It's not really X-rated. I don't have to take my.
Have you actually?
No more.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Also, I wanted to go around with Letterman and knock on doors, and I'm on fire, and he can say, "Can I have a glass of water?" or whatever. And I came up with a real good idea.
Let me just say something to you. Let's say let's say something fantastic happens to you. Letterman decides to put you on.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you think your career is going to go from there?
I don't know how.
You've
Be
done
honest.
it
I honestly
for the
don't
entire
know.
country
Why,
already.
why risk
my life?
Your life. Seriously, because I've seen you do it. You're not that good at it.
You haven't seen me do it.
When you lit your head on fire, it almost burned down the entire company.
No, I had Zell gel on my head. It was fine.
No, you weren't.
Yes, I was.
You're not in control of your fire. It always
we had to put him out.
No.
That was an accident.
You had an accident.
No, guy was sitting there dribbling me with water and everything. The other guys came, put me up. I got in that handstand fine, and that was the idea. The only time I almost burnt was with Tiny Tim.
What happened there?
We were in doing a Portuguese.
You know what it is? You're so desperate to be in show business, you're lighting yourself on fire. And you know what? You're not even. It's dangerous.
And half the time he's not
I got it
careful
down,
when he puts
Howard.
the
I'm
lighter
trying to
fluid.
tell you, I got it
The
down.
fire leaps all over the place.
Hold on a second. I know you got it down. Let's say you get it down. Let's say you get on Letterman and everything. What do you think's going to happen? I got to tell you something. I met a guy who can like suck bowling balls down his throat. What is it? What does he do?
Light bulbs?
He sucks light bulbs, the whole light bulb. And he's where is he? No one's ever heard of him.
No.
Let's say you
Let
can
me
like.
tell you how controlled that guy is. He can swallow change and bring it back up the way you ask for it.
Yeah.
That's great.
Okay, now.
That's great.
So you take a match. You light your genitals on fire. You light your eyes on fire.
Right.
Let's say you perfect that. What do you think is going to? What's going to go on?
Well, it's not just that, Howard. I'm incorporating.
You're trying to build your name.
I went out. I bought some. I'm actually here for a proposition for you.
I should tell people at home what goes on. As Vinnie talks, Jackie throws balls of paper and hits him in his bald head.
I'm not bald. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
No, you're bald.
You're bald.
see, Vinny's other thing, Howard, is that he was telling Gange. I didn't even.
That he has a comedy album.
No. That he's trying to get on Saturday Night Live as a regular cast member, and if they would only put him on, he could take that show right out of the basement.
Vinny, you're not even funny.
Well,
can I be honest with you?
I know.
I've never heard you tell a funny joke. I've never heard you say anything funny.
I don't tell jokes, but
what do you do?
I got a good idea for Saturday
What's on your
Night
comedy
Live.
album?
Huh?
What's on your comedy album?
Parodies. I call people as Dr. Rude, which is supposed to be Dr. Ruth.
You make phony phone calls?
That's right. And they
That's right. That's right.
And they're
the
fooled.
first thing I've understood.
And they're fooled. They really actually believe that
All right, what do you say? Let me hear one of the routines. What do you say is Dr.
Pick
Ruth?
up the phone right now and be Dr. Ruth.
Yeah. What do you do? Here. You ready?
Uh-huh.
Here we go.
Hello, this is Dr. Ruth on the air.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi. What bookstore is Robin going to be in tonight? What place?
Actually, I'd much rather talk about sex, but if Robin would like to tell you where she's going to be.
What a rotten.
All right, very good.
Wait, I got to warm up to it.
Barnes and Noble.
Barnes and Noble.
In Carl Place in the Country Glen Shopping Center.
That's some Dr. Ruth. Oh, man. Very good. You did a nice impression. I was fooled.
I think that's Popeye.
You do Popeye?
Yeah.
All right, hold on. I'll get someone else.
Hello.
Oh, I think I'll get me a spinach daiquiri.
Oh, boy.
So, you come to steal me girl olive oil, eh? Let me see.
All right, get out of here. I've had enough. I've had enough. Seriously, get out. Get out of my studio. Get out.
This is what's on your
That's
album?
it. You're done. I'll talk to Clarence's son.
That's his album?
No,
is that on your
that's
album?
not my album.
And who is this album for? What? Be honest.
It's my comedy album about my life.
What
I talk
record
about
company?
My life. Mass Productions.
And who distributes that?
Steve Mast is the record label.
Mast Productions?
Yeah, well, Mass Productions does it, but Mast is the record label. It's going to be good, Howard. I'm buying spots on the show.
Great. No, you're not allowed.
No, come on.
I can't take it.
You got to hear it first. It's coming out in
It's called
July.
false advertising. If you advertise a comedy album, there's no laughs on it.
Wait a minute. There'll be laughs on it. This
I can't have false advertising on my
This
station.
stuff isn't on my album.
Oh, the Dr. Ruth isn't?
No, it's all
I thought you said you do
yeah.
Dr. Ruth.
Yeah, but those are the fooled phone calls.
Oh.
You know, it's hard for me to do without warming up.
Who are you calling?
Are you warmed up now?
Just different people that he had set up.
One more shot.
Yeah, give me another.
Want a shot as Dr. Ruth again? Here, I'll do El
Is that
Paso.
your best one? What's your best one?
Here we go.
You knucklehead.
No, do Dr. Ruth. That one is not your best one. Who was that, by the way, the last one you just did?
Popeye. Cramden.
Oh, that was in Popeye?
No.
Oh. All right, sorry. Cramden. All right, go ahead.
Or Kermit the Frog.
Go ahead.
Oh, boy. I
You're
need
on.
to be green. Why can it be yellow, purple, orange, or blue?
Here, you're on the
You
air.
eat me-
Here, retard, you're on the air.
Hello.
Hello. Hello, this is Dr. Oak. Can I help you?
Howard?
Howard's not here right now. You're calling the Dr. Oak show.
Come on, Howard.
This is Dr. Oak. Are you having any problems that you would like to discuss, or should I go to another caller?
No, I'll talk to Howard.
Vinny, you are so unfunny. It's like you bring the whole show to a halt. And he doesn't believe me.
Yeah, he thinks he's funny. He's always thought he's funny.
Yeah, you think you're funny. You're not funny.
I'm a burner. I burn myself.
Hi, you're on the air. Do you want to say anything?
Yes, Howard?
Yeah, quickly, because I'm going to throw Vinny out of here.
Okay, Howard, I just want to tell you that I'm calling from El Paso, and, you know, what you said about Selena was pretty funny and everything, but there's just something that I wanted to tell you, something that made me think a lot. I'm the 6th generation here in El Paso.
Please, you know what?
Is there a...
Why don't you guys get a big statue of me and burn me in effigy or something?
No, Howard, not really, because
Okay. Please,
I've been listening to you since you've been in El Paso.
Yeah, so what's the point?
The point is that every time you refer to us, you think we're all wetbacks, but we've been here a long time.
I didn't say anybody was a wetback, please. You know what? Listen, I don't care. If your idea of a fun time is trying to get in the newspaper using my name by doing something buffoonish, like saying you're going to have me arrested when I come to Texas when it's clearly not even part of the laws of this country, I don't have time for it. I'm tired of making people famous off my name.
I don't even think that's his issue.
I don't even know what this guy... I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, I don't care about Selena.
You're making as much sense as that judge.
No, I know. That's kind of ridiculous. I don't like Selena or nothing, but every time you talk about...
I know you're in this country, so behave that way. Act like an American. That's all I'm saying.
Well, what am I doing that I'm not behaving like...
I don't know. I don't know what you're doing. You find out. You call me. All I know is they got guys running around acting like judges and talking about they're going to take away people's free speech.
Why do you think he's talking about you when he says that?
Yeah. I don't know you.
Well, no, every time somebody...
All I said was I don't like that music.
He's talking about that kind of person. He's not talking about you.
Yeah. We don't mean you.
Well, I don't
Exclude
live in a
yourself.
box. I mean,
What?
I don't live in no cardboard
That's
box.
why he's not talking about you. He's talking about people who do.
Yeah, there's a lot of people in Mexico who live in cardboard boxes, and that's who we should be worrying about. Not what I say on the radio about I don't like Latin music. Who cares what music I like? I'm a disc jockey. Thank you.
He's got a right to his own opinion.
Oh, shut up, Vinny. No, I don't. Anything you say, I don't.
I know.
Anyway, Vinny, please. I like you. I think you're a scream.
Wait, okay.
Do me a favor. Plug whatever it is you want to plug, and I got to move on with my show. Yeah,
All right.
it's enough already. Do we have enough of Vinny?
He's a burner.
He's a burner.
He's a burner.
All right, go light your head on fire.
Listen, Howard, I came basically more important.
Nick, I don't understand you.
Why do you hang out with him?
Clarence is your father.
Wait a minute.
Why are you with him?
Come on, man. I'm a good person.
No, let me talk to Nick for a second. Nick, hey, you're Clarence Clemens' son, of course, from the E Street Band and everything. You're a nice guy, nice-looking guy.
You're in touch with your father?
Yes, I am.
Really?
Yes, I am.
More so is he happy Bruce is with him now?
He's very happy. It's just a matter of see how things go, and he's...
And what are you doing? Why are you hanging around with Vinny?
Well, I'm a musician myself, and
maybe Vinny could get you in the limelight or something?
No, not at all. I lay back, and you have to hit hard and hit big, and you have to wait until you're ready, and that's the way you have to do it.
So your dad supporting you?
No, I support myself.
Do you really?
Yes, I do.
How do you do that?
Playing what? How do you support yourself?
I support myself. I'm a social worker kind of / musician. And,
social worker musician. I got quasi social worker musician.
But more of a musician.
What'd you say? He's working with Vinny. He's a full-time social worker.
But, we're going to have a demo coming out real soon, and we're going to sell it to a record company. We'll see what happens.
Very good. Okay. You see, nice guy, well-mannered, well-spoken, like Clarence. I got no problem with you. You're black, I'm white. Everything's fine, okay? Take it easy.
That's what I'm trying to do.
That's what you're trying to do?
Yeah.
What? What are you trying to do?
Listen,
what are you trying to do?
I got a proposition for you. That's
you know what, Vinny, it sounds like shtick to me.
No,
I really want to go.
Not.
I got a full show. I got phone calls. I got a judge once.
I just bought an interviewer. I want to be able to...
You bought an interviewer?
What's an interviewer?
You bought an interviewer?
That was a very good one, Jack.
You bought an interviewer?
Yeah, I bought a,
What is an interviewer?
A Morant to do interviews.
Yeah.
So what I'm asking you, if I can do this...
You bought a tape recorder.
Right, but it's not a tape recorder. It's a nice unit. It's a professional interview, with levels on it and everything.
Oh, it's a tape recorder.
It's a tape recorder.
All right, you bought a tape recorder.
Right.
Yeah.
And I want to do some interviews for the show once a month.
Okay, so go out and do it. Let me hear what you do.
Okay, that's great.
Very
that's
good.
all I really
Don't mention my name, though.
Well, then how can I do
You're
it?
a freelancer.
You're a freelancer.
And you just tell him.
I swear to God, I wish I had a rope.
Why, would you hang yourself?
Yeah, Jake, I would definitely hang.
Jackie threw about 900 piles of garbage on Vinny's head.
I would definitely hang myself.
All right, listen, I've had enough. Vinnie Macio Jr., plug whatever it is you want quickly, and then get out of here.
All right.
All right, I can only take so much of this.
All right, I'm going to be at the Wine Cellar in Seaside Heights, New Jersey, comedy show tomorrow night. I'm going to be doing the Wine Cellar in Seaside Heights.
And what are you going to be doing?
Amsterdam. I'm going to be burning. I'm going to do my eyes, and I'm blowing fire.
Off your genitals.
I'm doing a whole bit, and...
How long is your act?
Huh?
How long is your
You got to
act?
see Vinnie's
now
act.
20 minutes.
Vinnie, since you're going to be on the E television show, do your fish out of water routine.
All right. I'll do my
Vinnie
fish
gets
out
on
of
the floor
water.
and pretends to be a fish.
Yeah.
Can you get it?
Yeah, and this is his act.
This hurts. I'm 35 now, so
You know
it
what Vinnie does? Vinnie has good weed. That's it.
Huh?
All right, Vinnie has good weed.
No.
That's what you should advertise.
No.
Let me smell your hand.
You still smoking, or you're off?
Vinnie's drug-free.
I absolutely am not. You can ask Nick.
He's drug-free.
Is he drug-free?
Number one. And number two is you picked the wrong day to smell my hands.
You mean Jackie wasn't smelling weed on those fingers?
No.
What were you, just with your wife?
Nick, you tell him. Tell him.
Where was he, with his wife?
Nick, tell him.
Actually,
No,
he's a
tell
married
him.
man. He's a mild man.
No. Tell him what happened. Why he shouldn't have smelled my hands.
Oh, we went to this garage, right? He wants to pay $17.50. I said, fine, let's do it. You know, we were late.
Yeah.
And he goes to his bathroom. I said, Vinnie, no, let's wait till we get to the studio. You know, he's like, no, I gotta go. Gets in there. There's no toilet paper.
Oh, Mom.
He walks out the place, and he's swishing back left to right, and I'm like, not walking behind him because I'm smelling. I'm like, man, just go wash your hands.
Dude, you've been farting all morning.
So what did Jackie just... Oh, so Jackie just smelled your hands.
You don't really think I breathed in?
I hope not. All right, Vinnie, do your fish out of water real quick.
All right, I'll do my...
Just get on the floor and flop. This is Vinnie's impression of a fish out of water. You got to see this. This is what he does on stage when people go to see him. First, what happens is he comes out, he tries to tell jokes. Let me just explain this. He tells people jokes. No one laughs. The whole audience is like dumbfounded. He panics and then starts lighting himself on fire. Because I know Belzer one time. Vinnie hired Belzer for a show. Vinnie, this is when Vinnie was a concert promoter. And every concert Vinnie promoted never made any money. So Vinnie books Belzer in like an all-black neighborhood.
Except for Jackie.
Yeah. Vinnie books Belzer in an all-black neighborhood. Like, white people don't want to see Belzer, let alone black people. So, anyway, at the Count Basie Theater. So, no one shows up. I mean, there was like 12 people in the audience. And Belzer wanted to leave.
It's not a lie by you, but it's a lie, and you can ask Gary right now. They call me back out, Gary.
The exact words,
Belzer left the stage.
Myself and Glenn Schwartz were standing in
so long ago. Christ,
and Belzer was eyeing up the window.
Right.
And he said, you know what? We go to that diner around the corner, call a car service. We could be back in Manhattan by 9 o'clock.
So anyway, Belzer was flipping out. And then,
he had to go to the beach.
Well, part of the condition is, if he hires Belzer, Vinnie has to be the opening act. So basically, Vinnie paid Belzer a lot of money just so he could open up for 12 people.
Right.
So Vinnie comes out, and Belzer says to him before he goes out, he says, Vinnie, if you light yourself on fire, I'm leaving. I don't want anybody opening for me that lights himself on fire. Vinnie goes, don't worry, I got a whole new act. I'm going out there, I'm telling jokes. Vinnie goes out, he starts telling his jokes. A minute, do you remember what you said? You started doing fish out of water, right?
Yeah, I guess.
You started, the whole place goes silent. Then he tells one other joke. Oh, come on.
He panics before the end of the first line he delivers. He starts and halfway through the line, the first line he's delivering, you hear the panic set in, and he wigs out.
Right.
He wigs out.
Yeah, I mean, this is a guy.
Howard,
wait a minute. Come on, I deserve some credit somewhere.
Well, here's the credit you get. I'm sorry, what?
Well, are you done with that story?
Well, yeah.
Because I want to tell you the Pat Cooper story.
Well, 1 second. No. So Vinnie starts to panic.
Guys, give me a break.
Vinnie starts to panic.
One time.
Vinnie starts to panic.
Really?
And all of a sudden,
seriously,
he goes, okay, I'm going to light myself on fire.
Yeah.
Belzer starts freaking out. Vinnie pulls out the lighter fluid, and he just starts lighting himself on fire.
Throwing it all around. It's all over the stage.
Yeah, the whole place stinks.
Well, my album's going to tell it all, Howard. It's out in July. He told me, I'm asking you if I could use...
Let me hear some of this album. Asking you if I could use what?
Huh?
What do you want to use?
Some of my from years ago. Some of my good clips with, like, the boat story.
What, from my show?
No. You
want to use clips from my show on your album?
I want to use some of my...
Yeah, clips of you on our show.
Right.
You want to use clips of my show on your album?
And some snippets.
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
I would never be on that.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, okay. Thank you. Then why'd you ask?
It was worth a try.
All right.
Howard, I want to fish out of water. I just have to run this story by you real quick. So Vinnie now does the same exact thing you're talking about.
The bottom of the barrel of show business.
He's doing the same exact thing you're talking about, except this time he books Pat Cooper.
Right.
But of course, Vinnie's the opening act, Count Basie Theater,
right.
The middle of nowhere, et cetera, et cetera. I said to Vinnie, how long, I'm emceeing. I bring him out and I said, how long is your act? Vinnie says, my act is minimum 12 minutes long.
Right.
Hot August night, I'm standing back there. I'm dying to get something to drink. I go downstairs to get a soda. When I come back, Vinnie is in the alley, sweating, hyperventilating.
Right.
Pat Cooper's already on stage. I never got to put Pat on. I said, what happened? And Vinnie goes, where were you? Where were you? I go, I was gone for a minute. You said you did 12 minutes.
I'm starting it.
2 minutes. He panicked. They yelled at him. And, of course, this was...
And he ran off the stage.
He ran off the stage. But this was the whole thing. This was even worse because Vinnie said, hey, man, I'm becoming too identified with the fire thing, so the fire thing is out.
Yeah, out. The one thing that he could do that he could rely on.
That I can rely on.
Yeah.
And things are different now.
So you realize that what happened was Gary was supposed to introduce Pat Cooper. In the time he went to get a soda, Vinnie had already been booed off the stage.
Run off the stage.
Gary
I wasn't
and
booed
Pat
off
was on.
I wasn't booed off the stage.
Didn't even have time to boo.
Hey, what about that time in Long Branch when you and Stuttering John were there years ago? And then I lit myself on fire. That you remember that place?
I really don't. But
no one remembers
it
that
sounds like
stuff.
a gas.
What?
No one remembers that.
Wait, and what are we supposed to remember? You lit yourself on fire.
They loved, but that's what I do, man.
Well, now that's what you do.
Now that's what I do. I might as well.
But Vinnie, what kind of life is that? To light yourself on fire? Nobody cares. Nobody's going to come to see you to light yourself on fire. If that's your whole act in show business.
My whole act.
Dude, get it out of your system. Being in show business only gets you into trouble.
I can act.
You cannot act.
I can some.
When did you start acting?
I did a
What did you do? Let me hear.
I did a movie.
How do you know you did a movie?
I swear to God. I don't
What is the name of the movie?
It was something, American Odysseys. It was a college film. Yeah, it came out in Europe and stuff, and they said I did a good job.
Oh, come on.
All right,
let me see you do fish out of water.
All right, let me do the fish out of water.
All right, do the fish out of water.
At 35.
It hurts. It hurts, then get out of the business. Nick, move over so he has room to perform.
Give him room, Nick.
All right, do your setup. Say, hey, here's a fish out of water.
All right, first I'll come into it with a frog.
All right. This is Vinnie.
Okay,
this is what he used to do, and this is when he light himself on fire because he panicked. Here he comes. You're about to hear the stand-up of Vinnie Mazzio Jr. You got to check this out. Watch this. There he is.
That's the frog.
That's a frog. You'll see this on the E! Show, but Vinnie is hopping on the floor. All right, and now? Fish out of water.
Bigger fish.
All right. Okay. Are you all right? He just bashed his ribs at the floor. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm getting a little old, Howard. So I'm trying to, you know what I mean? He knows my balls.
And then he'd do those two impressions, and then everyone would be quiet. No one was laughing. Everyone's angry. And then he'd just go, okay, I'm going to light myself on fire.
That's it. No, actually, that's why I'm asking you for the...
Do you know any jokes, like speaking jokes, that would be good for radio?
I don't know any jokes.
Okay.
I really, honestly...
All right.
Listen to him.
Well, you tried that.
Yeah, I mean...
Howard.
Yeah. Why ask you?
No, it actually is...
Are you all right? You want to sit down?
Oh, yeah, I'd like to sit down.
All right.
It's actually entertaining because he does this.
Yeah.
And then he's so out of breath because he's so much more hyped up when he does on stage.
Yeah.
He's so out of breath, he can't talk. But the entire
But I did
audience
more
is going,
down.
you're a jerk,
Well,
you stink, you're a moron. And he's trying to argue with them out of breath.
Right.
I would love to see it on video.
After you do that, you can't even talk.
And he's trying to fight with them, but he doesn't have the wit. And so, like, girls are going, you stink, you stink. Get out of here.
How could you say it? You haven't seen my act in years.
Once. Fine.
Was
And he
enough,
did the exact
right.
same thing when he opened for me. It's just
Right.
He says, I'll be on 12 minutes. He's on 45 seconds.
Right.
You guys give me the chance that I asked for.
What
you
is
don't
that?
have to.
What do you want to do?
I want that once a month thing with my tape. I bring up the tape with the
All right.
interview.
You've got it.
I appreciate
Come
it.
back next month. No, I'm not going to shake your
I don't
hand.
blame you.
All right.
But anyway.
Thank you.
Can I say my plug? Or
Yeah,
is that
quickly.
okay?
Quickly.
All right. I'm going to be at the Texaco on Route 79 in Marlboro, New Jersey, Sunday, April 23rd, giving away...
Gas station?
Yeah, I'm doing a gas station.
What do you mean? You're going to do a gig there?
What?
What are you going to do?
Well, I'm gonna give out T-shirts, mugs, sign some fire pictures and stuff like that, and it's on Sunday, April 23rd, from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock.
Good thing you didn't plan a book signing that day, Robin. You're going out the
All
door.
my audience will be over there.
Texaco on Route 79 in Marlboro, New Jersey. They're celebrating their
Why don't
grand
you go to
opening.
Robin's book signing today and light your hat on fire?
I would love to.
Would you?
If she invited me, I would absolutely.
She wish
I would
I'm
do it.
inviting you.
Listen.
She's too ashamed to invite you.
So beautiful.
So
Robin, this isn't a brownie point, but every time I see you, you look younger and more beautiful.
Why,
Shut up,
thank
Vinnie.
He's
Vinnie.
burning his eyes.
Yeah.
No.
All right, so Vinnie, all right, is that it? Is that for the plugs?
Your lollipop sweet.
Is that it for the plugs?
Well, I got one more.
All right, go ahead.
All right. I'm going to be at the Wine Cellar in Seaside Heights tomorrow night doing my new act.
Which is?
My burning my eyes.
Okay.
And blowing fire off of my
testicles.
Genitals.
Right.
And that's in Seaside Heights at 908-793-4245 on the boardwalk. And
Nick, are you going? You gonna try and get over there?
Have you seen his act?
I've seen it once. I've seen it once, and now he has a backup plan. So now he's got fire extinguisher and everything. So I don't feel as kind of.
You don't feel as bad.
As bad or guilty.
Right. Okay.
And if you like my new act,
it's coming along.
All right, Vinny.
If you like my new act and you want to book me, you can book me through James at Easy Runner at 1-800-374-9054.
Can you imagine? Vinny's lucky enough to get some work, and now he's giving some money to somebody for that.
Yeah.
Can't you book yourself?
Oh, wait, Howard.
No, I gotta go. I gotta go.
On my honeymoon. You gotta see. I don't want to show you. That one's disgusting.
All right.
But this was, I found an airplane.
Yeah, okay.
And a porcupine
All right, get out of here.
blowfish. No, you gotta look at the porcupine
I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
And this was the rat on a towel in the hotel.
All right, I don't want to see it. That's some honeymoon. All right, I got to take a break, Robin. I'll be back after these words. Thank you, Vinnie Mascio Jr.,
Howard,
all your appearances.
I swear to God, thank you.
I swear to God,
I don't care what you say to me.
You want to say something?
Yeah, I want to let you know I'm doing like a benefit for TJ Martell Foundation.
And I'll be
about cures called the Concerts for the Understanding and Research and Eliminating of Cancer and AIDS and such. And,
yeah, that'll happen in our lifetime.
Well, it might not have, but to keep people aware, high school students, let them know.
Right.
And that'll be May 12th. And you can contact the Somerville High School in Westchester County. And the band will be at Obsessions in Randolph on Thursday, April 20th. You can
All
check
right.
us out.
Nick Clemens, son of Clarence Clemens. And what as soon as
I play guitar and sing. I play guitar and sing, and work with Venture Productions down in Ocean County.
Very good.
And that's coming out pretty good. Say hi to Marcus and everybody.
Nice to see you.
Thanks for having us.
All right, and Vinny, nice to see you.
Nice to see
Thank you very much, Vinny.
Thanks a lot for letting me do that once a month.
Stop groveling. All right, we'll be back right after these words.
We'll return to the Howard Stern Show after these messages. 97.1 The Eagle.
8:29 at the Eagle. This is Brad Baxter. Eagle. It's 8:36 at 97.1 The Eagle.
Howard Stern.
Cool.
Good morning. Your rock and roll day.
You sound better than ever.
Black hole sun, won't you come?
Good. This is where Dallas Fort Worth rocks. 97.1 The Eagle.
Yeah, I'm back.
It's the Howard Stern Show.
You thought I ran out on you. You know who Stuttering John interviewed yesterday, real quick? The guy from the Knicks, Charles Oakley. He's on the Knicks, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, what I know about basketball, fitting a thimble, but I've been watching a lot of it lately. Whenever I see Michael Jordan's going to be on, I watch, because, I want to see how great he is.
Uh-huh.
And every time I watch, he sucks, but the night before, he's been great. Like, he scores 55 points against the Knicks, and then when I tune in, he just blows.
Whenever he's not on TV.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just whenever I tune in, he's no good. It's always like a disappointment to me because I want to see him, blow the house apart. But he can't do that on a regular basis. But everybody hates New York, so, they always come alive. They do. All of a sudden, the guy's scoring 55 points.
Yeah.
The whole world hates New York.
I know when I was in Chicago, everybody hated New York.
Yeah, well, Chicago really hates New York. I don't think New York spends a lot of time thinking about Chicago, but I know.
Chicago is obsessed with New York.
Yeah. I never got into that whole city rivalry. I never felt... I'm not particularly a fan of New York, and I've lived here my whole life. I've lived in the Midwest for about a year.
And you're no fan of that either.
I'm no fan of anywhere. I don't really have a feeling for where I live.
I don't understand all that.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't get defensive about it.
I was driving with one of the guys from our station in Chicago. He's like, "Yep, see that building? The world's tallest building."
Yeah, I know. They have a huge chip on their shoulder. Jackie, you were telling me it's real
everywhere
bad.
but in New York.
Yeah, I know.
Every place they're trying so hard to say, look, we got this, look, we got that, look, we got this.
Well, the New Yorkers are real obnoxious about New York because New York really has an incredible. I don't know. Like my mother, when I was living in Detroit, my parents came to visit me, and I moved into. I just moved to Detroit, and Detroit, because it's in the Midwest and it's near Chicago, is known for its beef and everything. So I take my parents to the finest steakhouse in Detroit. Because my parents always say whenever I come, whenever they come to visit me, I just take them to like a Greek diner. And, what's with me that I don't know anything about the community that I'm living in. But I was a dish shack, and I was traveling around the country doing my thing, and it was like, I don't know where to take you. And they used to visit me in college, and I used to take them to Aegean Fare, which is the Greek restaurant there. It was like a diner. Aegean Fare. And I used to have you ever been to one of those?
No.
Oh, man. It's like a diner. My mother screaming, there's flies on the food. And there was no flies on the food. But she was like, don't you go anywhere? Don't you? I said, you guys give me $100 a month to live on. Where am I going to be going?
Haven't you heard of an idea?
Yeah, I mean, where am I going to go? But I would never do any research, and I just wanted them the hell out of there. I would ship them off that day.
You didn't want them to like being there.
No, and they never came to visit after that. So, who wants your parents visiting you in college? You look like a Class A1 dweeb. Bad enough I look like this. I got my parents tagging along. I look like the monsters. So, I'm not getting laid on my own. Imagine my parents tagging behind me.
They're not girl magnets, are they?
No, not my mom and dad. So anyway, they don't look like they stepped out of a luxury magazine.
It's like when you're in junior high and your parents come to that parent day and you like hang your head low.
Yeah, that was my mom. Always proud to see them. So anyway, when I'm living in Detroit, I take them to like the finest steakhouse. It's world renowned. Supposedly this is the only place in the world you go. My mother comes in 2 seconds and she's like, oh. And when you make a reservation, they have matches on the table with your name on them and stuff. And I was a disc jockey in Detroit. I was pulling down about $30,000. This was like a lot of money for me. I take them. My mother's sitting at the table. Oh, the steak's all right. I go, well, don't you think it's like great? Because it really was great. And someone had taken us there the week before. Wally Clark had taken me there, and it was like a big deal, and it was like the finest restaurant. She goes, well, compared to New York, this isn't anything. Then the next night I take him to Chinese food. My mother goes, ugh. He takes me to Chinese food in Detroit. It's the worst food. It was horrible. We couldn't even eat it. Meanwhile, it was really good. It was really good. Not as good as New York. And even I started hating New York. You hear my mother, and you want to blow up New York. Not as good as New York. Everything's good because first of all, they know the Jews will buy. They'll buy good food. I get this whole lecture, and we have every port, so we get the freshest fruits. And the best.
And New York water makes the best
bagel.
You ever hear that?
Yeah, I've heard that.
You can't get a good bagel.
That's why you can't get it. And it's like, well, who cares? You think the rest of the country gives a rat's ass?
Yeah, nobody's even eating bagels.
Yeah. They're busy. They're there hanging Jews in the rest of the country eating bagels.
Well, I'm guilty of that because I always say the best Italian food is in New York.
Yeah, well, I don't know, but you got to hear my mother do it, and it's the height of obnoxiousness. Then she gets me believing it. Then I hated that restaurant. I hated all the restaurants in Detroit. I had to get out of there. Oh, yeah, I was having a good time. When my mother came to visit me in Washington, D.C., Washington, D.C. has some of the best restaurants in the world.
They do have wonderful restaurants.
Thai food, all that, because they have all the embassies there.
Vietnamese
food. Yeah. I'm not eeting that. I was a nom, man. I don't need that. So anyway, yeah, I ate Vietnamese food.
You ate Vietnamese food?
I ate gook fingers for lunch, okay? So anyway, I just don't deal with that, So my mother would go to Washington and all right, but not New York.
Then why go eat if you're only going to be comparing?
I was just like, let them stay home. Yeah. So anyway, real quick, because we got about a million things to do, but Stuttering John ran into Charles...
Hero of the Stupid.
Charles
How
Oakley.
Did you run into him?
Well, Charles Oakley had a book signing, actually.
He did? He wrote a book, too?
Well, no. He was
no way he wrote a book.
He was signing Men's Fitness magazine. There's a piece in it.
Somebody wrote about him.
No, but Robin, much like you, he was a half an hour late.
How dare you? It wasn't on purpose in my case.
Oh, okay, great.
So
I'll be on time tonight.
Was anybody online?
About 12 people.
Really? No, because you got to ask him a lot of questions.
Yeah, well, it was in Penn Station, and it was just like,
Why would he sign a magazine article written about him?
I don't know.
Like, what's the?
He must have got some money.
Oh, okay.
Because I know right before I did the interview, the guy from the magazine gave him a free watch.
Charles Oakley reminds me on this tape because I listened to it. It reminds me of the guy, the National Lampoon bit, Egg McMuffin. Remember that one? Egg McMuffin. Pretty funny. Here's Stuttering John and Charles Oakley meeting.
Charles, can we ask you a question? WXRK Radio.
For who?
WXRK Radio.
Well, I understand first. What's the question?
She said it was all right.
Huh?
She said it was all right.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. Do you think that Hakeem Olajuwon got good from chasing tigers?
He got what?
Do you think Hakeem Olajuwon got good from chasing tigers?
I don't know. I can't really say. I don't know what he chased. I don't really know a lot of background on Hakeem.
What do you think about OJ, innocent or guilty?
I don't know. Can't comment on that.
Who was more annoying? Who was the more annoying fan, Spike Lee or Woody Allen?
Neither one bothered me.
Pretty wild, huh? This guy's trapped with Stuttering John.
He gets the joke.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
No, he doesn't.
He doesn't know at all.
He doesn't know any of it.
Of course he does.
Do you think that Pat Ewing has a career after basketball as a male model?
No comment. You ask me all you weird questions, man. You don't ask me the question, ask me some reasonable questions.
Okay, how do you answer the charges that Pat Riley is arrogant?
I can't answer that.
Do you ever say to yourself, boy, do I have a dumb job?
I don't answer that. Okay, man, come on, you want to ask me questions? You ask me all this stupid Next.
Charles, thanks.
Right, bye.
Big fan.
Why you asking all that
What is it? Ain't something important?
Yeah.
Basketball player.
Oh, man. Why are you asking me that stupid stuff?
I just tell him that it's you, and he might watch you. It's for the Howard Stern Show.
Well, that's why that's stupid.
Hey, man, what do you have that stupid stuff for, man?
Well, that's why I'm stupid.
Isn't the question supposed to be, didn't Hakeem Olajuwon get good from chasing zebras?
No, it said tigers.
Did it?
Oh, yeah.
It's supposed to be zebras.
Does it make a difference?
To me, it does.
Zebras is more pure comedy.
Zebras are funnier. It's more African.
Tigers aren't African.
Yeah, I believe that these guys who come over from Africa are faster because they do chase the zebras.
Now, what's your next question?
He's got a funny speech pattern, Charles Oakley. He's a
What
scream.
college did he come from?
I believe Harvard. He played for them for a while.
I had to stop because Lady started pulling me off him.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
After she gave permission?
Yeah, because she must have just seen him going, what the hell's going on here?
What is this? Well, when he started cursing, publicists might want to get you out of there. You're asking me a lot of... Beep. Thinking, that might not be good for his image. That's the opposite of, like, Michael Jordan, who's busy with, like $50 billion worth of endorsements and a busy schedule. You know, he's signing magazine articles in the subway.
Michael's turning down endorsements.
Yeah, right.
I don't have time.
I would like an endorsement. Well, that was pretty funny. Thanks, man. We got to take a break. There's some guy's going to come in and check our air to make sure we're not being poisoned by the building.
Oh, we got somebody for that, huh?
Yeah, but he doesn't. I wanted a guy who scrapes. I'll tell you in a minute. Let me come back and do that. Hey, by the way, Robin will be signing books. Speaking of book signings, you're not going to be in the subway, are you?
No, not in the Port Authority or wherever Charles was.
You're going to be on Long Island, right?
I'll be at Barnes & Noble.
Right.
At the Country Glen Shopping Center.
Signing books today, right?
6 o'clock this evening.
And anyone who brings by a book can get it signed.
That's right.
Very good. What?
She'll be there at 6:45.
Oh, stop it. I'm going to be there at 6
Be on time, will you? For God's sake.
No motorcycle procession.
Try and get there at 10 or 6.
I'm not having to meet the Hells Angels.
Good.
Jackie, you coming to my book signing?
Oh, yeah.
I'll be there. Don't worry.
No, I'm going to aid you today by doing a reading.
Oh.
Jackie's going to be... Oh, and in the next hour, Jackie will be doing an interpretive reading of Robin's book.
More to come when the Howard Stern Show returns in a moment. 97.1 The Eagle.
8:48 at the Eagle. This is Brad Baxter. It's 8:55 at 97.1 The Eagle.
Call Howard on the Eagle's toll-free line, 1-800-54-STERN. We're back with the Howard Stern Show. Here's Howard.
You know, sometimes I think I wonder what would happen if I ever went on the air and told my audience that I was unfairly treated by a beverage company or an auto dealership or a sponsor. I wonder what the backlash by my fans would be. I would anticipate it would be great.
It would be very cruel.
I believe it would be a substantial negative effect on these companies. That's me just getting everyone in line.
Yeah, I understand what you're doing.
Just a buckling on them.
You know advertisers. Your best friends.
Yeah, right. I want to take some phone calls real quick, but I also want to let this guy come in and measure our air. Gary, bring this guy in real quick. This is we were talking about I saw this thing on the news. There was this teacher standing there in New Jersey, and I didn't catch the whole news story, but evidently some of the students were either dropping dead or getting some kind of disease from the school because the building, like they were showing the ceiling, and the ceiling was all black, and like the tiles, the white tiles had yellow on them, and the ceiling had all black and stuff on it. And I'm looking at it, and I'm going, hey, that looks like our ceiling. And I'm always getting sick. How you doing, dude?
Good. How are you?
Big fan?
Oh, big fan.
Can you just tell me how great I am? I need it right now.
Oh, you're really great.
Thanks.
Every morning for 10 years.
All right, it's enough ass-kissing.
Okay.
Take it easy. That's all I need. Anyway, what's your job?
I'm an industrial hygienist.
Your name is Robert Ferguson, right?
Bob, yeah.
Bob Ferguson?
That's right.
And you're an industrial...
Hygienist.
Hygienist, right.
What does that mean?
It's like a dental hygienist. They check the buildings for any kind of mold and fungi.
It's pretty good. That's right.
And there are people who actually hire you to do that?
A lot of people hire us. Oh, yeah.
Except this building.
Won't.
Yeah, this company won't. We had to sponge off one of our listeners. All I know is, man. So I'm watching. Did you see that thing in Jersey?
Yeah, it's in Pennsylvania. It's at
was it Pennsylvania?
Yeah, it's in Ben Salem. It's not far from where I live. It's a local paper.
And what are they getting?
Yeah, what kind of fungi?
They found a fungus. It's a mold called aspergillus, and they found it in the school.
Yeah.
And they found it in a couple of the vents, and they found it in some of the ductwork, and they're checking it now.
Can I just say something?
Yeah.
Our ducks are growing hair. What is that hair-like thing? It's growing hair.
It could be mold or fungus.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We're breathing that.
Oh. Yeah, you may be. Yeah.
Hey, do me a favor. So now I heard that you can measure the air in here.
I got a meter with me. This measures what's carbon dioxide, which is...
Yeah, but we probably don't have that, right?
Well, that's the air that you exhale. And what happens is if the ventilation system isn't working right, then it's not going to be taken out of the studio.
So it'll be high.
Well, yeah, it may be high, but the idea is that...
what would happen to you if there was a lot of carbon dioxide?
It's more of an indication that whether or not you're getting fresh air in here. Because
as you know what? I get by the third hour of the show, I start to get woozy.
Well, that could be that buildup.
How long does it take you to tell us that?
I can tell you right now.
Go ahead.
It's actually... close to borderline in here.
What does that mean?
Well, it's going up.
See, I knew it.
Well, go ahead.
It's at about what's called 800 parts per million right now. Anything under 1,000 is considered okay, but if it gets close to 800 to 1,000, that's considered borderline.
Meaning?
We don't have good ventilation.
Probably, your ventilation needs to be checked.
Out of every 10 checkings that you do, how often do you come across anything over 800?
Maybe 2 or 3. And it varies in different parts of the building because the ventilation in here may be different from the ventilation down the hall. It just depends upon.
So it's already over 800.
Does that mean borderline dangerous?
Yeah.
No. It doesn't.
It's not dangerous. It just means the ventilation system isn't working well.
You may need more.
That doesn't sound good to me.
Doesn't mean you're going to keel over. It means we need to fix the ventilation before it does get bad.
But right now you're under 1,000, so actually you're well within the guidelines right now.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, right here.
Well within, or should we be making sure that we keep things clean?
Well, if you had a lot more people in here, it would make a difference.
Well, sometimes we have guests.
Yeah, all right. No, okay. Listen, he's saying we have enough ventilation.
Right. Yeah?
He's saying it could be better.
Look at that ceiling.
Now, okay, now listen. Turn up the lights, Gorilla. Make yourself beautiful. All right, now take a look. Look at that.
Yeah, just because we have good ventilation doesn't mean the air isn't blowing over germs, right?
Now, Robert, you see what I want to do? You see all that black gunk all over the ceiling and the yellowish stains on the ceiling and that black stuff all over the vents? What the hell is that?
Well, that could be a couple things. It could be dust or it could be something else from the room.
Should it be there? That's the question.
Well, no, it shouldn't be there.
It doesn't look good.
Yeah, that's something that should be clean.
Yeah.
But it looks like nicotine stains.
It could be a lot of things, but if you, it's not necessarily coming from the ductwork.
How do we find out if that's fungi or something?
Well, you'd have to test that. And that requires special tests. That's not what I can do here this morning.
What do you have to do? You take samples?
You can take a sample of the air to see if any of the molds or what's called mold spores get out into the air.
That's what I need.
Oh, we could do that.
You do that?
Oh, yeah. Sure we do.
What's that cost?
Oh, not much.
How much?
A couple $100.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
No, Tom will pay for it.
I saw him around here somewhere. I'll give him a call.
Yeah. Because, I mean, I want samples taken. That's what I thought you were going to do.
Come and scrape these things and test them.
Yeah.
See what's on there.
I want to be tested.
One of the other things I can do here is I can tell you right now that the humidity in the room is about 37%. What
does that mean?
Well, you want it between 30 and 60, so it's the low end of the range, but it's within the acceptable range.
Yeah, see, I wish it was higher.
Well, if it were higher, it would be more comfortable, but if it were a lot higher, you'd have more chance of molds and spores growing because they need the
humidity.
We're trying to starve the germs of water.
Yeah.
Right.
I think Tom was telling me Legionnaire's disease was discovered right in this studio.
Oh.
we were patient zero. Come on, tell me that doesn't look a little frightening.
Well, that needs to be addressed. Yeah. It needs to be cleaned up.
So how do I get you to scrape that and tell me if there's fungi?
We can come back and take a sample. You can do what's called a wipe sample. You just wipe that, but it gets sent to the lab, and then
It takes how many days?
It takes about a week.
Okay.
It's not much different. You were a nurse before. It's not much different from the kind of test that you would do.
Why don't you do it? Tom will pay for it.
Well, I can do that.
I know, you come in here with Petri dishes and stuff, right?
Right. We come in with Petri dishes. There's some...
I'll bet you find O.J.'s blood up there, too. You do the right kind of sample. I mean, don't blow it.
I don't want to wind up in court now.
All right, well, thanks, Bob.
Oh, sure.
All right, yeah, we'll get you in there with the Petri dish.
Okay.
All right, man?
Come back anytime.
All right, thanks, dude.
All right.
Hey, Tom, will you pay for that? How much? Let's make a deal.
I can do it for a couple $100.
How much a couple? Is that 800 or 200?
Let's say 3. I'll come back.
Let's say
and take the
150.
Let's say 2.
All right.
175.
Wait, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to...
You know, Tom's
Excuse me.
negotiating.
This is my thing.
170. How about 150 and 2 mentions?
We can do that.
All right, there you go.
Well.
150 and 2 mentions? There you go.
No, at 2 mentions, it's for free.
Oh, for free?
That's
I see. All right. So,
I can
come on, don't make the guy. Come on, try to be reasonable.
$200.
$200? Okay, good. Okay. Won't you be curious to see what it is?
Sure.
Tom, doesn't it bother you that he said this dirt shouldn't be up there?
Well, wait a minute. What I heard him say was that we were well within the zone of reasonableness on this particles,
Carbon
the humidity at 37%.
We're just going to find out about fungi.
Right.
But he said these vents should be addressed.
Yeah, but that's what he's going to do. He's going to test them.
Right.
No. He didn't only mean at testing. They should be cleaned. They shouldn't be left in that condition.
Yeah, well, don't clean them until we get the test done, though.
Right.
Then you can
I
clean
just
them.
wondered what Tom thought of that.
Tom
They've
doesn't
been like
think.
this for years.
Tom ignores that.
No. I mean, they've been cleaned. When we put the dampers in here to try...
We want to see when this place was last cleaned. Hey, Bob, take a look at this. Come here. Come up here. You got to see this. I want to show you a pile of dirt. Come up here. I don't know if you can see this. Here, come here.
Whoa.
That's all right. That's my bag. It's all right. I'll clean it up in a minute. Take a look at this. Look. See all that dirt? See that in there?
Is that the hair you're talking about?
Yeah, there's hair growing.
That's a lot in there.
There's hair.
Oh.
Yeah. Do you believe that? There's more hair in there than on your head.
Look, the shroud of Turin or something.
Yeah, right.
Well, there's a lot.
Unbelievable. No one wipes down this studio.
No, that's not true.
It's disgusting.
The studio, there's a regular scheduled cleaning of the studio.
You know how long ago this was cleaned?
Yeah, it was last year, and it's coming up again soon.
The last person who cleaned this studio was Madonna when she was a janitor before she got famous. She used to sleep here.
She used to do that.
She used to sleep up here.
At the old studio.
I know. All right, anyway. Okay, Bob, thanks. Thanks, Tom.
$200.
$200, it's a deal. All right, you test for fungi.
I'll make arrangements, and I'll come back in a
Excellent, Bob.
No problem.
Excellent. Do a real thorough survey.
Can I mention the company?
Sure.
I'm with Hill International.
Paying him.
Well, he didn't.
I'll let him get a plug.
You were nice enough to come in with
all right. What is it? Hill International?
It's Hill International.
Never heard of it.
We're an international environmental firm, and it's what we do.
Okay, very good.
All right,
thanks, Bob. We look forward to your $200 investigative
We'll be
work.
back.
Thank you. There goes Bob. I like Bob. Very nice guy. He's bragging in the hall that he's spending money.
He's spending a little money.
Anyway, let me take a quick...
You should have shown him how those microphones won't even stand up when the guests are here. They keep falling in their lap.
Got to call a different guy for that. He doesn't address that stuff.
No, I'm talking about Tom. Tom's bragging about taking care of something.
Phoenix, you're on the air.
Good morning, Howard. King of all lyrics.
Yes.
You still haven't played all your old bits for...
Yeah, and I got them all sitting here, too.
Okay. Hey, is there any chance that you can get Fred, because a lot of people don't know the Baba Booey story, could he play all the different names you have for him?
Yeah, all right. Well, you know what? Tomorrow I better just get in here at 6 o'clock in the morning and start doing a retrospective of our lives.
It's painting or dyeing or breast day.
Well, yeah, in between painting women's chests for their Easter eggs, I will play our old bits.
How are you going to get that on the E-show? A lot of black lines?
Yeah, that's all. Throw up a black line, and we just put a little skimpy black line so you can almost see everything. It's the only way to do it, yeah.
Her mother-in-law?
Yeah.
Absolutely, positively swears she's coming in tomorrow.
Oh, really? Good, yeah. Think she'll let me paint her chest?
I didn't ask her that. I just wanted to get her up here.
Oh, that's going to be hot.
And then we got a couple of girls.
That's a sexy story. I want to go through that with her step by step again.
You're asking about a girl who slept with her mother-in-law, whether she'll let you clean her breast. She'll probably let you do it.
Did you get... Think she'll let us you think she'll let us give her laxatives and tape her down to a piece of plexiglass?
If you give her something to drink.
Did you get that other sex letter? Did you see that one yet?
No, which one?
The girl who had sex with her maid of honor the night before a wedding.
You know, I got that on my desk. I haven't read it yet. Is it good?
That's great.
Yeah, I got to read that on the air.
Great.
I haven't read that yet.
She was a virgin, before her husband, and had sex with her maid of honor.
No kidding.
The night before the wedding.
And
Did she leave a phone number?
The maid of honor means a married woman.
She didn't leave a phone number?
No.
No, maid is an unmarried one.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is it, John?
I was going to say, who's also coming down tomorrow for the painting?
breast?
Yeah, is Uzo. Remember that beautiful black girl?
Yeah.
She's going to come down. She's looking forward to
No kidding.
Yeah.
She's coming down?
Uzo, is that the girl who fainted at your book signing?
Yeah, she's in love with me. She worships me.
Is that the one with the squeaky voice?
Maybe I'll have sex with her.
And then there were a couple of well-endowed strippers that came down today accidentally. They're coming back tomorrow.
Oh, good.
And one of the employees that works here, his girlfriend's coming. We got a lot of people coming.
Oh, good. Okay. Very good.
Girlfriend is coming?
We'll explain tomorrow.
What happened to the bachelor party? When is it?
We're doing it next Friday, I think.
Next Thursday.
Oh, next Thursday. Because Lonnie from Scores said that a lot of the good-looking girls are going away for Easter vacation.
Who knew that this was a travel time?
He said at least 50 girls who had requested to do our party were going home for Easter.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Isn't that nice to know the girls go home for Easter?
Yeah. That must be some trip. Nice religious girls, religious strippers. So we're having Scott Einzinger's bachelor party next week. Notice no one even checked if Einzinger can make it Thursday, but who cares?
I mentioned it to him, passing him in the hall, but we're having him with or without him.
Exactly. All right, Thursday, guys, we up for it?
Absolutely.
Uh-oh, now Jackie's busy.
not saying anything.
I can't go.
You got to work that night, so what to do Wednesday? So do it Wednesday.
Do Wednesday then.
Do it Tuesday.
Is everybody available on Wednesday?
Let's do it Tuesday.
No, I'm not trying to be a pain.
No, we're accommodating you.
Let's do it Tuesday.
I can't do it Thursday. I'm taking
I can't wait.
To Tuesday now.
Tuesday of next week?
Yeah.
You might as well do it on a day before we're leaving so we can talk about it.
Right.
Yeah. So we'll do it Tuesday. What?
I have Lonnie on the phone. He says that we're all confirmed for tomorrow.
Well, I haven't spoken to him yet. He said no. His words to me were, I could do it if you want to, but I really, really strongly suggest you don't. So I was going to call him and tell him that.
All right. Why don't you go straighten things out with Lonnie on the phone?
But what day are we shooting for now? We haven't decided. What's the matter with
Jackie,
Wednesday?
what's wrong with Thursday?
It's going to work.
I'm working at Rascals that night. I mean, I could go.
So you're going to run home and go to bed?
You're going to ruin his set. He'll be all tired out.
Yeah, he's got the whole thing memorized. He never goes to sleep any other day of the week. He stays up till 10 or 11 o'clock.
Whenever I work, I go and set up, and then I go take a long nap.
Let me ask you something.
You think it's easy?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I do.
He's got to lug all that equipment, the shirts and the
What do you mean?
cups.
Oh, that's right. Let me ask you something. We get off the air Thursday, right?
Yeah.
Well, you figure we can get to Scores by what, 11:30?
Right.
We get over to Scores, hang out, 2 hours, 2.5 hours at the most. 12:30, 1:30. Let's say we get out of there at 2.
Mm-hmm.
And what do? You drive down to Jersey?
Drive to Rascals in West Orange.
Okay, which you have to do anyway.
Right.
You're there at 3. You go, set up.
It just means I get a lot shorter nap. Look, all right, Thursday if we have to do it. If it's just as easy Wednesday, that's the only reason I said that.
Then I say, you know what? I was thinking Tuesday.
How come Tuesday?
Why Tuesday?
Because Wednesday's so long to wait.
You're talking about Thursday.
Do it Tuesday. Trust me. I might have something on Wednesday.
Oh, okay.
Do it Tuesday.
Oh, okay. So, Jackie, can you make Tuesday?
I'll have to check my schedule. Yes.
Yeah, maybe. He's not going to
Fred,
show
can you
up
make
and you're
Tuesday?
gonna
Absolutely, I'm there.
If we're changing it, you better be there. Hey, John.
I'm there any day.
Oh, you don't even care.
No, but,
what has he got in his
Lonnie
schedule?
says he's got a lot of hot girls for tomorrow.
He told me yesterday that he thought that it was going to be really tough. If you want to do it tomorrow, we'll do it
Let
tomorrow.
me get Lonnie on the phone.
There's so much confusion.
Lonnie, didn't you tell me yesterday that you would do anything we wanted, which I agreed with, but you said that a lot of hot girls were leaving and another day would be better, but you would do anything we wanted.
I said it would take a little extra work to make sure that we even topped last bachelor party, and it did because about 50 girls are going away for the long weekend, but we have 200 girls. Howard was available.
Yesterday he was saying, "Oh, gee, you sure you want to do this? Because it could be even better.
Really?
I want it to be the best ever."
And you said Howard is available Friday. It's his last opportunity. And I said, "Don't worry about it. It'll be great." We went in last night, and all the girls said, "Of course, we'll stay. We want to see Howard."
Lonnie, I got 3 words for you. Fla, fla, flooey. You understand?
Howard, the girls
Wait. You want to know the difference?
Yeah.
The difference is that when I spoke to Lonnie yesterday, he hadn't spoken to any of the girls, and now he feels a lot more confident.
Lonnie, let me ask you something.
Yesterday he didn't.
Let me ask you something. In your professional opinion for the bachelor party, if we came tomorrow,
would it be good?
Would it be good?
It'll be better than the last one. We try to top ourselves each time.
And the girls are hot?
Absolutely.
And they think we're really good-looking guys and they want us real bad?
They want us. Some of the girls are not going away. Some of the new girls are dying to meet you. We have 200 women in total, so, yes, it was true. 50 girls were taking a long weekend, so it was a little extra work. But last night when we made the announcement that you were available, they all said, we want to do it.
So in other words, it wouldn't be like they would be like, oh, I got to get home, I got Easter, I got this and that. It's a big long weekend. Like they wouldn't all be like, oh, I wish these guys would just give us all their money so we can get out of there.
It was a weird day because it was Good Friday,
That's what I'm
Passover. There were a lot of people like on the staff there. But we don't want the staff there. It's just going to be you and the girls.
Right. And you're saying the girls aren't going to feel pressure to get out of there?
Pressured. They volunteered to stay. All the new girls are begging to meet you. It's going to be 40
so you're saying
girls.
you're all set for it, so if we change it again, it would really screw you up, too.
I went in last night because Gary said you were available, and
well, I'm up for tomorrow.
Well, wait a minute. Now you're saying there's 40 girls for this party.
How many girls are there for the party?
40 girls.
That's more than enough.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
I went in last night.
Thank you, Robin. Yeah. If Lonnie's handling things, it'll be fine.
What
Lonnie
happened
knows
was,
what he's doing?
Yeah, I think he does.
He said they had 200 to pick from.
Right.
Yeah.
I went in and told my boss, Craig Carlino, Gary said Howard is available Friday.
Did you tell Craig Carlino?
You were available Friday, and Craig said, whatever Howard wants. We don't care that it was 2 days' notice. We got it together. It'll be the greatest party of all time.
Who said that? Craig Carlino?
Craig Carlino.
Oh, okay.
Was that Craig Carlino?
Yeah, Fred, it was Craig Carlino who said it.
Is there anybody else you want to mention?
It was Mr. Carlino.
If we want to have Robin's father there, can we have him?
Oh,
yeah.
We're thinking of having him down there. We read her book, and he's kind of fun.
We are repealing his VIP card after that.
Is that right?
Just punishment.
Lonnie doesn't like him. All right, so
we're off for tomorrow.
The girls aren't going to be stripping and looking at their watches, in other words.
They volunteered to be there. They can't wait to meet the king of all media. Brand new girls.
Aren't a lot of these girls, orphans and stuff? They shouldn't have anywhere to go on Easter.
A lot of these girls, they have a chance to...
A lot of these girls you meet at the bus stop, right?
These are all Playboy models. You know these girls.
These girls are beautiful.
How much funny money this time?
Yeah, what's our starting funny money?
We are right now printing.
Uh-oh. I mean, there's not enough in the whole place.
We are going to have each party gets better if that's possible.
What's on the menu?
Yeah,
who cares?
So wait a second. Good Friday isn't going to affect those. You'll still be serving meat, right?
How about lobster, filet mignon?
Wow. Fred wants matzah there. He's married to a Jewish woman.
Fred's
very religious. Fred's very kosher. All right, hey, Lonnie, we'll see you tomorrow.
It'll be the greatest party of all time. Howard, I left it last night saying if you want it Friday, whatever you want, and it's already done.
Thank you, Lonnie.
Wonderful.
Very good.
It looks like it's tomorrow, then.
You know what? It's not Good Friday. It's Great Friday. Bachelor party, bachelor party, bachelor party, bachelor party, bachelor party, bachelor party. Thank God Einzinger's getting married.
Wait a second. So let me get this straight, Howard. Our day tomorrow is painting women's breasts for Easter.
I'm coming there in a diaper. I'm going to be dressed as Jesus.
Okay, our day tomorrow is painting women's breasts for Easter.
Go ahead.
Listening to a girl talk about having sex with her mother-in-law.
And then over to score.
Yes.
I'm staying home.
You know what's weird, Howard?
The only place that's safe. Yeah. Horny guys.
The last time that we were at Scores was when we were massaged here.
That's right. We always have a sexual
You get
day.
a whole sexed up day.
Yeah, I like to be all sexed up by the time I get to
So are
Scores.
you entertaining people tomorrow evening?
Yes.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I'll be on fire.
I got to hear about that on Monday.
I have some friends coming over. Yeah, it'll be real easy. Now, what I do is after we have the bachelor party at Scores, I usually run home and
you don't have time.
and then I take care of myself and get the anxiety out of my system.
Suppose you don't have time.
Do it during the party.
That'll be a problem because then it'll be an awful party.
You got to get a bath and put right in your office.
You know what I'm thinking of doing? Just doing it in the limo on the way home.
Oh.
Ronnie Duck.
I know what your schedule's like tomorrow. You may have enough time to shower, but you won't have time to sleep.
Yeah.
Ronnie, wear a raincoat.
All right. Hey, Lonnie.
Yes, Howard.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you very much.
I'm sorry I brought up the
Lonnie from
bachelor party.
Scores.
I thought it was
Thanks.
falling apart.
It almost did. Lonnie from Scores. That guy really knows how to arrange things.
You know what I do? I tell myself, you really don't enjoy this. You just do it for
I hate it.
Awful.
Howard is like heaven. Every time I look at you, there's like 5 girls around you.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Buried.
You have this weird philosophy.
I'd be a great single guy, man.
No, you won't.
Oh, I would.
You have this weird philosophy. Whenever we do something like this, I was like, well, we could do this in May. And Howard's always like, hey, man, I could be dead by May.
Yeah.
Do it tomorrow.
Yeah, you do it tomorrow. You do it while, a bird in the hand.
In fact, what you said to me the other day was, why can't we do it tomorrow? We may have another reason to do it in May.
Right. I said to you exactly, Isaac could be divorced.
Memorial Day.
They could call the wedding off.
Memorial Day.
Yeah.
Bird in the hand. It's worth the bush.
And a lot of funny money.
It's amazing to me you consider this entertainment.
Oh, I love it.
It's amazing to us you don't.
Yeah. That's right.
You could have been working there, Rob.
Yeah, Robin. According to your book, you almost worked in the profession. Well, you shouldn't be turned off to it.
No, I just find it, a different person finds it silly.
Well, what happened when you were naked at the club and you were thinking of being naked at the club?
Oh, I take your Polaroid.
I admit that there was something wrong with me.
Oh, that's when you were mental. All right.
Way back then.
All these girls have mental problems?
No, I'm not saying that. I said that was my problem. I don't know what theirs is.
If you still have that problem, why don't you come over tomorrow and get a song?
I am cured.
Entertain me.
Cured.
How much do you think Robin could get to strip one time only? Like
from me or from someone else?
No, like say we were going to put her in like Al's Diamond Cabaret. Could she get $1 million?
I don't know. Well, you would do it. You would do it for $1 million, wouldn't you?
I'd be there.
Paul would be first in line.
That's right. You think her dad would show up?
Oh, yeah.
I don't think he's still into her.
Jeez.
I think he's matured.
Yeah.
You don't think
I'm too old.
You think your father's still attracted to you?
I'm too old.
He's been there.
Yeah, it's true. You were better when you were 11.
Old stuff.
Now you're like 43.
Hey, excuse me.
How old?
Stop putting my age up any faster than it's going.
What is it?
I'm 42.
Oh, sorry.
August
Like
8th.
David Brenner now.
You are shaving a year off your age, I noticed.
You were 42 3 years ago.
I see you shaving a year. Don't start adding it to mine.
Hey, come on. I'm a young disc jockey. I'm a young, irreverent disc jockey. See, that's why I think you never got married and had kids. You don't want your father to be around your daughter.
Oh, please. Don't be ridiculous. I never wanted to have kids.
Psychobabble.
Psychobabble.
All right.
So there's no chance now that everything's gone, you won't change your mind about having kids?
No.
That's definitely out.
I love everybody else's kids.
Hey, you want Jackie to read now from your book?
I would love to hear Jackie's interpretation of my work.
All right, here.
I just happen to have it right
So we
now.
were sitting in the car yesterday, and Jackie started reading from Quivers Alive. I have to break first?
Yeah.
Okay.
A book that's available everywhere.
I want Jackie to develop this.
Should I announce what I learned yesterday?
About the place 5 and 6?
Yeah.
Why don't you wait till after the commercials?
All
Build up a little suspense.
All right.
Right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. More after this. 97.1 The Eagle. Howard, Harley's, and Pure Rock. 97.1 The Eagle. We're back with The Howard Stern Show.
Here, you read from your book?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
In fact, each day a different guy will read from the book his
Their
favorite part.
passage?
Right.
Today it's Jackie's reading.
Well, Jackie started reading to me in the car yesterday on the way over to that movie, and
Very good.
You thought you were going to split your sides.
that was good. It was it wasn't so much splitting your side. It was an interpretive reading of his favorite portion of the book.
You almost split your sides.
All right. Jackie,
Well, I fully expect Jackie to choke here.
yeah, I know.
Well, I told Howard I know
Jackie already-
Charlie Brown and Lucy. I'm going to absolutely be hung out to dry. But you know
Jackie
what?
already said to me, I know you guys aren't going to laugh. I go, you know what? It doesn't matter if
It
we laugh.
doesn't matter because I am so totally entertained by this.
All right, Jackie, which selection will you be
I'll be
doing?
reading a selection, Howard, from Chapter 6, titled The Two Jameses.
All right.
And this is about Robin, who says that she almost never had a date, but then explains the date that she did happen to take.
Okay, let's hear it. See, Robin's already laughing.
Getting good. Getting good.
Oh, I can't believe
I'm actually enjoying this more than I did yesterday.
All right, go ahead.
I was in heaven yesterday.
Well, now you got a big audience.
In a totally uncharacteristic moment of weakness, during my last year of high school, I'd agreed to let my father fix me up with a date for the senior dance. He was some guy who worked with my father at the steel mill. I should have known better. But my objective was to go to the dance, not find true love.
Jackie's going to put this on dial and
Yeah, I'm going to put it on 922.
When you dial 516-922-WINE,
You'll
Jackie.
hear this?
Hey, Jackie, maybe I should have a recording session now.
A different chapter on every line.
Yeah. All right, go ahead. So Robin now.
Use your finger.
Robin wants a date, and her father's going to say.
Oh, shut up, Jackie. Just read the
All right,
section
go ahead.
you're
All right,
working
go
on.
ahead. The father's going to set her up on a date.
Okay, now we lost it.
No.
I should have known better, but my objective was to go to the dance, not find true love. It's a good thing, too, because the boy turned out to be a complete cretin. I can honestly say that there wasn't one thing I liked about him. He was an ugly, semi-literate hulk, totally devoid of charm.
Are you adding words?
No. Robin's not sure she wrote this.
A friggin' syllable.
Wait. We start from the whole
Not
time.
a frick.
That's a good one.
He was an ugly, semi-literate hulk, totally devoid of charm, grace, or tact. He arrived in his Sunday best, and it didn't do a thing for him.
So the guy.
Oh, you.
I'm sorry.
He had a timing thing going.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Take the sentence together.
I had to give the queen her
right.
moment.
Sorry, Jackie.
Building. I will back up.
Yeah. He's doing good. I shouldn't have interrupted. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
He arrived in his Sunday best, and it didn't do a thing for him.
Look at Robin. She's like, oh, he's doing beautiful. I mean, she likes her words being read.
I, on the other hand, looked wonderful in a form-fitting black velvet number. Which was my first really sophisticated dress. The cretin's eyes almost popped out when he saw me.
The cretin's eyes almost popped out of his head.
Popped out when he saw me. I gotta skip the next one. One more.
What, you gonna do another reading? He has a great. No. That was great. Do you want to hear another reading?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
I didn't know that was that funny.
You know what? He was reading it to me. I was like, wow, this is a funny book.
There's another hunk, but.
What do you think of that reading, Gary? You didn't hear it yesterday.
We loved it.
Yeah,
we loved it.
It's a great reading.
You want to talk to a black guy who's angry at Robin for?
Of course.
Why don't you put him on and let him hear the next segment? Maybe
what he's mad about is he doesn't understand what Robin went through this abuse. Why does she have to make it public to make a buck off it?
Oh, that's what I'm doing. Sure.
He's a goofy guy, though.
What's wrong with making it? It's her life. You might as well. You know what? Is he real? Does he speak real funny?
Moderately funny.
Okay. And then I'll put him on.
What is he up to that he doesn't want his children to disclose?
You're right.
Hey, it's her life. You might as well talk about it.
No, it's a shame what Robin is doing. There are many genuinely abused victims in this country.
Oh, I'm not genuinely abused. Is that what you're saying?
Well, let the man make a point.
You're lying. You're lying.
Do you think her father didn't do that to her?
I don't believe so.
Did you read the book?
Yes, I did. You're lying. I don't believe you.
Why would I lie?
Well, let's hear how he knows
I
that you're lying.
know.
Wait, you're getting defensive for a second.
No. I had a very valid question.
Wait a second.
There have been people who have written and said the abuse that Robin suffered wasn't all that great in terms of, the kinds of abuse stories people have told in the past.
Sounded pretty bad to me.
So why wouldn't I just say there are a lot of other things that happened if I was lying?
I don't believe that.
All right, now tell me why.
Because I've sat here many times. I've listened to this show for years.
Go ahead.
And I've heard you spoke about abuse victims before. Robin have joined you. She have never shown any sign of emotion, being anger, being depressed. She's lying.
This is a comedy show, sir.
It's all for the sake of money. And she's trying to get attention. It's a shame what you're doing. And stop it.
Robin, can you stop it already? Can you stop lying about the abuse? The guy.
Who is this guy? Some guy putting on an accent.
It's Billy from his house.
This might be that cretin.
Did you date Robin?
No, I bought this book and I tore it up and burned it up yesterday.
You burned it?
Just as long as you pay.
So where are you from? That accent is very unusual.
I'm from the Caribbean.
Oh, you are from the Caribbean?
Yeah, I listen to the show every day. I mean, it's a shame what she does to black people on the show anyway. But I can't believe that she would go out and lie about being abused just to get attention.
Well, it's a hard thing to prove, but, you know what? I'm going to tell you something about Robin. Not only did her father admit to it, but...
Hey, he hasn't said the book is a lie.
Her father probably just does it just to save her, just to save him.
You think he's getting a cut of the book?
I think so.
This guy's like, he should be on the OJ jury.
I tell you, boy, you got some defense going.
And Howard, I also believe OJ is innocent. And if you listen to...
Oh, there, now you're going to argue with this guy? How is OJ innocent? Go ahead.
If you listen to what's been going on yesterday with the mess that was constructed in that that evidence collection, more and more, I'm beginning to believe.
Did you understand that a poor evidence collection?
Right.
Listen to me carefully, because you're not that bright. The poor evidence collection would make it actually harder to tell it was O.J.'s blood. In fact, in cases of poor evidence collection, it would wash out O.J.'s blood. O.J.'s blood is there. All right, okay. You know what?
You don't understand.
It was clearly contamination.
Okay. If there's... So what do you do for a living? I hear you being buzzed.
I'm an accountant.
You are?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you something. I would never let you do my taxes. In the Caribbean, I'd let you do my taxes.
I'm telling you.
No, listen to me, sir. If there's contamination, O.J.'s blood would be lessened, not enhanced. Oh, for God's sake. How dare he insult my Robin. Now, let's get back to the book and Jackie's interpretive reading. Quivers, Alive. Jackie Martling.
The point of the two Jameses is the second James is she leaves the cretin.
Right.
Continues to chase her, but I'm going to skip over that.
Okay.
Because he just can't get enough of her, and she rejects him. But this is her meeting James. Who almost claims her as a prize, but
this is where Robin
to find out if he does or doesn't.
This is where Robin meets the second James.
Yeah.
No, the
first James was not a romantic interest.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you, Jackie. And now, Jackie as Robin reading from her book.
What I didn't know was that I'd find my Prince Charming as close to home as my friend Marlene's kitchen. Marlene was one of my last classmates who didn't have a guy. We became partners on the prowl.
Isn't it interesting to see what Jackie's favorite part would be?
Really?
Yeah, go ahead.
On our first outing, we met at her house. I was early, so she was still dressing.
Go ahead, stop the laugh. Just do it. You're not that funny. Go ahead.
Shut up.
Okay. When you don't laugh at yourself, you're funny. Go ahead.
I'm laughing. Don't you laugh.
All right, don't break yourself up. You do interpretive reading.
I had on my man... This is in quotes.
Okay.
I had on my man-trapping outfit. We're talking a lime green tennis skirt and a navy blue shell.
What is
the
that?
colors of the day. And all you could see were legs for days. I forgot all about fashion, though, when I walked into Marlene's kitchen and saw him.
Ooh.
And I don't know.
Beautiful read. Come on. Give the guy some credit.
I don't know what the other guys will choose, but I'm hoping that no one will choose the passage that I will be doing if I get another opportunity.
Do you have another passage selected? Oh, he's full of that.
I don't want to overdo it here.
I'll do one more.
You do one more. I love it.
See, but
you got to admit he's good at it.
Each part, though, you really need the build of
what's going on. All right, just save it.
Maybe this doesn't need, you know.
Is it a paragraph? Here's Jackie again. He obviously wants to read more.
I mean, this is not a bitch. I mean,
he read to me for about 15 minutes in the car, and he had me going.
Maybe let me
it's
go.
different.
I'll go a little faster.
I should have let Jackie do my audio.
Yeah, I know. You don't tell me you did it.
Yes.
No. Jackie did
I'll
it.
go a little faster so it's not so drawn out.
No. You read. I don't want to ruin your
impression. You read the way you think I wrote it.
Very regal.
Don't shortchange it.
It was probably that kind of peer pressure that convinced me that now was the time to shed my virginity. It never occurred to me that I could be a lesbian, and I figured that if I wasn't a virgin anymore, it would end the speculation of others. With James out of the picture, I was free to find out. The lucky man turned out to be a friend of my roommate's ex-con boyfriend. His name was Billy. He was like all the boys back in my old neighborhood. A decent sort.
How dare you read my words?
But not much ambition. He'd finished high school and had gotten himself a job. The next thing on the agenda was to find himself a woman. He flipped for me the night we met, so I thought, why not? I don't think either of us knew what we were doing. Oh, for all I know, Billy might have been a virgin too. The big event took place in his mother's converted basement, which served as his Washington, D.C. bachelor pad. I had no idea what I was in for. The pain was excruciating. I would have preferred to have been stabbed repeatedly. But here I was instead with my head repeatedly banging into the headboard of his bed. But I was determined to rid myself of this dreaded virginity.
Getting rid of it.
So I gritted my teeth and stuck it out. Just as the pain was beginning to subside, he stopped thrusting, shuddered, and collapsed on me like a dead man. My first thought was that what all the fuss was about? But my second was that I was now a proud member in good standing of the Sisterhood of the Sexually Active.
Wow.
Girl, you as a woman.
He loves reading out loud.
Oh, my
He loves it. You have given him a purpose in life. That's what he's doing at Rascals. He's going to be reading from your book.
It will be a fresh reading.
You'll be picking out new paragraphs.
Yes, as I go on.
Well, nice work, Jackie.
Thank you very much.
Pretty wild stuff, huh? It's different when he reads it, isn't it?
Very.
It's funny.
Takes on another dimension.
Yeah, it does.
There's a party in every paragraph.
Well, if you want to read to Robin, she'll be having a reading tonight at the, where is that?
I'm having a book signing.
Book signing.
I'm not reading anything.
No, really, where are you signing books? Give it a plug.
I'm going to be signing books at the Country Glen Shopping Center. There's a Barnes & Noble there in Carl Place. I'll be there at 6 o'clock sharp.
Well,
thank you, Jackie. Jackie, a reader.
And it is a great book.
Quivers.
I'm really enjoying reading it.
Quivers by Jackie.
I think this is the first book Jackie's ever read. And really relishing every page.
It's opening up a whole new world to him. I told you the other day, he told me he was reading about 15 minutes every day and absorbing.
But you see how he's reading it. That's why, now I understand why it takes
15 minutes.
Takes his energy out.
Takes 20 minutes to read the eye.
He's absorbing.
I lost my virginity.
My dread virginity.
I didn't realize he was having that much fun with the book.
Oh, goodness.
Wow. No wonder it's debuting number 6 on the New York Times bestseller list.
Yes, that's the big news. I'm going to be number 6 on the New York Times bestseller list.
I just picture her sitting there, typing away. I, on the other hand, looked wonderful and trying to figure out which words she picked. Should I say elegant or wonderful or stupendous or a little strong?
The superlatives are getting too strong.
When Jackie started doing his legs forever read yesterday,
again. The colors of the day.
The colors of the day.
That was really the best passage.
Oh, stop it. Not again.
No,
enough.
please. He's ready, though.
Yeah.
He loves doing that.
All right. I am going to take a break. And,
I'm crying.
what are you wearing? The colors of the day?
No, not today.
All right. Do you have legs forever today? What? Colors of the day? Those were the hip colors of the day.
Yeah, everybody was wearing lime green and navy blue back then, Jackie.
Them was all the gals were wearing, you cretin.
When the cretin saw me,
his eyes
popped out of his head.
Holy Jesus.
When the cretin beheld me.
What words did you decide against instead of cretin? There must have been other choices.
Is Gorgot?
Gorgot.
Simpleton.
How dare he date me?
Fey fool.
Fey fool that he was. All right, listen, let's take a break. Obviously, a lot of people having fun with the book. Reading it in ways you never imagined.
I'm saving myself for a friend of an ex.
You know what? However I hit you, that's fine.
What is it?
Everyone's calling, loving this.
I love that. It's a great reading.
Everyone's saying Jackie shouldn't put out any more of his CDs and just do this.
Just read my book.
Well, he says to me, Jay, Howard, I'm going home, and then we'll call Dial a Joke, and my reading will be on there. I go, that's the greatest. I said, I would actually call your stupid number if you had that.
Is that all right with you, Robin, if I put it on?
No, absolutely.
That's right, he has to get your permission because it's copyrighted material. You could sue him. No, she's into it. She's into the whole sales mode. That much I know.
I'll be on there tomorrow.
That is hysterical.
This fact you gave me is very interesting about your book, and I would like to address that for a brief second.
All right.
Do I have a second, Fred?
Yeah.
Good morning, Howard. I finished Robin's book over the weekend. It was interesting to say the least. I would be interested in knowing what you, Gary, and especially Fred were thinking when Robin was acting like a raving maniac. Tell Jackie to save his breath. Love you all except Jackie. P.S. Can you tell us, or is Robin still that scary? Well, actually, Robin is not completely cured, even though she thinks she is.
Oh, boy. Look who's diagnosing me.
I'm not saying I'm well. I'm just telling you I'm not cured. So,
yes,
anyway.
I know you're not cured.
But Robin is cured. Who wants to go first?
I do.
Okay.
Well, I didn't know what was going on with Robin, but I thought that maybe at one point Robin actually had me convinced that there might be something wrong with me. and there's a story in the book where Robin talks about how she yelled at me having to do with the birthday show when she spoke to you. And I remember when you walked me out of the building, and I was really, really flustered. And you said to me, Gary, don't worry, Robin, she goes a little off, she's a little out there. She's a little nutty and everything. And I remember thinking...
Of course, you're insane.
And I remember thinking...
I knew it wasn't his fault.
And I remember thinking to myself, Howard probably went home and called Robin and said, don't worry about Gary, he's a little nutty.
That's
he's
exactly what I did. I just told both of you but no, actually, I told Gary that you were insane.
But I didn't believe Howard.
I mean, I smoothed it out. Once I said that, he was like, I said, you gotta understand, she's insane.
But Howard mentioned to me that you had sort of, in the past, had some episodes, and I just didn't believe them.
What episodes are you talking about?
Where you go off and you go whacked out.
Right.
You told Gary this.
Of course.
When did you do this?
Every day.
Now I'm getting upset.
The morning after that fight, after you and I made up, I walked Howard down to the car. And I said, man, that was pretty wild.
Gary was really shook up. And the fight made no sense. So I said, it's Robin. She doesn't make sense. and on the air, she makes sense.
And Fred, as well, used to try to convince me, hey, don't worry, it's not you. But I thought there was something wrong with me.
Freddie, too, was talking behind my back?
Oh, everyone was. They'd all come to me, and I had to smooth everything out.
I was new. I had no idea.
And Jackie actually was good because he just didn't even pay attention to it.
I was trying to figure you guys out.
So that's what was going on. Now I'm finding out things.
Yeah, Fred, is that pretty accurate?
I'd say you're absolutely right. And also, as a postscript, she's better, but she still has to be watched.
Right.
Thank you, Fred, Mr. Maniac.
In other words, there's a second book in her.
I think you're right. If not in her, in us, as an addendum to the book that just came out.
Yes, and I will go on the record as saying...
I used to like Fred.
I sort of was the glue that held everything together for Robin. You don't know. I should write a book on how many meetings I had to take behind the scenes to hold Robin's job together. People were like, I don't understand her. How could she work here? I said, she's talented. Who cares how kooky she is off the air? I don't have any problem with it.
Robin, he actually said that to me many times. He said, listen, Robin's a little kooky. She goes wild off the air, but she's the best person I've ever worked with, and I don't care what she does in the rest of her life.
I don't care how miserable she makes you. Just sit there. I said, hey, stupid, just stand there and take it. And don't let it mean anything. She'll forget it the next day. What you did.
This is horrible. I'm so sorry.
She's never written a book. I told you.
No, I had no clue what
you were
people
whacked.
perceived about my carrying on.
Yeah.
I mean, it really shocked me when I discovered Gary was so hurt. It really did.
Did it? Really?
I was devastated.
Oh, yeah.
I was devastated.
We used to huddle like under the desk with the interns and even the guy in promotions. We'd like, because you just never knew.
Yeah, Jackie's contract crap was a holiday compared to you. I mean, really. Once every 3 years, Jackie.
That was a party.
Yeah. Other than that, he's okay. But look, you've pulled through in Quivers of Life, and that's
now
the.
You're telling people I still should be what?
Well, I don't know.
I'm gonna cry.
Go celebrate with Robin.
There you go.
But actually, the book is a great read, and you'll enjoy it. And you should go. You should quickly run for it. For the sellout.
It does make me sad to think that I did that to people.
Well, just say you were sick back then. Now you're healthy.
I was, but there's no excuse.
That's right. And if you want, buy the book and read it out loud.
Read it to your friends.
Now, who's going to do the next week? Is Fred going to go next?
I could go or Gary could go.
Yeah, all right. So next week we'll have more readings?
Okay.
Sure.
Gary, you going to do a reading?
Sure.
Okay, sure. All right,
Over the
good.
weekend, I'll find my 6 best selections.
All right, very good. Nice reading, Jackie.
It was beautiful.
Thank you very much.
Some of the best work he's ever done.
You know what? He finally found something he does good.
He does that well.
Yeah.
You know, it's been how many years?
Yeah.
My God, did I enjoy that.
I know.
It's so much better than your Michael Jackson.
How many years?
Because Jackie is mad about everything. My stand-up career, I should be more famous. That he does. People are calling. They can't get enough.
They can't.
If you did that on Star Search, you would have won.
Easy.
I hadn't written it.
Maybe
I know.
Star Search with one of these.
What did I hear about Jackie recently?
What?
Oh, yeah, I know what it is. I don't even know if I'm supposed to talk about it on the air.
Oh, yeah?
Gary? Can I whisper it to you, Gary, and then you tell me if... All right. Do you know that?
I didn't hear about that. I didn't know that.
Can he talk about it on the air?
You think I could talk about that on the air?
Yeah, I mean, do you know if there's a particular reason?
Yeah,
I mean, you know the
I know the
behind
reason.
it?
I know the reason.
I mean,
he's doing it.
I can guess the reason.
What do you think the reason is?
Well, because they're not nice to him.
Right. Exactly.
Oh, what's this about?
Yeah, Jackie's got a whole other thing
He's
going
at war?
on. I'll do it another day. We've got to get to the news.
All right. Oh, my goodness. Look at what time it is.
Yeah. We're busy promoting books. All right, let's take a break. And when we come back, the news.
You didn't answer the question properly.
Which is? What is
What do you think? Am I still... See, they talked. I'm not that scary.
I think you got it more under control, but I'm still waiting for the old Robin to pop out. I think it could happen any day.
I think...
Because what happened with her assistant? That's what I can't figure out.
Again,
I think the old Robin popped out.
You
could be right. Yeah.
I'm the only one in the world with problems.
Don't. No, it could happen anytime.
You're not giving me the benefit of the
No,
doubt.
but Robin, you're not the only one in the world with problems. You just keep meeting all these other people who have them.
And nobody on this show gets the benefit of the doubt, Robin. Nobody gets the benefit.
We're just waiting. I'm just waiting to see.
All I
So
know.
far, I will say you are better.
Well, how could I certainly couldn't keep it? I certainly couldn't keep it under control before.
That's
how
true.
come I'm doing it now?
That's a mystery. I'm not a psychiatrist.
Yeah, I think it's like sometimes I think Robin's playing a game.
Yeah.
You know, like she's, I can take it.
Well,
and she
you know
goes
what,
home
you know
and
what it
kicks
could
the cat.
be? You know what it could be? It could be like the eye of a hurricane. Like you get the leading edge, and then there's that calm in the center.
Fred, can I say something? I never know what you're talking about. There's never once I heard
that analogy
about.
before.
That's why I like him to explain.
What is it, Stuttering John?
You know how she's better, Howard? She doesn't yell in public anymore. She just gets you when you're alone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she just knows how to... Like,
Yeah, but that's not fair. You're really stupid.
You are the most irritating human being on earth.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right, let's take a break. Enough discussion of Quivers of Life. Let's do the news when we get back. And
If I'm so scary, why is John always saying, Robin, we haven't hung out?
I'm...
Exactly. All right, let's take a break.
Is he going to do a reading? I like the
John, you can do a reading?
Back with the Howard Stern Show. Don't go away. 97.1 The Eagle. Howard Stern. Morning. Your rock and roll day.
You sound better than ever.
This is where Dallas Fort Worth rocks. 97.1 The Eagle. Let's return to the Howard Stern Show.
By all means, you're listening to a man who can't set foot in Texas because the Justice of the Peace has laid down the law.
Yes.
Made a lot of sense. It's a pretty important news story. I think it was the lead story on every station that I saw. It's a pretty important news story. Hey, Jackie, you're getting some faxes, man. I'm telling you. You finally hit into something that you could do good. I mean, I'm talking about people would pay big money.
The vein, huh? Tap the vein.
Listen, I know you're talented, but this is something.
Stumbled on it.
Howard, save your voice tomorrow and just let Jackie read Robin's book for all 5 hours. I could never get tired of that. It's the best. Even though Jackie is a retard. That's signed Oz. You want to hear some more? Instead of Best of Stern, could you have Jackie read from Robin's book while Howard is away? Howard, 3 words. Book on tape. Howard, I'd pay $200 for an audiobook of Robin's book done by Jackie. He's great.
How much?
$200.
I smell a partnership there.
Really?
This stuff about Robin's book is going to cause me to actually die of laughter. Jackie was incredible. When do you ever get a fax? Jackie was incredible.
You're going to die of laughter?
Jackie, especially doing impressions.
This is what Jackie has lived for his whole life, to hear someone say that.
You know he's going to run home and get that dial-a-joke thing going. Jackie was incredible. I can't wait to hear Fred. Ooh. He does the best Robin. Don't forget to play the British royalty music when he does his reading. Well, in all fairness, Jackie didn't want music or anything.
No,
he likes to do
requested.
it. Yeah, well, he went over big in the car, and there was nothing playing back there. So.
He didn't want to overproduce, Howard.
Right. Because then everyone would right away say, it wasn't Jackie, it was the music that was funny.
That's fair.
The show rules. And that's from Ralph D., king of all software developers. Well, there you go.
Jackie's a hit.
Jackie's a big hit. There you go, Jackie.
2 words you thought you'd never hear.
Well, I haven't heard it in all these years, and now suddenly he came into his own.
Here's another one. Jackie should get a cut due to the number of books he just sold.
That's right.
Jackie was wondering what he was doing.
Jackie.
And then this final fact that makes no sense to me at all. Howard, you should make Robin strip for plugs. I don't understand what that means.
What it means is take your clothes off. If you're getting all these free plugs.
It's real hard to understand.
I think you understand that perfectly.
I don't know who that is. And you shouldn't take his advice.
At your book signing, will you take your top off and strip down to bra?
No.
You will not. All right. Well, that's your decision.
But Jackie will. Jackie's coming with no top.
Topless. Well, Jackie, you're a big hit. Congratulations.
Thanks.
Jackie will be doing a reading. Well, I have to start paying Jackie to come and read at the book signing.
That'd be great. That droning on in the background. Me. Anyway, Robin, what is in the regular news?
Oh.
Beside you.
Well, Howard, the O.J. Simpson trial continues to make the headlines.
I hate that guy, Barry Scheck.
Barry Scheck has been continuing to hammer away at a very tired, a very worn-out Dennis Fung, who seems to be wilting under the pressure.
All right, so the guy didn't put the glove on. So he put the glove on top of a blanket. He put a blanket on top of the body.
Yeah,
OJ's
maybe
not
some
innocent.
of the samples weren't collected properly.
Yeah, but it's O.J.'s blood.
But they still have O.J.'s blood. Oh, and the defense made a mistake yesterday. Barry Scheck was getting so pleased with himself.
Yeah, I know. He screwed up.
He lost it and forgot what he was doing. Judge Lance Ito had said to the prosecution he didn't want any evidence introduced about test results.
Right.
And all of a sudden, Barry Scheck was asking Dennis Fung if a test result was positive.
And that blew it.
And that means possibly that the prosecution can now introduce all those tests, and that would mean the jury would start hearing about blood in the shower, blood in the sink, blood everywhere.
Why the jury wasn't going to hear about that is beyond me.
I suppose it might have been introduced on. I don't think I wasn't around for that ruling.
Well,
so I
think
don't
it
know
was
exactly what it had to do with.
It had something to do with the warrant, but I thought it was also because it was pheno something tests in particular that the judge felt he didn't want to give the results to. Why, I don't know.
Okay.
But now
Maybe
he has to.
A specific test.
Yeah. So I don't know what was going on, but all I know is, then they say, yes, not only is O.J.'s blood at the scene, but Ron Goldman's blood is in the Bronco.
Mm-hmm. Now, how'd that get there?
What is this? And if you're going to go under the assumption that the police framed O.J. Simpson for some God unknown, of all the people, like he's a black radical, they wanted to get him. For some reason, they wanted to frame O.J. Simpson and go to all the trouble of killing 2 people to do it. If they did that, there's not one shred of evidence. There's not anything that would indicate that this is happening. And yet there are people, that woman who came up the jury? Yeah, the police framed him. But how do you know that?
Mark Furman, he's cocky and arrogant.
Oh, that's right. Someone ought to test her IQ. She can't possibly have a high IQ. Making statements like that.
I don't know if that's an IQ problem.
Really? I don't know. My dad said they should test everyone's IQ on the jury, just to make sure that they're dealing with any kind of intelligence. These people are plants.
They'd have to have known he was going to be home at that exact time with no alibi whatsoever. It's so ludicrous.
And, of course, I guess one of the cops jumped over the fence and made that noise behind Cato's house. I don't know, man. It's just awfully thin. And the guy should be in jail for the rest of his life. He should actually get the gas chamber for murdering 2 people. But,
yeah,
I've decided in my mind, I've come to grips with this whole thing, that I don't care. If O.J. gets out, my life is not going to change.
Well, it wouldn't have changed anyway.
I'm not going to be affected by O.J.
A guy came up to me last night and he said he has a friend in the professional athlete community, and that all the professional athletes know he's guilty, and it's a joke in the athletic community that he's going to get off.
I know. Well, this is...
That they goof about it. That they
this is a big, F-you to the white man.
We must have the same source, Jackie.
Yeah.
You know that guy, too?
Yeah. I've heard that story.
Yeah, but it's F-you to the white man. That's what this is.
No, not a shaky source at all.
No. But it's F-you to the white man. It's like, hey, this is... see, man, we can wreak havoc on you. Well, okay. What are you really doing? Two nice people were murdered to death by some nut. So what did you prove? What, that you have nutty logic? I don't know. I don't know what's going to be, but the jury system's got to change. Minimal IQ test for the jury system. Sorry. Something to weed out the wackos.
Well, speaking of the jury, Judge Lance Ito had his closed-door session with Jeanette Harris yesterday. And he also talked to a reporter who's stuck by his story that this woman claimed she heard jurors discussing the case. So here is that reporter, David Goldstein.
I answered those questions. I repeated what I had broadcast on the news, and we still stand behind our story.
So he's still saying that that's exactly what the woman said. She said later she never said anything like that. Here's her attorney. Now she's had to go out and get an attorney. She blabbed so much.
Now the jury is on trial.
Yeah, Milton Grimes.
Everyone's going to be in jail. The lawyers, Johnny Cochran, with his 7 women, whatever that is, 3 women. Everyone but O.J.
She reported a month and a half or 6 or 7 weeks ago about a juror saying to another juror that they were going to make sure, essentially, that the jury was hung.
So that's what she's now claiming. She said she didn't hear them discussing the case. She heard them discussing that they were going to make sure it was a hung jury.
Yeah. I guess because O.J. is such a great guy. I don't know.
Here's more of what her lawyer says was bothering Jeanette Harris as she was a member of that panel.
The videos would have to be shown in room 1, which was the room that had been given to the whites, so to speak, and the videos would not be shown in room 2 until they were seen in room 1, and if they weren't seen in room 1, they would never be able to be shown in room 2.
What's wrong with that?
But who designated it a white room?
Any black person could have walked in there.
Yeah, just go to room 1.
Go watch with the white people. Oh, boy, this world is doomed. I'm getting out.
And then the lawyer says, he even starts to admit, yes, a lot of this is trivial stuff, but, it was adding it all up made everybody crazy.
Yeah, and then on top of that, never mind. I was going to talk about yesterday, but that judge in Texas.
Well, just play this last lawyer.
We're getting more third world every day.
Several small things adding up. It's the cumulative effect of a lot of things she felt were discriminatory as far as how the deputies gave preferential treatment to the whites, and especially one particular white juror.
Maybe she was hot.
Meanwhile, Judge Andito says he remembers that report. Remember I told you that Jeanette Harris said that a white woman on the jury kicked her and another black person on the jury.
Yeah.
The judge says he remembers that incident being reported to him, and he thought it was so trivial as to be ridiculous. That's why he didn't entertain it at all.
What, the woman probably tried to walk by or something? And
Yeah, it was an unintentional.
Yeah, right. Oh, how could they pick this woman for a jury? Where is Marsha Clark and this other Gil Garcetti? And what are they doing, man? A mostly black jury pool?
Well, again, I don't object to any kind of jury pool. I don't care what color the jury is.
I do.
Well, that's your problem.
I got a big problem. We got a problem.
Howard,
Yeah.
I mean, if when they poll these people and the people are dishonest, how could they possibly know? You know what I mean?
They don't. But you got to figure when they're doing surveys out there, and 99% of black people think that O.J. Simpson is innocent.
You don't pick 8 people.
I mean, come on. Put one black guy on, maybe. You know.
I don't see why we have to be so conscious of color.
We don't. We do. We're being forced to do it when 99% of people think that O.J. Simpson, a guy whose blood is all over a murder scene, when he has a complete motive, this guy's a wife beater, he's stalking her.
You see, it was consciousness of color that created the situation in the first place.
Hey, my darling, I understand exactly what you're saying, but this is the reality. I am telling you there is a situation in the black community where anyone who is black is not guilty. If you know what? Charles Oakley could go out tomorrow and commit mass murder, you're telling me.
Let me
and
tell
he'd be safe.
something.
Go ahead, tell me something, please.
If that district attorney
Yeah.
had done what he was supposed to do,
Which is?
this jury pool would have been picked from the Santa Monica area.
Yeah.
And this would not be an issue.
And he was afraid to, because he says, well, if
That's
a white
what
jury...
I said. It was race being an issue, and
Yeah.
it should never have been an issue.
Of course. He should have known enough that, hey, better off take some flack for having a white jury than have an all-black jury.
You cannot allow people's emotions to direct the jury system, the justice system in this country.
But I'll tell you something. It's pretty laughable. And it makes the black community look buffoonish. I mean, it makes them look illogical, and it's just bad to everyone. To everyone. To you, to everyone.
Represent everyone.
Yes. Trust me, I'm telling you. It's like when a Latin American judge down in Texas goes, all right, Howard Stern made fun of Latin music, so therefore I'm issuing a warrant for his arrest.
Well, I can understand that's one wacky judge.
Yeah, but it
doesn't make me think anything of the Spanish community.
Well, it makes them look buffoonish.
I still regard people as individuals.
No, not me.
I judge them as such.
I lump people into groups.
I see. Meanwhile, there's some guy, a pilot, that people are calling Pilot Bob, who has fallen in love with Marsha Clark, watching her.
Me too.
During the trial.
I know a couple of guys who have.
Pilot Bob offering to date Marsha.
Yeah.
And Pilot Bob is an airline pilot?
He sort of buzzed the courthouse or something yesterday.
He flew over the courthouse.
Yeah.
No, he's pulling one of those things like a Jones.
Oh, yeah, he had the
Marsha,
trailer.
you're looking good. Please call me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he
Pilot
had
Bob
one of
or
those.
something like
It happens. Too bad Pilot Bob wasn't flying over when
Out of
O.J.
a
did
plane.
it. But if he had done that, it would have been great.
But he might never have met Marsha Clark.
Right.
Yeah, she has this chemistry about her. To me, it's fairly provocative, and I just thought I'd like to ask her out and have a lunch.
She's good. Thank you, O.J.
So he doesn't say that Marsha has called yet, but I suppose he'll continue to try. He's really hot for her.
I kind of dig her, too. Everyone thinks I'm, whacked out, but I don't know, man. Remember the beginning of the trial? She's wearing those short skirts and...
Yeah, you've always said nice things about her in that sense.
And once she got rid of that mole perm, that bad perm job, man, she looks... I don't know, she kind of looks like a little firecracker to me. She really looks cute.
But she's lively.
Yeah. They got pictures of her bathing topless in the Inquirer.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, she's open to some suggestion. And, she's good. She is good. You're right, O.J. She's good.
She would take the ball and run with it.
Right.
Dwight Gooden in trouble again. He was clocked on the highway doing 117 miles an hour in Port St. Lucie, Florida. He was pulled over by police, and there was the faint smell of alcohol on his breath.
They should put him in jail for a while. But I guess he can't. Depends what color the jury is.
So he was issued a $330 speeding ticket.
But he wasn't declared legally drunk?
No, they say he passed the sobriety test. His agent or somebody is saying that Dwight had just taken a sip of beer to wash down a sandwich after coming from some game.
It's no big deal.
But the game he says Dwight was leaving happened on March 16th, and the incident in which that caused Dwight the problem happened on March 18th.
Yeah, beer stays on your breath for like 2 days. It happens. That's right. Even OJ knows that. OJ, it happens, right? Yeah. OJ, does it happen? It happens. Right.
So we don't know what that's all about. The guy says he's now going to check his dates to see why there's some discrepancy there. Dwight Gooden says it's not a big deal. He's not doing anything wrong. He figures his tests will prove that he has taken the suspension from baseball seriously and is not doing anything to endanger his possible chances of rejoining the team.
Understood.
But the people at the general manager's office of the Mets say, you know, it really bothers us that beer was involved because Dwight has openly admitted that it was alcohol use that led to his cocaine use.
You know, we should just have baseball conduct the OJ trial. Vic Swift, and they mete out justice. We got to take a break.
They're not real happy with Dwight Gooden. Not hearing this. They say this doesn't inspire them to confidence.
We'll be back right after these words.
You're listening to The Howard Stern Show. Stay right there. 97.1 The Eagle. Howard Stern morning. You're rock. All day. 97.1 The Eagle. We're back with The Howard Stern Show.
I love shows. I love doing shows. I got a meeting today. What are you doing today? Oh, you got your book signing tonight, and then you got, what else? You going to rest up before that?
Going to rest up before that.
Not going to be on? I can't believe Channel 2 canceled your appearance. No, didn't they promote you were going to be on?
I don't know.
I think they did. Channel 7 did a piece on you yesterday here in New York.
Yeah.
And then didn't Channel 2 promote that you were going to be on? I'm telling you. Who canceled you?
I don't know. I didn't. This was all done through, you know, some office. I was in a hotel, so.
Was it after I made my comments about Tony Gita and Dana Tyler being puppet heads?
I don't know when the call. I told you I haven't discussed it with anybody. I just know it wound up crossed off my schedule, and it never happened.
Were you supposed to be on live?
Yeah.
You want to call CBS and find out what happened?
If you think you could get an answer.
You know I can't. You know no one listens to me. My agent spoke to Morty yesterday.
Oh, yeah? How's Morty doing?
First of all, he says, A, he doesn't make $2.5 million a year. Morty is Letterman's producer. And the only reason he called is because I said on the air that how come Morty never calls.
He called Don?
Yeah.
Because you said he never calls. That's what you wanted him to do?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want him calling me.
Oh.
He says he doesn't make $2.5 million a year. Wants everyone to know that. I was wrong. So he says. I still stand by my story. Yeah, what do you make then? And then, I don't know. Morty was saying that I'm better on Letterman than I am on Leno. And my agent said disagreed.
That's an interesting conversation.
No, but of course Morty would think that. My agent feels that Letterman sabotages me when I go on there. Like, whenever I get off, it's always like, oh, God. It seems like drudgery. What?
I was going to give you the number for CBS.
They're not going to give us an answer. They're just going to blow us off.
Did Morty say anything about getting you those tickets? Because I called over to the Letterman show to get you the tickets, but I didn't call Morty. And the woman who handles the tickets seemed to think that you'd be able to get them because they want you on the show.
Oh, Jesus. This is just, this is for a cousin.
They don't look at things that way.
I know.
Everything's for something.
Well, then forget it. She doesn't need the tickets that bad. I don't know. If you can get them, you can get them without any strings attached. Jackie just got booked on Letterman reading Robin's book.
Wow.
Robin's trying to get on there. Jackie gets on.
Jackie beats me to the punch.
She's got a whole thing going on.
You got to jump on things, Howard.
Yeah.
There's good news and bad news.
Give Jackie a book. He'll sell it at the gig tonight.
I think Jackie should have a stack of my books with him.
Of course.
For that little table of his.
Let's do the news and get out of here. Go ahead, Robin. You got a lot more to get to because there's obviously a lot going on. Actually, there's probably nothing going on because I'm in the news every 2 minutes. That means there's
I'm going to
no other
ignore
news.
you in the news.
Thank you.
This is something I wanted to discuss with you. There was a movie out just recently called Losing Isaiah.
Yeah.
It's about a white woman who adopts a black crack baby.
Right.
And then the mother returns and fights her for custody of the child.
Great. 1 million unwanted black babies. Some white woman goes out and adopts it. Now everybody wants it back. That's some movie.
You act as if it doesn't happen. A public interest law firm in Washington, D.C. is launching a national campaign today to force states to allow more interracial adoption.
Of course. Anybody who wants these black babies are sitting around doing nothing.
What are you talking about?
There's 1 million of them.
Justice plans to file suit in Texas and join a suit in Tennessee to make social workers process more adoptions of black children by white parents.
These white babies get scooped up. People are going off to Romania to get the white babies.
Sick white babies.
Sick white babies. Defective white babies. Romanians. I would want a healthy black baby over a sick white baby any day. All right, maybe there's a pecking order in your mind. Healthy white baby here, then sick white baby, then a black baby. That's crazy. So, I mean, when I say defective, I don't mean with a cold. I mean, some of them have no hearts. They got half a heart. Could have an operation for the rest of their lives. So you find a few white people want to adopt black people. Let them do it.
There are some black people who say this smacks of slavery to them.
Oh, for God's sakes. I do say that, but not on the air. I mean, for God's sake.
Although 80% of the U.S. population is white, 2/3 of the 500,000 children in foster care, where most children up for adoption wait, are minorities. 40% are black.
I think somebody would worry about that, whether or not I like Latin music seems to be more important. You think that would be a headline in the news?
Meanwhile, 67% of adoptive parents are white.
Must be weird when you're a white guy, you adopt a black kid, and you say to him, hey, man, I want you to do a few chores. And then the kid's like, hey, man, who you think I am? Who am I, Kunta Kinte? Why don't you just call me Kunta Kinte around here, man? And then you're lucky enough after you adopt this black kid.
Your child is just going to start talking.
Yeah, right.
Huh?
Yeah, and I'm like, hey, don't you talk that way to me. Don't you talk street talk to me. What's the matter, man? Can't you handle it? And then, then a lot of people who adopt, like a couple of years later, then they find all of a sudden they can have their own. So now you got a white kid and a black kid. And then every time you ask the black kid to do something, they'll be like, what am I, a slave? What you talking about?
They'll be like Jeanette Harris.
Yeah.
Weighing everything you do. Wait a minute, you're not giving her as much work as you're giving me.
Hey, you kicked me. I didn't kick you. I was just walking by. I accidentally stepped on your foot. Mama? Daddy? This white girl, that's your sister. No, this white girl just kicked me. Where's Judge Ito at? Mama? Daddy? I would like to watch a videotape now in the black people's room. Honey, we're a family. You have to watch with the rest of the family. Well, I have to watch those Caucasian movies with you? And what up, man? How come I gotta watch this here movie after your white people here watched the movie? Oh, man. I wonder what age you tell the black kid he's adopted, too.
Oh, stop.
Mama, I got a question for you. How old are you, son? 19. I want to know. Am I adopted? I was worried about this. I knew this day would come.
You know what really strikes me about you is how warm-hearted you are.
Yeah, that must be some scene. I'll tell you, I would never adopt a black kid because it would just be trouble.
You're not adopting anybody, okay?
I got enough trouble with my own.
Let's be serious.
No.
You don't believe in adoption.
I don't.
To me at all.
Adopted children will always end up hating you.
Oh.
Always. 9 times out of 10, okay? How's that? They always go looking for their real parents, even though their real parents are trailer trash.
You
always.
Don't know who the
I have to go find my parents. Hey, I raised you.
On a bad day.
Yeah. Princess Di. I raised you, you schmuck. You're going to go now looking for someone who abandoned you after she spread her legs on her 16th birthday for some drunk?
Yeah. So sweet.
How about you go and you knock on the door and you find out it was the girl's father? You're an incest baby. For God's sake. I raise you, and then all of a sudden they play you off the person. I'm going to my real parent, my biological parent today. Oh, you are? Yeah, so I won't have time for you. I mean, I raised you, I spent all my money on you, so you little peckerhead could stab me in the back and try to make me jealous? You son of a bitch. I'd rather, you know what? Out of my house. Out and Z. And don't ever ask me for nothing. Let your biological parent pay for college.
You know what?
You skunk.
You know how many times you've done scenes for me?
What do you mean?
When you just pick something from a movie and you try to act.
Right. Thank you, brother.
It was never that real.
It was never that. That was real right now. I was yelling at my doctor.
You are there.
Thank you. Oh, I'm the world's greatest actor. I never told you this.
No, this is a real situation to you.
Oh, yeah. I'm not acting. Oh, I'm telling you, man. And the parents always know it, too, in the back of their mind. Always, as soon as something screws up, oh, boy, I bet you the real mother was a big cow with a 12 IQ. Probably go drunk. I'm telling you right now.
And genetically, you're locked into everything your parents did.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Dad, can I have some money to tour the country looking for the dicks who abandoned me?
I have to get off this because you're getting...
Jackie's searching for his father. He thinks his real father was FDR.
Why even bother to have this discussion?
Hey, Dad!
I won't discuss this with you anymore. You're not sensitive enough for this subject.
Imagine you go searching for your real parents, and so you knock on the door. It's your drunken Jackie Montling. You know, it was in Michigan State, 1914. Son. Hey, how you doing? Who is it? Oh, who is it? Daddy and me. And then you adopt a black kid. Man, that's, I'm writing a movie about that. A white family has a black kid. I'm going to write a movie about that. Hey, man, what you mean clean up my room?
Forget private parts of the movie.
Yeah, right. Private parts of the movie is finished. This is a whole new movie. I'm going to play a white man who adopts a black baby. Hey, Dad, you big, ugly honky. What you mean mow the lawn? Who do I look like? Gunga D? What you mean? I didn't tell you to adopt me.
Well, how ridiculous is it? This is a child you adopted at what age? 90?
Big, ugly Jew with breasts? Look at you. You call yourself a man? You can't even play basketball.
How old was this child when you adopted it?
I'm a half Jew. What?
How old was this child when you adopted it?
I adopted it as an infant.
And it talks like this.
That's the slap in my face. He'll be like Bill Bellamy on MTV. Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, shut up. You're living with a white man. I'm glad I ain't got your genes.
You're so crazy.
I'll call it kicking Isaiah right out of the house on his 15th birthday. Kicking Isaiah out of the house. Hey, man, get this kid out of here. It's my nightmare.
I have to go on with the news.
Won't even clean his room. Tell Mommy to clean up the room.
Cindy Adams says Senator Alphonse D'Amato is not having stress because of this Judge Ito thing. He's having stress that caused him to have heart spasms the other day because he is unacceptable to Claudia Cohen's family.
You know what?
His new love.
Cindy Adams is an ugly, cow-faced loser.
Wait a minute.
Who has no idea why Senator D'Amato is upset or stressed out.
You really think she's ugly?
No.
Okay, why'd you call her that?
All right, but she's a cow-faced loser. That she is. And she has some nerve talking about our senator like that.
Oh, you don't think it could be true?
Of course not.
She says that Claudia Cohen, the TV gossip columnist family, is a little bit upset with Al because he's a little light in the pocket. He doesn't have a lot of money.
How old is Senator D'Amato? Is he like 50-something?
Yes.
And how old is she? She's in her 50s.
Who? Claudia's in her 40s. Well, that's what they say in
Whatever.
the paper.
Okay. I think at this point they're past worrying about what their families think.
And she's also going to be in a nasty custody battle with her ex-husband over their daughter because he's a very religious man, they say, who keeps kosher and wants his daughter raised Jewish, and Alphonse D'Amato is Catholic.
So what?
I'm just telling you what Cindy says. Senator Al left the hospital. It was a brief scare, no real problems.
I got to talk to him. I got to make sure that guy's okay. We got him into office. That's my boy.
I'm glad to see that, Cindy says it's real love, and it shows it here. They say that Claudia Cohen canceled her whole table, which included Regis Philbin, at Tuesday's Penn Literary Dinner in Manhattan, to be with her beau, Senator Alphonse, when he was hospitalized for chest pain. That's in
that's real love.
Jeannie Williams' column.
2 years will be sick of her.
And she won't be following him to the hospital.
Gary, call Senator Al, invite him to Einziger's party. He won't have any heart problems. Get done there.
Straighten him out.
I'll straighten him out. He needs a bachelor party. Yeah, we get one United States senator who digs us.
And then he has to hook up with a socialite.
Yeah, who hates me. The socialite is best friends with Kathy Lee Gifford, who hates me. The incubus. Yeah, could have made that up. Now I don't even get to go to the wedding because Claudia Cohen can't have me there. I don't even want to go to the wedding.
I was going to say, you usually don't enjoy those events. Why are you complaining?
Don't worry, I'm not.
An outspoken ultra-conservative congressman has declared his intentions to run for the Republican nomination for the presidency, Howard. His name is Representative Bob Dornan.
Oh, that guy's wacky.
Yeah, he's the guy who accused President Clinton of giving aid and comfort to the enemy during the Vietnam War.
I find him kind of entertaining when I see him on the news and stuff, but I guess he's just looking for a little publicity.
He's a former TV talk show host.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He probably did a good show.
He says that his agenda includes abortion, gang warfare, illegal drugs, and homosexual activism. He's against all those things.
Sounds like Fred.
He says
those are all the things I don't care about. Those are all the things that I think are issues that I don't want to hear any politician tell me about. That's why I would never vote for a guy like that. He could be the brightest guy in the world.
He says we're watching American culture melt down.
Yeah, well, close up the borders and maybe you'll see American culture improve. We're just overrun with too many people here and too many people who just don't get it. So just, whoever's here will leave. Everyone can be an American and just slow down everything.
He's also famous for shooting off his mouth. He called another congressman, Tom Downey, a draft-dodging wimp.
Well, is he?
Well, when he was confronted, Dornan told him, the reason I called you a draft-dodging wimp is you dodged the draft, and you're a wimp.
Huh? There you go.
Yeah.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah. So is a man who sticks to his word.
You voting for him?
No.
All right. I might vote for him.
Yeah. A patient who didn't think his eye doctor was helping him enough confronted the physician near his Brooklyn office yesterday and shot him twice in the back. Jackie, please. Michael Lombard opened fire on Dr. Marcus Edelstein with a .38 caliber revolver on the sidewalk on East 7th Street, a few blocks from the doctor's Borough Park office. Before he was shot, Dr. Edelstein ran down the street and yelled for help.
What was he, a chiropractor?
Lombard, he must have been an eye doctor.
Oh.
Lombard ran after him with his weapon covered by his jacket before he opened fire.
I don't consider a chiropractor a real doctor, Robin.
Well, this is an eye doctor.
All right.
Oi, oi, oi.
Was he eye doctor or
No.
optometrist?
No, an ophthalmologist.
All right, thank you.
But, you can complain. You don't have to shoot your doctor. Kevin Eubanks is no longer just the temporary leader of The Tonight Show. It seems that Branford Marsalis has made it official. He is leaving.
He's
and
nuts.
does not want his job again.
That is funny. Branford Marsalis is... I wonder who's advising him. He's as bright as you are, Jackie.
Hey, I'm leaving the show.
Yeah, they're all beating down your path there. Knocking on the door.
So I guess Branford appeared on the show to say he's not coming back.
Way to go, Branford. Don't worry, you'll be writing movie scripts. There's a lot of other work out there.
You can score my film.
I hope he's a hippie. Hippies don't care about money.
Why would Branford leave the Tonight Show? Oh. I wish I could get a hold of him.
You tried to talk him out of it. He would not listen.
Never heard of him before that. He's got a brother who's like this guy Wynton Marsalis, who's like a big jazz guy and a purist. I think he doesn't think it's cool that Branford's the head of the Tonight Show band.
Well, he says that Branford should be out there playing jazz.
Yeah.
So that people can hear America's greatest music.
And that's where I think Branford got that cockamamie idea.
Elizabeth Montgomery, the woman who played Bewitched on TV, is recovering from surgery to remove a small malignant tumor.
God, I used to think she was so hot. That's another one I used to lay in bed at night. I guess I was in junior high.
We don't know where the tumor was.
I hope it's not vaginal.
But she is resting comfortably.
It's not a vaginal tumor, is it?
Home on Saturday. I don't know.
That would be a shame.
And finally this morning...
It's not an anal tumor, is it?
I don't know, Howard. Stop asking silly questions like that. Not finally yet. I should make it finally. We're going on forever.
It's tomorrow already.
Time to go to school. I missed my book signing. Burl Ives.
He's terrific. He's going to be on the show tomorrow, by the way, doing...
Little bitty tear.
What?
Little bitty tear.
Is that what he's going to do?
Here, let me down.
No, he won't be on the show tomorrow because he slipped into a coma.
Damn. Can we wheel him in here?
At the age of 85, he's been surrounded by his family. Burl Ives is best known for his little ditties and some of his movie roles. Here is Burl Ives singing a very famous Christmas.
I bet you it's Frosty the Snowman.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny
He's going to be missed.
And if you ever saw...
By the way, am I allowed to say I don't like this?
You would even say...
Or will I hear from whatever ethnic group he's from? What ethnic group is he from? I don't need any more hassles.
I would imagine he's a wasp.
I'd say this is pretty soulless, and I don't get why people like this. I'll be hearing from wasps. From wasp justices of the peace will ban me from going to wasp land.
And if you're more familiar with his film work, here he is in one of his movie roles.
Looks like they messed up your rose garden a little here, Gus. Somebody owes you an apology.
Important film.
How about you folks all going home now? Think this will do for tonight?
Yeah.
Disconnect the respirator now. Hey, you know what's funny? There's a guy, big fat guy, lived till 85.
Mm-hmm.
So much for obesity killing you. Hey, go figure him living.
There are some doctors who are now saying obesity is a gene. There are some people who are just born with a gene that'll make them fat, and all their dieting in the world won't help them to maintain what they might consider their proper weight.
You put him in Biafra, that gene will disappear. I never saw a fat Biafran.
I'm telling you what the doctor said.
And I got to tell you, I'm over here in Biafra. I never seen a fat Biafran in my life.
What the research says.
You put a belt around their mouth and don't let them eat. I guarantee you that fat gene will be gone.
And in Norristown.
Norristown? First last name is Norris.
Police did not take too kindly to a man who
did a reading of Robin's book.
Loved horses a little too much.
Oh, guy had sex with a horse?
This man from Schwenksville.
Fredville in Norristown.
Was charged with voluntary deviant sexual intercourse and cruelty to animals after the man allegedly had sex with a pony on March 30th.
From Schweenville.
From Schwenksville. Has moved to Harleysville.
I wonder what that's like having sex with a pony.
Well, here's
what goes through your head? Are you like,
it's all right,
man? But what do you do? What goes really through your head? Are you like, man, this is really low. I'm having sex with a pony. I mean, I can't even get a girl. Or are you just like,
ooh, man, look at that pony.
Was it male or female?
Well, let me read to you.
Go ahead.
Jackie read to you, now I'll read to you.
Go ahead.
Court records indicate that on March 30th, an employee at Pleasant Valley Farms walked into the stables and discovered a man in a stall standing behind a pony, and the pony's tail was up in the air.
How do you get caught doing? I mean, did you hear someone? I mean,
can't you hear?
Yeah.
Are you so engrossed?
Yeah, I mean, is it so great that you don't hear the barn door open?
Maybe he was just finishing.
When the employee shouted at the man, he backed away from the pony, and the employee observed that the man's pants were unzipped.
You're saying he was just finishing? It was so good he couldn't stop? I'm sorry.
The man then left the barn and walked toward Sumney Town Pike. So it wasn't like he took off at a run.
Right. He just left. You mean his pants were down? He pulled his pants up and left.
His zipper was unzipped.
Imagine it's a talking horse. Oh, my God.
Well, Ed, why didn't you just say something?
I couldn't. I didn't want him to know I talked.
When, this was reported to police, I guess they looked through the records, and it turns out that the man's description matched that of a man who was caught inside a barn with a horse without permission in another town.
I'd like to read his book. Is he doing a book signing?
Trigger of Life. Trigger of Life.
Oh, Wilbur, it was horrible. He came in here. He didn't even know. I didn't even see him before. And his fly was down.
We keep getting stories about, people making it with dogs and now horses. It's very strange.
It's because you women just make it such a game.
Oh.
Look at OJ, what he had to go through.
Beating a dead horse.
Oh.
Right, OJ.
Well, that's it.
Oh, Wilbur, it was horrible. I was standing in the stall, and he came up and snuck up behind me.
But, Ed, when you saw what was going on, why don't you just dial the phone and call me like you always do?
I couldn't. I'd hurt my hooves sliding into home base when I was playing for the Dodgers. That was a great episode when Ed slid into home base.
Yes, when he was playing baseball.
Yeah. That's pretty wild. All right, anyway, thanks, Robin. Good luck at your book signing tonight. I'll see you there at 6 o'clock, is that right?
Country Glen Shopping Center in Carl Place at the Barnes & Noble. 6 o'clock.
Looking forward to that. Obviously, a book with your signature would be more valuable than just a regular book.
Well, I would imagine
I'm not a businessman, but I would figure that out for myself.
it would become a collector's item if I signed it.
Yeah, absolutely. And Jackie the Joke Man Martling will be out there.
Jackie is making it a very famous book with his reading.
That's right. To order Jackie's Wild Comedy CD or cassette, it's only $10 plus $3 shipping and handling. Jokeland special, buy two, get one free. Call 1-800-323-KING. Tonight, Jackie at 7:30. You can join him on the Prodigy chat line in the Computer Expo Auditorium. For filthy jokes and info, call 516-9221. Remember, 516-9221 is not a pay service. You can actually chat with Jackie. To order a signed copy of Stuttering John CD, call 201-942-OUCH.
Let me ask you something. When Jackie's on that thing, on the computer, do you sit next to somebody who types in?
Yes, that's what he does.
That's what I'll be doing too.
Yeah. If you're planning a wedding or party, you need a DJ, call Scott the Engineer's Rocket Entertainment at 718-BAG-5040. All right, Bert. 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 All right, Bert.